One.
Let's go!
This show fucking stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it.
AJ, you never cease to amaze me with your toxicity, pal.
You got a couple of these?
God damn it!
What the fuck are you doing?
Fuck Boston.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this Draft Spectacular Week, Wednesday, April 26, 2023. This program starts right now.
Much money!
Hey, much money to you guys as well, because we are just one day away from the 4th annual Draft Spectacular, where 31 kids will have their dreams come true as they get drafted to the NFL.
Yeah.
Right now, it is a hot time to be spreading rumors about said draft. The number 2 overall pick has like 15 different stories around it, including a Bill Belichick trade all the way up there, sending Mac Jones down to Houston. Here you go, Nick. You got a quarterback issue. I got a quarterback for you. We'll do another first rounder next year, maybe another 2. We'll do this whole swap. We will be able to take the quarterback that we want, seemingly, and that is now just one of the stories surrounding pick number 2. Also, on Up and Adams this morning, D'Amico Ryans, who's an Alabama man, allegedly was chatting with Will Anderson about everything that he would like to do as a 9 technique outside rushing the passer. It was a really good, smooth convo. They had a blast, and that's what he would do with Will Anderson. It's like, well, why is he even thinking about that unless they're thinking about taking him in number 2? And I thought C.J. Stroud was supposed to go number 2 overall. Will Levis is all of a sudden in the conversation for definitely going top 5. He's going to the Colts if he doesn't go at 2 or 3 or 3. That could be the Tennessee Titans who could trade up because they got Tannehill on a $36 million contract.
Yeah.
But they might need somebody else. We're talking bullshit city right now. And that is why the draft cycle is fantastic. That's why we can't wait for our biggest show of the year for the last 3 years.
Yes.
This year it will not be.
No, a little different this year.
Aaron Rodgers, who has officially stepped foot into the New York Jets facility today. He has a press conference coming up in an hour and 56 minutes that'll be aired on NFL Network, introducing him to the New York Jets faithful. Whenever this guy came on our show to say that he wanted to do this exact walk. That's what he said. He said, I want to do this real cool walk. I'm going to wear all black. I'm going to have Adidas shoes on because I'm an Adidas guy, but I'm going to walk in there, sunglasses on, Top Gun style motherfucker. Welcome to my new home. And when I get in there, Woody Johnson's going to greet me, okay, with an incredible interaction. Big time smile, by the way. The two that spent 11 hours in Malibu together just a few weeks back, whenever the whole thing. He went in for the shoulder to the chest. Woody said, I could take it. I'm a tough old guy. Don't know who this man is. I probably should. Solo with a great dap. On Aaron Rodgers. Then this man who I thought was potentially Joe Douglas, not him. The guy in the back there. I'm like, oh, Joe looks a little different than what I imagined. That's Nathaniel Hackett. Nathaniel Hackett obviously knows it for the Gold Zone. And there's the guy that got the deal done with Gunther Kuntz. And look at that smile. Genuine happiness. So pumped to be there. I think this relationship is going to be a great one. Look at the way Aaron's looking around, and look at the way Salah's looking at Aaron.
Unbelievable.
Huh? Fireman Ed was on TMZ this morning and said, we're pumped, bro.
Yeah, okay.
We got arguably one of the best quarterbacks of all time. It's not arguable, okay? Fireman Ed, just fucking say the guy. We got the best thrower of a football of all time. And he's going to be on scorched earth. I know he was just in Costa Rica for a wellness retreat, allegedly, before this trade was finished up. That was reported. That wellness retreat made him feel good to come in here and fucking let's go.
Yeah, pumped.
So hold on, the Packers don't want me anymore, huh? Oh, I'm washed, they said. Oh.
Let me go back to the hole.
Okay.
Don't have it.
Let me figure this out. The rest of the NFL is saying, oh, Jets got fleeced for this deal. All the Jets got was this fucking old hippie in the big city. It's like Aaron and the Jets have so much to just kind of internalize. Lombardi was talking about Bill Belichick here, and everybody say that they're the 4th in their division now. And Michael Lombardi said about 70-something-year-old Bill Belichick. He's like, oh, good competitors love that type of stuff. They use that as motivation and everything like that. What do you think Aaron's doing right now?
Same thing.
This is just it is going to be bananas. We assume he's going to be at OTAs. I guess that was reported the other day that is the assumption on all parties. We did not report that, but that's what we hear. He's going to go and light it up. Will they be able to make it in a very tough AFC? We shall see. But whenever he was talking about going to the New York Jets, because of that, everything that he has gone through and where he's at now after the darkness, there was 496,000 people watching this at one time. Okay, concurrently. That means right at this exact time. Boom. A lot of people. And then everybody was just kind of tweeting about it because Aaron Rodgers is a fucking dog. So that is technically And by dog, I mean not just on the football field. I mean dog like every human talks about Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, loves him.
No.
Well, what?
Not everybody.
Who?
I just want to let you know, when those 496,000 people were watching,
A lot of people.
there was some people, and I seen a good couple. I mean, it was...
Few scrolls.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about how many... There's like 8 tweets on one screen, depending upon your screen size. If you go like 10 scrolls, that's 80 tweets. Okay? Not that many in the grand scheme of Twitter as a whole.
Yeah.
But 10 scrolls is,
All
that's a long...
You're getting good sample size.
Next one, fuck, you know?
Sure.
It's only 80 people, but those 80 people felt like they had to go say something, and they represent, you assume, a larger group, which is just like on the good side of Twitter. You just got to assume it's a good focus group. Not everybody loves Aaron Rodgers.
That's messed up.
But Aaron Rodgers is must watch. He's must listen to. That's what we've learned from this particular program, and people are going to take it how it is. So there's no way the Draft Spectacular will be anywhere near what that was. But we got some big things in store.
Huge.
The Toxic Table is going to obviously dominate at Boston. Connor, can't wait to see your performance tomorrow night in the Draft Spectacular, pal.
Yeah, very excited for it. Last year, dressed as a stormtrooper. Was just kind of figuring, might as well mix it up. And then this year, we got something cooking. I feel very, very good about it.
You might want to dial it up to about 20, pal, because there's reports on the internet, which... One half of the hammer, Dahn, Cowboys Tone Diggs loves to quote on this particular program.
Sure.
And it pisses a lot of people off. I don't know where you're going to be getting some of your quotes from now, though, huh?
Oh, no. Your guy, your Lord and Savior, leaves.
Oh, Ted Carlson.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
He's out.
Oh, no.
I watched the other guy left, Mr. Lemon.
Yeah, but nobody's calling you Tone Lemon.
No.
Everybody's
That's
calling
because
you
everyone
Tone.
in the chat stinks and they're fucking marks.
All right. Whoa. Don't need that type of hostility. It's a big week for us.
Good luck with those scrolls.
But the Reddit is reporting, somebody on Reddit, which is supposed to be the face of the internet. I've never been able to figure out Reddit, so I don't dabble. But there's a lot of people in this office that love the Reddit, and they find a lot of stuff that I can't find on Twitter. So mad respect for Reddit and what it is. There was a report that Bill Belichick's going to trade up to number 2, because you have to wonder, why has Nick Caserio been so damn quiet? If Carolina Panthers are definitely drafting Bryce Young, which it seems like all parties have just agreed upon.
Yes.
Here we go, Bryce Young, except for Will Levis, who's allegedly telling family members that the Carolina Panthers are going to draft him. So then that kind of, is Will Levis going to get drafted? And then that has disappeared. That was around for like 10 hours or so.
Yeah.
Then it's kind of settled back in that Bryce Young is going to be the pick. So Houston's been real tight-lipped. Haven't even told people in the building, allegedly.
Yeah, most of them don't know.
They have no clue what's going to go on. That's an interesting little setup. First people, I guess it's our first year there. Don't know who's a leak, who's a rat. Don't know who you can trust. That's not great. Going to have to figure that out, hopefully post-draft. But it's like, what if they are cooking up something fucking massive? And what if it is his old pal, Bill Belichick, saying, I have a quarterback that I don't necessarily want.
Yeah.
We're not saying that's what he's saying, but it's being reported that he has said it
in theory.
in the past, allegedly. For this to happen, this is what Belichick would have to say. I have a quarterback who's good. I don't like him. Last year was kind of unsettled. I didn't like the way the whole thing went. He was on the field doing his thing. I get it. I hired a defense coordinator, be an offense coordinator. Just do your fucking job.
Yep.
Exactly.
All right? So you guys can have him, and we can start back over here, and we can do it. That hit the internet. People think it's potentially true.
Yeah.
Because it could be true. What are your thoughts on it, and do you think there's any chance of that happening?
No, I do not think
Damn!
there is any
That would have been electrifying on Draft
You don't think
Spectacular.
Bill's heard that you guys are number 4 in the division? He's going to do it?
Sure, maybe there is that, thought that, okay, Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, Tua, we need to make a massive move to kind of change this up. And taking a rookie quarterback, maybe we give him a year. He just gets to play, no pressure. Hey, no one's expecting anything out of this team. I could see that side of it. And then when you think about the Houston side of it, one, Caserio's going back to New England after the draft.
He came out and said, I can't believe I have to say this. I'm staying.
Yes.
I'm not going to. He did the full.
Yeah, he did the Wolf of Wall
Street.
Street. And maybe that's why that was the connection now. Like, oh, well, he's not going back there, but maybe there was conversations. But D'Amico Ryans, I think, is where it gets interesting because he's coming from San Fran. Does he bring that same Shanahan philosophy? Like, hey, we need a good team and then a quarterback that can basically just...
And does it matter? What is his relationship with Caserio?
Yes.
Because, Pac-Man, that's a whole other conversation. Like, how much does the coach have say in who's getting drafted? Because we all know situations where coaches are, I don't want to say blindsided, but coaches have an idea of who's going to get drafted, what's going to get drafted, and then the front office, scouts, GM, they decide to draft somebody different.
Niners last year. Or 2 years ago.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Well, no, confirmed. Michael Lombardi had an article about it.
Yeah, but that's still, is that from Shanahan?
I wasn't sure where he got it from, but he said finally they acknowledged the fact that they were going to take Mac Jones instead of Trey Lance until the last second.
Interesting. Well, anyways, those types of situations do happen where coaches and GMs aren't on the same page. I wonder if D'Amico, when he set it up, was like, hey, I'd like to have some say in this. How do you think that goes? Do you think D'Amico has say, first-year head coach?
I do think D'Amico has say from all the stuff that he's been through. I don't think he would take the job without say. Of course, he's going to be sitting in there, but I think the GM has the last say-so.
2 votes.
Yeah. So he has 2, and of course the head coach like, hey, look, I need a quarterback. I want a guy that I think I can mold to be the leader of the team. But it ultimately come back on the GM. The GM is the guy that put the team together, and some GMs don't really listen fully to the coach, and some of them do. Like I know Jerry and his head and all the GMs over there, they have a big say-so of who's coming. Head coach, you can tell us who you like, but we're going to pick who the fuck
Jerry's going to do it.
Well, Jerry actually said there's a video we have of Jerry talking about the draft to this exact topic. Go ahead, let's run this thing.
Drafting's not our problem. Coaching is.
He's got to get everybody.
Perfect. I mean, perfect for what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But yes, to your point.
Yeah, play. He said it so clear too. He was absolutely serious.
He believes
about
that too.
Conversation.
Everybody good. I'm happy everybody laughed, thought that was a joke.
Yeah.
We got a great fucking team.
Well,
Look
say, we got a great fucking team. I've been drafting them good too. What the fuck are you doing, coach?
Yeah, we've been trying to figure your position out for a while now. Yeah. Everybody says Jerry can draft a good team. Yeah. He can build a good stadium. He can build up a great organization. I mean, they are top notch all the way through. Yeah. Guy just can't pick out a fucking coach.
Can't make it.
Guy just can't do it. Can't find.
Big Mike's going to get it done this year when he's calling plays.
Well, Big Mike said that he knows what Kellen wanted to do. Kellen wanted to run up a scorebook and stat book because he wants to be a head coach someday. He wants my job, okay? I've been there before. I know that my defense needs a break every once in a while, so we're going to run the ball. It's like, we'll see, dude.
Yeah,
How come
maybe.
you didn't say that the last couple of years? Mike likes to sling that rock, too.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I'll be intrigued to hear how that whole thing works out. But if you win, it's great. If you don't, it doesn't. And that Cowboys team, every single year, you're down there, right? You're a fan of Cowboys?
Yeah, big fan of Cowboys. We're I shouldn't say a quarterback away. Our quarterback have to play good in big moments. That's what I was.
See, that's what happens over here at Cowboy, because you're on prime time every single week.
You go prime time every week. You got more prime time game than anybody in the NFL. So you going to get a little bit picked at a little bit more than all the other players. We know it, man. Dak is a good player. But can Dak cross the line? He haven't crossed the line yet. He's just a guy right now.
Hey, I'm very intrigued by that whole
And
story.
I love Dak, but
yeah, we've been a very pro Dak show.
Yeah, great story.
And we're one of the only shows that just doesn't talk about the Cowboys. Like, okay, you guys are good, we'll talk about you, but the Eagles are in your division.
Yeah.
And so we are going to choose to cover for that. Now, we don't necessarily live off of big city ratings.
No.
So our business decision isn't to do that.
Local program.
But we're a regional program.
Really regional
program, definitely a local program. But whenever we talk about the Cowboys, it's always like, Dak just broke another record. Dak just hung like 150 or 52 or something like that passing. What is the deal? Why don't they fucking win down there? I didn't expect us to talk about the Cowboys today, but why is that? Why is Dak conversated the way he is?
It's a really good question because looking at the highlights of the Cowboys last year during little draft prep, Tony Pollard is a fucking lightning rod, and so is CeeDee Lamb. Like, those two are so good.
CeeDee Lamb's this one, right?
Yeah, he's that one. Sniff first.
Very good.
Smell me? He's a
double eights, which down there means a lot.
Yeah, you have to be gifted that.
Yeah.
And then they added Brandon Cooks too. So Mike McCarthy saying they're running the ball. It's like, hey, then why would you give up 2 draft picks for a guy that's expensive?
Brandon Cooks, another story. How's he as a player? He's been on like 5 teams. Everybody loves him though.
Yeah, but they say he's a good dude. I don't know personally, but they say he's a good dude. But back to the Dak Prescott thing.
Yep.
In the high moments, in the big plays, big parts of the game, he done turned the ball over. He throwing picks at the fucking major part of the game when we just fucking run the ball. And 9 times out of 10, they've been up. They've been up winning these games.
Well, good luck to the Dallas Cowboys. The NFC just got a little bit easier now that old Aaron's out of Green Bay. We'd assume unless Jordan Love is the next thing. But a lot of the conversation, the deeper football conversation that has happened over the last 24 hours now that the deal has been officially made, has been cool to listen to and cool to be a part of. Aaron is a guy that doesn't turn the ball over.
Ever.
Yeah.
Right? So he doesn't turn the ball over ever, really. Now, last year he turned it over 12 times. That's crazy. That is like really absurd for his standards.
like 4
he had a
years
season
now.
where he had that's literally 6 years. I think he had of turnovers, and that's something that is abnormal versus everybody else.
Yeah.
All of his stats, if you just look at the turnovers or the interceptions, his numbers are so much filthier lower than everybody else's. He takes care of the ball. That's because I believe he's so cerebral and he's he values it and everything like that. But with a great defense and not a lot of turnovers give you terrible field position. So field position can normally lead to other teams' points being scored and also your defense kind of being fucked. So whenever you're winning and losing and everybody talks about, the turnovers, why are the turnovers such a massive part of deciding factor? It's because the field position normally follows right behind it on a turnover as opposed to a calculated one where you're bombing a ball down the field and you're covering it and you're gaining 40 yards worth of field position, hopefully in the NFL with adults kicking the ball. But instead, sometimes you're only gaining 5 yards because it's a pick. A fumble in the backfield, you're losing maybe 10 yards. And then all of a sudden, that's points for the other team immediately. That changes the script of the entire game. So that defense over there in New York, I don't know how Zach Wilson has been with turnovers. I don't know how Strevler has been with turnovers. I don't know how Joe Flacco has been with turnovers. I don't know how anybody else that played quarterback over there has been with turnovers. I'm assuming it's going to get better, and I'm assuming that's only going to make the defense even better, which is their weapon of their team. And then you're bringing in a guy who knows the offense, we're all assuming, because he has a massive fucking brain underneath that hippie skull there. It's I think they got very fucking good. From all aspects in the way in which you think about it.
When I woke up this morning, you look at the paper, you see the Jets, you'd say, all right, they are contenders. The last 10 years, when you woke up, you looked at the paper, you seen the Jets, you'd be like, all right, fuck it.
What they do?
It doesn't matter. They don't have a chance in hell to make it. But now you see the moves that they done made and how good they was on the defense side of the ball with all the younger guys they had on the offensive side of the ball. Besides the quarterback, not taking his part and responsibility in it all. And then you have Aaron Rodgers that come in.
Do you feel bad?
No.
After the Pats game.
You know what
Yeah, he said no.
Come on.
Feel responsibility.
Come on, man. There's a corner in the NFL for 14 years who I don't want to say that everybody is a snowflake. Everybody's different from everybody else.
Exactly.
There might be some people that have common qualities, but everybody is their own individual.
Exactly.
Pac-Man Jones, definitely his own individual. But a lot of qualities, from a corner or a player that played in the NFL from the defensive side are shared amongst a lot of people. The quarterback fucking up and then not owning it publicly, big message. That's actually a big shot kind of across the board there.
Yeah, you can't do it. You cannot do it. The quarterback get to set the rules.
So if the defense is trash, you can do it. If defense is great, by the way, can do it is an interesting thing. Still should never bury anybody. Always should put blame on yourself. But at quarterback position, with good defense, asked about defense, just common leadership, I think people would say, hey, go ahead and wear that one.
Yeah.
Go ahead and just take that one and move on to the next question. That's why I think his mom is so pumped, Zach Wilson's that is, that Aaron Rodgers is coming into town to hopefully be a little bit of a mentor. And I think Aaron's going to love that too. Everything we kind of lead on here, it's this is going to be a great relationship.
Oh, yeah. It's perfect for all parties.
Oh, the Patriots, though. What was everybody else saying?
Yeah, and everybody, including you.
No,
two were
just-
saying
No,
the
not me.
Oh,
Just
yeah. It was both of you guys were saying the Patriots going to finish.
Tone and Pack.
Both of you
Pat
guys.
and Pack.
He
Kinda
was
like a
saying it
tag
too.
team.
This morning you was so excited about y'all. We might be moving up and get a quarterback.
Which, who wouldn't be excited if you're going
don't
up
like
to
the
get a
quarterback that you got? You
generational
don't like
player?
Jones?
Can I just explain myself?
Do
for
you
a
not
second,
like
Pac?
Jones?
Can I explain? Yes, I do
All
like
right,
Mac
because
Jones.
that's
I-
all I'm saying.
I have
So
all
how are
three
you
of
so
his-
happy that y'all was going to get a quarterback?
Because why wouldn't I be? It's in 5 more years on a rookie deal. You get what? All this different cap space next year. We still will be in first for cap, and you can add
You
other
don't like
pieces.
Jones.
I like Mac Jones. I've
No,
been
you don't.
defending Mac Jones since day one. I bought every single one of his goddamn jerseys.
That's 'cause
So
you're a
don't tell
Patriot
me who I like, Pac-Man. Especially
you're a Patriot
when we're
fan.
okay. Look, if Mac Jones comes out here and sling it, I swear to God, I'm going to send you that box of Mac Jones jerseys, and you're going to have to burn it like those
you
Joe
will be
Hayden
burning
ones.
it probably before the end of the year.
All right, so
y'all
let's-
either going to get a
No
quarterback.
chance.
Let's get away from whether or not Connor was excited to lose Mac Jones or if Connor was excited that Bill Belichick was excited enough to trade up to number 2, which is probably something you were thinking. And now let's talk. You'll be able to explain yourself.
That's okay. Yeah, it's fine.
You guys are coming fourth in the division, though. That's what everybody's saying.
That's what you're saying.
I didn't say that.
That's what Pat Manning said.
Joining us now is a man who's going to be number one in your heart forever as a college football coach. We are so thankful that he's joined the college football world because all he has done is become a lightning rod. There's a team out there in the middle of the fucking Rockies that has had one winning season since 2005. 0 fans. And their spring game took place a week ago in the middle of a goddamn blizzard. And they had 40,000 people there. Ladies and gentlemen, the needle mover, the Hall of Famer, the head coach of the Colorado Buffalo football team, Coach Prime.
Yeah, Prime.
What's up, man?
Hey, how you got? Hey, I love the tank top. I love the tank top. You know you're one of my favorites, right? Like, because you are unapologetically you.
I appreciate that.
And your whole crew is. I love it. And when you brought my son on with you, it was over. It was a wrap. It was it. I'm all in. I'm all in with everything.
Okay, Coach. Well, we're happy to hear that. And obviously, we got to have Pac here. We are so lucky that he is just within driving distance. Obviously, you know his incredible work ethic. And this motherfucker is hilarious, Pac. Pac-Man is hilarious, Prime.
And honest. And honest.
I agree. Yeah, which we need, which you do a lot of, I think, which is kind of the misconception of people that maybe didn't know your coaching style whenever you got the Colorado job. Because the last time we chatted, I told you, I just assumed you were going to be West Virginia's head coach. And then you said, well, the AD at Colorado said, we just want you to be you and everything like that. I think he just did the most research on you. You work your fucking ass off. You hold people accountable. And you're a hard-ass coach. How has it been since you got to Colorado? And what do you feel like your team has responded well to with your style of coaching over there, Coach?
Well, it's been wonderful. I mean, the fan base here is unbelievable. You got to understand, man, to pack this thing, and it was snowing.
Blizzard, yeah.
I was thinking about, you know what, let's have it the next day. I know we're going to miss some folks because of the flight arrangements, but it was going to be 60 the next day. Or, you know, let's move it inside, in the indoor or whatever, have it. Shoot, they came deep and they came strong and they came ready, and I was so darn excited. It blew my mind. Like when I ran out there, I didn't expect that. You know when people say we sold out, but you really ain't sold out?
Yes.
It was really sold out.
A lot of tarping in the stadium, a lot of like covered seats. These ones aren't for sale for the camera.
Yeah, no. This thing was deep. They were in there. They were in that thing, and they were hyped, man. So, and when my son, you got to understand, man, I'm getting to live my dream of raising these young men, and I'm getting to live it coaching my sons. Yeah. And my daughter's here playing basketball. My son is doing the videography and the video and the social media. It's a blessing. I'm in heaven, man. I'm in heaven. I really am.
Hey, you beat the game, it sounds like.
Hell yeah.
Ninja, you beat the game. It sounds like you beat the game, and you're going to do incredible there, we all assume. And the big question now is about the Coach Prime time out there in Colorado is there's 41 dudes in the fucking transfer. 41.
Is that all?
Hold on, though. So we have a bonus content clip from season 1 of Coach Prime on Prime, and this is actual clip from Coach talking to his players the first day he's in the building, man to man, though, right? This isn't like texting or heard this or email. This is Coach Prime on season 1 bonus content talking to the Colorado Buffalo football team for the first time, man to man.
Well, my job is to replace every last one of y'all. Your job is to let me not do that. 4th and 1, who in here that we know getting it? Ain't nobody flinched. He could be in here, but if he don't want to say nothing, that means he ain't a dude. Those of you that we don't run off, we're going to try to make it quick. A couple of y'all already on there going to be gone list. So I hope that's not you. I hope that's not you. I hope that's not you. But the way it look, I can tell who it is. And I'm just mean y'all.
Hilarious. All of that, very true and hilarious. It seems like now that people are transferring, though, everybody's trying to spin it like, oh, is it working? Is it working? This has been the plan all along, I assume. No hard feelings. You just got to build something there. That's what you were hired to do.
Man, you know what's so funny about this? And I'm trying to choose my words because I'm a head coach and I can't just say what I feel. Usually I do.
Respect.
But people got to be crazy to think this just happens. It don't just happen. You make it happen. You know what you want. I don't pull up through a drive. I can't stand people who pull up through a drive-through and don't know what they want. Before I get there, I know what I want. Smart. Right? I'm not just making this stuff up as we go. We know what we want, and I don't concede, man. I don't settle. I know what I want, and I know what I'm going to get. We don't settle.
Okay, so whenever you meet these guys for the first time, and you said in that running back room, hey, when it's 4th and 1, we need one, who's going to do it? Nobody flinched. That's how I know
nobody said nothing.
That's how I know the person is not in here.
Yeah.
Because the person that is going to get it.
Nobody said nothing.
Yeah, because the person's going to go, yeah. There's going to be
I'll take it.
No, nobody says nothing. We have one-on-ones in practice. Travis and Jimmy is talking junk to the DBs, and nobody's saying nothing back. Right? We got one-on-one. We got 2 dog receivers talking junk, and ain't nobody saying nothing back.
Oh my God!
You're worried about
I don't get down.
You're a little bit worried about the competitive juices on a particular side of the ball or certain positions. We need a different type of guy in here because let's dive into this a little bit more so that people don't just say, oh, he wants people that are trash talkers. No, you want people that care, right? Because these are people that care if they're getting whooped. These are people that care what is being said about them. The people that care are probably going to work harder, probably invest a little bit more, probably going to go a little bit harder in different times. And that's like the people that you're trying to get into your building, I assume. Is that kind of the whole message here?
To compete. I just want you to compete. And give it your best and work your hardest. You have a dream of taking care of mama or retiring the dad or taking care of the family, and you're not investing in it the way that you should if that's your dream. I'm not built like that, man. You know, where we come from, you want it. You got to have it. It's no ifs and buts about it. Your goal and your vision and your desire for what you want. And that's the like-minded people that I need. Not only on the football field, in the whole program. When you've lost this long, there's a spirit of just complacency amongst the building. And I don't play that. I don't deal with that. I'm not complacent. I'm not idle-minded. I'm a mover. I'm a shaker. I can't, if I sit still too long, I'm going to fall asleep. I got to move. I got to go get it. That's the way I live. And I want players of that mindset and that thought process as well. A lot of people talk about they want to go to the pros, but they're not willing to do what it takes to get to that level. And I want those people that are willing to do what it takes to get to this level. And this ain't just happened.
Everybody wants to say they want to be a Lion until it comes time to do what Lions have to do, I think is the old poster that's in like every single coach's office that I've ever walked into. How long do you think this is going to take, this whole process, to get your people? Because obviously the transfer portal, you've been very open about it. You've been very successful with the transfer portal. I believe every time you speak publicly, I think you win people over into the transfer portal more for your program. How long realistically, now where you're at and what you know now, do you think that whole process takes to change a culture and get your people in there?
We already know what we got coming in. Y'all just don't know what we got.
Okay, good. I understand.
Hey, we already know what we got on the way here, baby. They probably at the airport right now. We already know what we got coming in. They just don't know. It's no way that I could put new furniture in this beautiful home if we don't clean out the old furniture. And that's not a shot.
I did not expect that. Hey, it's good furniture. Hey, it's good furniture. Never won any awards for any like home good stuff.
It's great furniture. A lot of people love it, and a lot of people gonna love it, you know. But that's not what we want. That's not what we desire. But the thing about it, I don't want people to think it's just the product on the field. And kids got to realize that we told them we told them often as possible. When a whole coaching staff gets terminated, who do you think is next?
Yeah, that's real life.
Like this is real life. It's no takeover in this business world that this is Barry
That's
Switzer.
Transfer portal. Wow. Oh, it's Barry Switzer. Sorry. Yeah.
Hey, it's no takeover in this business world that you don't provoke. It's not change being made. Change is being made at every business opportunity in this country. I mean, when someone takes over something new of standard, they make changes, and that's what we're going to do.
Yeah,
We're going to do that.
Yeah, you got to do exactly what you said you were going to do, because whenever you were saying what you were going to do, everybody loved the thought of it. Now you're executing it, and some people are like, well, this isn't it. We have faith because all you've done is succeed. Yeah. This motherfucker played in the World Series, and I mean, this guy, real deal here. Yeah. Real deal in almost everything that you put your mind to. I assume everything you put your mind to, and we respect the hell out of it, pal. Pac has something for you, Prime.
Hey, Pop, you know that big saying what you always say, don't dream while you sleep. Dream while you're awake.
That's right.
2 questions I got for you. Would Travis Hunter play both ways?
Yes.
And what did that gray jersey mean? Is he a specialist?
Well, I ain't got time to be putting him in the white jersey or the black jersey all game long. Okay. So we just gonna put him in gray because he's a specialist. That's who he is. He's very special because, during the game, he's just our color. But in scrimmaging, he playing defense, he playing offense, but he's out there in gray. He don't have to make the change. He's special.
My second question, Pop, I don't even think I never asked you this before. Between you and Bo Jackson, who you think?
Everything.
I don't think I've ever asked you this before, though. I've never asked you, because I know the answer, but I've never asked you what's your opinion on it. Because someone asked me this today in the office, who's the better athlete, 2-division athlete between you and Bo Jackson?
I think I was a better athlete. I think Bo was a physical specimen that was just unbelievable. Like, Bo was Bo. Ain't nobody trying to see Bo. This like ain't nobody trying to see Mike Tyson. Like, ain't nobody trying to see Bo. Yeah, like, let's keep this in mind now. Because I hooped as well. So if it wasn't for Bo, it wouldn't have been no Prime. Bo paved the way to allow these type of things to happen. So I'm forever in debt to Bo. Athletically, Bo was phenomenal. We approached it different. I was a little finesse and Bo was straight power.
Hey, how about the whole one sport specialist, to get back to that word, that kind of, it feels like, and I don't know, I'm about to have my first child here in the next month or so. I can't wait to dive into this world and learn. But I've done no research, Coach. I've done no research. I should do more. But I've heard, because I played multiple sports. I think every human that I knew that played in the NFL played multiple sports. Mm-hmm. And then allegedly there has come a time where some coaches or people that are specialists say you can only play one sport, you shouldn't play other sports. I think that
was a bunch of idiots that couldn't play 2 sports.
Bingo. That's what I think so too, right? Yeah. Well, how can you focus on one if you...
No, you want your child to be happy. And like Pac played several sports. Pac wasn't no joke in basketball, all state, all this, all that. And see, those are the type of corners I look for. Like when I'm recruiting a corner or I'm studying on a corner, I want a corner that not only could play defensive back really well, I want to make sure he could play basketball. He could hoop. He could jump. Like if he has explosion, he could jump out the gym. Pac had tremendous explosion. That lets me know he's going to run. If I'm looking at the combine, I could tell by your long jump or your vertical what you're going to run in the 40. That's explosion. So those are the type of things that we look for. When I'm giving you the analysis of what a coach looks for, people get mad, but it is really that. That's what you're looking for in DBs.
Tone has a question for you. Tone has a question for you,
Coach. In regards kind of the NFL draft and being a coach, have you had to yet, or have you had to think about yet, when a kid comes to you and tells you that he wants to declare for the NFL draft, but you don't think he's ready for it yet?
No, that haven't happened yet, but I will tell him the truth. I only know honesty, and I'm going to tell him what's best for him, not what's best for me. A lot of coaches say what's best for them because they want the kid to stay another year and help the program. I want what's best for the kid because by that time, I know recruiting him, where he comes from, the situation he's in, the situation his family's in, and what they need right now. Some people need money right now. They ain't got time to be waiting another year. Thank God there's what you call it?
NIL.
No. They don't. It ain't even NIL. Let me tell you something about NIL. That NIL is name, image, and likeness. How many kids really have value to a company in college? It's not NIL. It's the collectives is what's getting everybody paid. And you know what the collectives are? A group of money raised by boosters to give it to the players. That's what it.
Not performance based. No incentives at all. No.
No, they just give it to them.
Just give it to them.
But you got to earn it sooner or later, right?
Yeah, the whole conversation though about telling a guy he can't go to the NFL because the coach is secretly just wanting to make his team better. It's like, guy going to the NFL, good for your program, which I assume is something that you definitely want to become because that's like Coach Saban. Hey, Coach Saban, Nick's thing is like, hey, this is the blueprint. Kirby Smart, same thing. Like, you want to get to the NFL, you're going to have to battle. I assume that's the same thing you're thinking.
That's the same thing. And the only difference between me and those guys, I actually played in the NFL. Those guys are heck of a coaches. No. This is not a shot. I love those guys. Those guys are they on my Mount Rushmore. They're my heroes. I look up to those guys, especially Coach Saban, which I'm going to shoot a commercial with in another month.
Affleck. Shout out Affleck. Shout out Affleck.
Yeah, I can't wait to sit there and glean from him and get the ideas and ideologies about life and coaching from him like I do every commercial. But he is the man.
So,
but,
yeah, I think you're going to be able to do it. Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
I mean, he could go
now
anywhere.
Yeah, either. Kamani McLean, the guy that we got coming to from Florida as well. He's a dog. I can't wait to see him get on the field. We got some guys coming in. When we release the list of guys that we already got coming in, then everybody's gonna say, okay.
When?
Now,
when's that happening?
Now I see what he's doing. I see now. I understand.
There for a moment I was confused. But when's the list coming out?
Soon. Very soon.
Oh, yeah, good tease. Connor has a question for you, Coach.
Yeah, Coach, with the draft coming up tomorrow, what was your experience like? Because right now we're going through the process of, random guys moving up boards, other guys dropping off, and also just the media in general kind of bashing certain dudes depending on what they're hearing. Did that happen during your draft? Obviously not.
We were a little different then. We didn't rely on, and scouts and teams didn't rely so much on the media and what they said back then. It was, you did your homework, you know what you wanted, you went out and got it. Now, the media could sway a whole organization to a kid that may not be him. But the problem is now when that GM makes that decision, his job is on the line in 2 years. 2 years, that has to pan out. 2 to 3 years, and he's gone. Because that's the real lifespan nowadays. It's some kids out there could flat out play. And you just never know what a team needs are at that point in time. You got several quarterbacks that I can't wait to see how this falls out. I can't wait to see how it plays out because they're really good. Some of them are all right, but I can't wait to see
how
this stuff plays out.
If you had to pick one of these quarterbacks, who you like?
The kid from Alabama. He's number one. He's a proven winner. He always wins. I don't give a darn what size he is. I do not care. That kid has shown me none but poise, professionalism, and he's a darn winner.
How about two?
That would be my number one.
How about two?
The second quarterback, I like the kid from Ohio State.
That was everybody's thoughts like 3 months ago.
The kid from Ohio State.
Now it's completely.
But this is why. This is why he's getting criticized and blamed for the lack of success for the former Ohio State quarterbacks. That has nothing to do with this kid. But just do a long list right now in your mind of the former Ohio State quarterbacks, and that list ain't pretty of how they fared in the NFL.
Yeah, that can certainly be.
It's not great.
That is not a lot.
It's not great.
Yeah, it's not. Hey, Ohio State, great school. Hey, great school. Great school. Great school. Proud of everything you guys got going on over there. Coach, the big question with these draft picks, I feel like, is like everybody terms it as, do you love ball? But I think that leads to like, is this person, once they get paid, once they get some free time, once they become a professional, are they going to remain motivated? Are they going to remain focused? Are they going to be able to pick up the NFL life also alongside NFL football? Like that seems to be the big question. Now they got all these, this S2 cognitive test is now this new thing that they're taking. We talked to one of the founders, Brandon Alley. He's a doctor in psychology who was a former athlete who created this test for GMs to take. How do you find out if somebody's a dog or not, Coach? Do you have
pen and paper have never distinguished a dog between a dog. Never. It's a dog between a cat. I'm not taking a test to tell me. I don't want a kid to take a test to tell me who he is. First of all, I got several significant questions. Even though you're talking about how much you love it, give me an example. Give me an example of your love, because you gave me an example. You just told me an example. You're getting ready to have a child. You're making preparations from it. Everything you do right now is channeled towards having that child and preparing for that child and making that child life as great as possible.
Hell yeah.
That you're preparing for that. So tell me, you say you love this game. Give me an example of your love. I got time today. See, that's how I get down in my meetings with these young men. I got time today. And if your dream, it's got to be bigger than you. So who is your dream really about?
Family.
Because we have the propensity to quit on ourselves. Yeah. We really do. In some heat and some pressure, we'll shut that thing down. If we go out jogging by ourselves, we're going to shut that thing down. If we jog with a friend, we ain't going to quit on that friend next to us because we got company now. So it's several things that I want to know what constitutes that guy to make sure he's a guy. You can't detect the dog. You can't detect that by conversation. That's by what he does on the field, what he does off the field, how he is in the community, how he is at home, and how is he under pressure.
That's the thing right there, Prime. Like
under pressure,
everybody can give answers. You know, it feels like now everybody's like coached up, and some people are poor.
Oh, yeah, they're coached up.
Poor communicators. Some people are like poor communicators, though. So even if they're coached up, not going to be great. But the film says absolute player. It's like, how do you find out when the time comes that the person's going to show up?
I tell you what, man. One of the things that I love about coaching college football is the recruiting aspect, and when I'm sitting on the couch across from the families. When I'm sitting on the couch across from the families and I'm looking at, you got to understand, my guys, I've sat in all three seats.
Yeah.
I've been the coach. I'm the coach. I've been the parent, and I've been the recruit. So I kind of know what all parties are thinking. And I love the dynamics of it. I love the role that the auntie is playing. I love how the little brother is looking up at the big brother, or he's disinterested because it ain't his turn. I love the girlfriend sitting on the couch. You know, I love the mama. You know, and I asked the mama about her life. You know, what's your job schedule, mama? Well, you know, I got to drive an hour and a half to work every day. Okay, now I look directly at the kid. How you feel about that?
Yeah.
Now, see, these are the type of real things that you can't prepare those. I need to know those right now on the spot, and that tells me a lot about the kid.
Yeah, because
the film got you there to me.
Yeah.
Now, let's go to the next level, because like you're recruiting me to see if you want to come to me, I'm recruiting you to see if I want you, because this is a certain type of kid I want, and I got to have, because everybody don't click and mesh with me. I'm old school.
Yeah,
you are.
We coach old school.
You are old school.
We coach old school.
Yeah, you are old school. I don't think that is something that people know, because the flash and the, you know.
I don't think they know how much hard work goes into it. Waking up at 5 a.m., he still wakes up at 5 a.m. And his day is fucking a full day. I'm trying to tell you. And I think that's the big part from being a pro and being a coach, that he can relate more than other people. Because, of course, if you're sitting on the couch and you're talking to Deion, you're playing defensive back, I don't give a fuck what school you from or where you been. There's nothing that he can't tell you that's gonna open up your eyes and make you see the vision. It ain't nothing that he can't teach you. And the relationship, what they say, your relationship is your net worth.
Your network is your net worth.
Yeah, so sitting on the couch talking to these kids, you know he gonna grab them. So the biggest thing I would say, how hard is it for you to turn some of them down? Because I know you can't just say yes to everybody.
Yeah, but if they don't have it packed, like if somebody is an I guy walking there, I ain't talking about the team, none. I ain't talked about the scheme, none. All he want to know is what's the NIL and what's the collective, and ain't asked about the scheme or how we do things defensively. I don't want that. I don't want that. I want you to get your bag. I'm a proponent. I want you to get paid. If that's what everybody else is doing, and if that's what we're doing, I want you to be comfortable. I want you to be rich. Let's not get that misconstrued. Because if you're rich now, you don't really want it like that. If you're already rich in college, I want you to be comfortable that everything is taken care of that you may desire, if that's the case. But shoot, you this thing, man, is so short-lived. Pack, 2.5, 3 years, it's a wrap. You going pro.
Hey, real quick though, to Pac's point about like all the hard work, confidence comes from hard work, I believe. Every human I've met that's been great has outworked everybody else, and people forget that is how the people get to where they are.
That's right.
Why, there's a lot of ex-players that are great at what they did on the field, that once they coach, they're just like soft. Like they're kind of like too nice, too easy, everything like that. Why do you think you've maintained?
That's very profound, because this is what happens in college football. I believe college more so than anything. You get these ADs who interview these guys and these former players or these coaches that are great coordinators, but they're not relational and they don't know how to lead people. Great coordinators, but you got to be a leader of men to be in these certain positions. Because if you're not, these kids these days are going to see right through it, because now they're exposed to everything because of this. They're exposed to everything. They can find out everything about you. Before you walk in that meeting, they know all your credentials. And they checking you, making sure. They're looking for you to slip up and do wrong more so than they're looking for you to do right. But you got to have a leader of men in front of a group of 115 or 20 or 30 or 40 people in your meeting rooms every morning when you start your morning's meeting. You got to be able to be a leader, man. And if you can't do that, you're going to have a problem. You can't just get the brother over there to relate to all the black players, or this dude over here to relate to all the Caucasian players, or the Hispanic or the Asian players. You got to be a leader of men, period.
Hell yeah.
You can't separate that stuff.
You said 130 guys. What do you have this morning? Like 15 people in your team meeting?
No, actually we're doing exit meetings today.
Okay.
So exit meetings. So yeah.
Hey, well, congrats.
We already had exodus.
Congrats.
You know what?
Go
I
ahead.
told them this is what the media didn't listen to me, because I tell everything and they don't even understand these subtleties that I deliver.
Oh, you're saying they're missing stuff. Okay, got it. I like this. I'm a big fan of this.
I said the other day in a press conference, I said this is the genesis of Colorado football. The sold out spring game, national television. You see some guys that are really who they said they were. You see some wonderful things. But right after the genesis, if you're a Bible guy, what's the next book?
Something big and good.
Exodus.
Boom. Just like I thought. Exodus is big and great, isn't it? Exodus is big and great.
The start and the finish.
Big and bad.
Big and bad. That's exactly what it is. Coach, every time you speak, I feel like I am learning. I feel like I'm entertained. And I feel like we're incredibly lucky that you stopped by this program, because we know you're very busy. And whenever you talk about an Exodus and everything like that,
Sure.
Chris Fowler was running the sideline of the spring football game.
My man.
Ooh.
Chris Fowler, the voice of like tennis, the obviously football, college football primetime on Saturday night. I believe he's called like every major thing of all time, running the sidelines of the Colorado spring game, calling it on ESPN.
Wow.
Awesome.
You think that's happening ever at Colorado?
Nope.
I don't think so. So congrats to you on the immediate success
Thank you, man.
and the growth of the program. Also, congrats on breaking news.
Yep.
We are lucky to announce exclusively here. This is an announcement.
Let's go.
First time right here. Season 2 of Coach Prime.
Let's go.
Has been greenlit by Prime Video. The upcoming season, now in production from Smack Productions, will follow Coach Prime as he begins a new chapter in the storied history of Colorado Buffaloes football. Stay tuned for more on Coach Prime and his new team later this year, only on Prime Video. The reason why this is written out, I don't read good, is because this literally came through right before we went live. This is actually breaking news.
Matter of fact, I just got it right before you guys.
Congratulations.
Let's go.
That's awesome. Woo. That's a big deal.
I appreciate it. We're going to show you everything. That's what I mean when I tell people I keep receipts. It's a camera everywhere. So we're going to show it.
Smart marketing, man. They did that Drive to Survive, or what was it?
Formula One.
Formula One thing, and it just got huge. They do the full swing thing with golf, it gets huge. They put anything on Prime that's documentary based, it gets huge.
Oh, yeah.
People learning more about your program makes them like it and respect it and appreciate it more. It's only going to do good things for Colorado, which means it's only going to do good things for your entire organization. Congratulations. We appreciate the hell out of you.
Thank you, my man. Hey, I appreciate you. I love you guys. You keep it 100, man. That's why I love you, because you keep it 100 and you don't give a darn. I love it.
It's got me in some trouble, though, Coach.
That's all right, though. Hey, God would never let you get into something that he can't get you out. Always remember that.
Amen. Hey, Exodus, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, Coach Prime. So Exodus is
That's the bad one, I believe.
Oh, shit. So Genesis, I thought that was like the seeding, like the birth. I thought we were doing like this was the start of it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then after that, you're like some of his players, they had to exit.
Yeah.
Oh, so
That's
he was
what he
calling
said.
back the 41.
Yeah.
Oh, got it. So that was like a seesaw comparison.
Right.
So all the
As
good
opposed
stuff.
to a birth comparison.
There you go.
Yeah,
Spring game,
the spring
Genesis.
was the Genesis.
Okay.
Now
you
the
have
fallout of people wanting to transfer is Exodus.
Oh, okay. So I thought this was like Genesis is like the beginning, like, hey, here's the start of like 40,000 people at the spring game, everything like that. Here's the start. So I thought that next chapter was like spring.
Get
like,
even better.
Grow, like keep doing that. You're saying it was like
Little setback.
pros, cons.
You gotta get the little negative C's out of here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean,
It's like April showers.
you just gotta get the negative things out for you.
In
so you can
Genesis,
keep perishing.
men commit sins and are punished,
Yeah.
but there is not yet a concrete set of rules for them to live by. In Exodus, people explicitly defy the word of God. Ethical responsibility become stronger.
Holy
so in
shit.
Genesis, they were certainly fucking up, but morally, none of them thought there was even a fuck up possible.
Sure. They weren't as bad as Exodus.
You know me. Us, you, me, big Exodus, Genesis guys.
Yeah, we're big words.
I'll tell you what, I didn't know if he was expecting me to fucking answer that question.
Which
was he, dude?
Which I knew an answer wasn't coming.
Bro. Because, he does speak very well. There was 3 times he stepped on him. I thought it was over because he's delivering a message. He's letting it sink in.
Mm-hmm.
He's just letting that kind of dial in.
Yeah. Think about it.
And then I'm like, okay, do I go now or is he going again? It's tough on Zoom.
Yeah, you never know.
It's tough on Zoom. Tough on Zoom. So then once he starts going, I go, all right, I'm out of here. We listen to what we're talking about.
With Prime too, because he'll give a bar.
Because he's a pastor, really. He know everything.
Yeah, so he's throwing that message, and then he's waiting for everybody to boom, boom. Because there's some people that are bobbling it.
Yeah, exactly. You need to
Boom,
sit with it for a second.
Yeah, and he's like, all right, you got it, caught up, cool. Another one.
Yeah.
And actually
stepped on it a couple times. When he asked that question, I'm like, this is one of those pauses. He's just letting and then he's going to answer. And then it got to a point in my head like, oh, this is uncomfortable. He's looking for an answer from me right now. Wild. How do I get out of this one? I know nothing about this. But I didn't want to disrespect him because he is a preacher. Felt like we got through it pretty well.
We did.
I was very wrong.
And he was talking about guys coming in. There was a recruiting alert as the interview was going on that Houston running back who scored 16 touchdowns as a true freshman in 2021 is pretty much projected, pretty much almost a guarantee to go to Colorado. So I assume he's got some other guys coming.
When's that? He said one person's name. Was that the person's name?
No,
the kid from Florida, he said?
So he said
another Travis Hunter, he said, is coming.
Yeah, playing both sides.
I'm quite sure. He told me the other day that he got 40 or some kids coming in. I forget how many it was.
Is that a
It's
source?
more than 30 or 40 kids that my sources. My sources says that, he got like 40 kids that's coming in, and my sources said 10 of them are 4 and 5 star.
Bet you they're probably better than the 40 that left.
Oh, hell yeah.
If I had to guess.
So one winning season since 2000. Oh, fuck. We didn't ask about the film. Damn. Because whenever we saw that people were complaining about not getting their practice film, I played football, very lucky to play football from the years like 2003 to 2016. Okay, that's when I played football. That was when I was in football culture. I don't think I've ever heard anybody that would expect their practice film ever to be like made outside of the room.
Yeah, to get you recruited.
Outside of the building. I'd never heard that, but that became a story because like 41 people, I might be wrong, I'm saying. And there might have been places that I don't know.
I've never been in not one organization from college to, I went to college 2002, retired 2019, I think, 18 or whatever it was, 18 or 19. Not one time where I've been in a practice when they say, you can have that film. Nobody's giving you their damn film.
Yeah, you got an iPad now to watch film.
And they turn it off. You leave here and you leave with that iPad, boom, I'm going to erase it right now. Like, you don't get no fucking film. So then somebody can go look at all of the calls, all of
Not
the
just
defense.
you. There's other things in plays that are happening that people could potentially get. But in the world that we're in, with how much is already out there, I wonder if that has changed. That's why I'm prefacing this with like, I've never been around a situation where it's happened, but it felt like publicly with 41 people in the transfer portal, and then one of them saying like, the coach at CU now doesn't even say his name.
Yeah.
Didn't even say his name, Coach Prime. Won't let me have any of my practice film to send to these coaches to go to another school. It's like, in my head, I was like, I can see how that would happen. But
Right.
I do see how that guy's in a situation that's kind of shitty. But if you're getting recruited off of practice film, they might as well just go back to your high school highlights.
Yeah, where are you going?
Right? Like, you might as well go
Where's
back
your game highlights from?
Yeah.
to what your high school highlights. I don't know. We do not know the game, though. I'm not a fucking coach.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Never will be. Happy Prime is, though. He seems like he's going to be an incredible coach. Season 2, that's breaking news. Literally got put, ZD Baby had to print it out and send it to me. He said they just emailed this. Breaking news, Season 2, Coach Prime on Prime Video. That's a good relationship. Coach Prime.
Prime on
Great.
Prime.
Prime on Prime.
Match made in heaven.
It does feel like it.
Yeah.
What else do they have? We saw they have that, I saw a Twitter account over there.
Of
They have a
Prime?
24-hour.
Sports Prime?
Yeah, they have a nice like 8 to 8 sports lineup programs like
On Prime?
Yeah, on Prime Video, I believe.
Have you, so you go into Prime. I've used Prime to shop on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
It's a game changer. I also just discovered Amazon like 2 years ago.
Me too.
Shit.
Us too. Yeah, I think we all kind of just came into the Amazon world, this experience. And there's a reason why Jeff Bezos is on the yachts that he's on and doing the things that he's doing. And I won't buy the Commanders. I'll buy the Seahawks in 2024 when the owner doesn't have to pay a tax for selling it too soon or whatever to the state of Seattle. It's a $73 million tax that she would have to pay to Washington, I think, with the way everything is kind of built, I think. The owner of the Seahawks currently.
Wild.
If she was to sell now, not that she is, we're just saying this is what was being reported, until after some spring of 2024, and then that $73 million, if that was the sale, would come to her, I think is the report.
Back, okay.
But Bezos, like, nah, I'm not going to buy that. I'll buy, I guess I'll just buy this one.
Go the home one.
Like that is who Bezos has become. It makes sense. That fucker's easy.
Oh yeah, simple.
Is it not?
And now
That
they're
is-
expanding into all the stuff like Prime on Prime and other shows that they're making.
That's what I'm saying. How does that work? Is that on there or where?
Yeah, I believe it's on there under the sports tab because for Thursday Night Football.
So let's say I want to go buy some J's on Amazon.
Yes.
Okay, which is possible. You can do that.
For real?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because StockX and them are on there.
Okay.
So they're on. It's an up fee though. Like you're paying.
Costs a little more.
There's content on there too on
Yes.
that app.
Because you can just search like on that same app. You can just search like, let's say I wanted to rent, and I never would, but let's say I wanted to rent Black Adam. So I could just type
What's
in.
your problem?
Just because I've already seen it. So I would just type
Nah,
in.
but the way you said it was as if like in a different way.
Well, I never rented.
Black Adam was a great movie. That's the brother of Shazam.
Yeah,
It's
well,
brother
it
Shazam.
lost hundreds of millions of dollars. But if you type
We don't
in
know if
Black,
that's true. I
if you
mean-
type in Black Adam, it'll pop up right there, and you can like rent it. It's basically like an on-demand.
On your phone right there?
On your phone. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Prime Video.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's a game changer. Then like that's if you were,
Time
let's say
watch
you had
Thursday Night
something to do
Football.
on Thursday or next football season, you can watch Herbie and Al Michaels on there.
And Dude Perfect.
And I don't know.
And LeBron.
I think so.
Braun with the shop when they do that once or twice a year, yes. Although I think that was Maverick Carter. I don't know if Braun was actually on
I
there.
think
with
Braun was on there. One with Jalen. I think.
Oh yeah, you're
Braun
right.
was on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
He
Jalen
he crushed it too.
Yeah, Foxy was.
Of course he did.
Yeah, he was so good.
Hell yeah. I watched him the other night play basketball.
Oh yeah.
And we're in the playoffs right now, so this is LeBron's time for like 20 years straight. Who cares? He's always here.
Maybe.
Always to the finals. That's kind of what he does.
Man.
In the conversation from the LeBron haters, and I am a NBA casual. I've become a Phoenix Suns fan because I love the fucking city of Phoenix, and that team has dogs on them.
Oh, yeah, a
I
lot of
love
them.
watching. I love Kevin Durant as a human.
Yeah.
That interview with David Letterman was fantastic. Yeah. Made me like him even more. I like that he trolls people on Twitter. Like the human that is Kevin Durant, I appreciate because he's not how people would hope that he would be.
No.
Everybody would want him to be just like fucking boring. This guy, just
Bland.
do your basketball
Yeah.
and move on. He's not. He's in the streets on Twitter.
Yeah, he's the best.
He's better than you are.
And
He
Nick's about
outside,
his
yeah.
burners.
Yeah, he's outside. He's high as fuck, too. Like, he is just living. Like,
Very good businessman.
massive fan of Kevin Durant. He's on that team. Devin Booker. I mean, that guy's a dog. He was in a little bit of a beef with Bad Bunny. Who,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, guys, I like Bad Bunny. I'm a big San Benito fan.
He crushed
I love
it.
everything he does at WWE. Can't wait to see what happens at WrestleMania Backlash down there in Puerto Rico. But he was beefing with him. And Chris Paul is like one of the best businessmen to ever play sports in the history. So it's like, I like the Suns as a team just because probably going to end up living there. And also the team they have right now filled with people that I love. Before that, though, I follow LeBron.
Sure.
Okay? When he went down to Miami, hey, let's go Heat. I learned about the Heat.
Yeah.
This guy who's been the next one since he's 12 years old, who has somehow been able to live up to the hype, which makes no sense. Mental toughness will never get talked about. Has he fucked up? Of course. Has he said dumb shit? Of course. Has he done dumb shit? Of course. He's been in the public eye since he's like 13 years old, and he's been able to kind of just maintain this entire thing. So I watched him the other night, and the haters of LeBron always say, oh, here we go again. They're going to blame LeBron's team for why they weren't able to win. Okay, that's what everybody says.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, LeBron never has a good enough team, even though, he went down and did the Heatles and everything like that. But at Cleveland, he didn't have a good team around him, allegedly. LeBron could, you know what I say? I say LeBron couldn't win one. There was a 4 to 5 minute period that I watched that game. LeBron dominated the game.
Yeah.
We're talking defensive end, offensive end, driving, having like 4 people on him, dishing it out to somebody I'd never heard of, and then they would just throw up a brick, okay? Then the other way, LeBron gets a swat, dribbles down, spin move shake, 3, 4 people around him. LeBron passes it to somebody wide open. What? seemingly in their spot too, because they looked as if they were in a fucking video game, like they were Ray Allen, elbow like locked, pass hits them, bam, right in hand. Almost a fucking air ball. It goes back down the other end. LeBron with a steal, he takes on 3 people, does some weird ass fucking layup, another steal, like 3-minute period.
Yeah.
He took over, they had 2 points. And it was like, because every person that he got literally a wide open shot for could not make the shot. And in my head, I was like, this team's not good enough for LeBron to win. And then I immediately thought like, oh no, we are saying the same thing we've said for like 10 years. Austin Reeves comes on the court and it's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, he's awesome.
LeBron's getting out of Austin Reeves' way, passing the ball to Austin Reeves, ISO, let this guy do whatever he's got to do, shake it. It's like, if Austin Reeves isn't balling, I guess they're kind of fucked. Is that kind of the case?
All I heard out of you during that conversation was that, again, when the pressure was on, LeBron didn't take the shot and he was passing it to guys that he
Well, yeah, 3
You
people
didn't watch
on
the
him.
game then, Tony.
was
He
just gonna
literally
say, Evan,
sent the
you
game to
said you fell
overtime.
asleep.
Yeah,
He had the winning shot.
6
Yeah.
seconds or something
Evan,
like
you
that.
said you fell asleep.
Yeah, I
okay?
saw the highlights, all right?
I watched the game, and he also buried a 3/4 length shot to win it.
Yeah, that was sweet.
Yeah.
Half a second afterwards.
The real problem is just like football. Who cares if you're not winning the Super Bowl? They're not going to get past the Suns.
No chance.
So
Which is why I led off with that. Like, hey,
Yeah, like that's the thing.
the Suns are the team.
I ain't gonna count it out. I got LeBron and them going. Nobody even said they would make the fucking playoffs. Let's think about this. Midway through the fucking season, Bron ain't playing. They got the worst record in the NBA. There's no way they're gonna make it. No way they're gonna make it.
played
Well,
really
fuck,
well.
we made it. And guess what? Nobody thought that the Lakers was gonna beat Miami. Guess what? We are 3-1 right now, and we about to send I said Lakers, Miami, Memphis ass home.
Well, Jaw hurt his hand.
Yeah, cool. But if we can get AD, if some kind of way LeBron can have a fucking conversation with AD and tell him to pull his dick out and play with his dick down, we would be A-okay.
Hey, we need a little bit
That's
more.
just what we need, man.
Hey, we need a little bit more moxie here, AD.
Yeah.
A little bit more confidence, pal. He did swat Ja to lead to the game-winning 2-second late Miz at the
Yeah,
All-Star
but
game.
he scared me half to death because he was on the fucking sideline, like playing with his hip. I'm like, bro, you need to get back in the fucking game. Do
Anthony?
not try to act like your hip is hurting because we really need you to finish this up.
Hey, I'm on your side.
glass.
LeBron took 2 charges. 38 years old. LeBron James. This is like when Sidney Crosby was the instigator for the Penguins, the enforcer for the Penguins, and the only talent on the Penguins. It's like, hey, can't have your best guy also be the one that's doing all the menacing shit.
It's not good.
LeBron took 2 charges late in that game. Jaws ass hit him in the face. One of Jaws ass hit him in the face while he's taking it straight down. And another one he took, he got like caught up. He flat backed that fucking thing. It's like, that should not be LeBron James doing that. That is not who should be taking a charge. But he's out there doing it.
That's a problem, but it's a good, like you mentioned, it's good that he's doing that for the team. I used to not be the biggest fan, but he kind of won me over when he invented Taco Tuesday. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that's what I did say. He said some dumb shit. He
And
has.
Migos.
Well, and then also he wanted to sue Coach Saban there for a little bit for the locker room content or the barber, the barber chair.
Godfather's his favorite movie, but he's never seen it.
How do you know
We
that?
don't know that's true.
How do you know that?
You don't know that's true?
How do you know? How do we know that all this stuff isn't true? Like LeBron probably did say that Kobe was going to score 70 points that night.
And he did say that Austin Reeves, this guy's going to be something.
Yeah,
First
exactly.
practice.
He did say
See,
that.
He knew Migos was going to be good.
You guys are just writing Mark all over your own forehead.
Let's get to a break.
Hey, I'm someone who grew up hating him, and then over these last 5 years, it's impossible not to be like, okay, yeah, he's the greatest player ever. Like, you have to respect it.
Oh, you said he's better than Jordan?
Yeah.
Oh, love it. Damn, Connor, we finally agreed on something today.
Finally. For sure better than Jordan.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not even hedging your bet there and
No.
saying 2 different basketballs,
No,
2 different eras, nothing.
because that's not even for me, like the entire story. It's just like Rodgers and Brady. Brady's the greatest ever, and Rodgers is the best ball thrower ever. Michael Jordan might have been the best player in the finals ever, but LeBron James is the greatest basketball player as a whole ever.
I like that.
Well, of course you do, Pac. You're
LeBron James.
wearing Jordans.
Yeah.
Those are good shoes.
Hey,
Jordan's got
hey,
great shoes.
Got Jordan flip-flops on.
Yeah,
day
you
you're not with
have
him.
to take those off.
Hey, those are nice. Those are nice shoes. Greatest shoes ever.
How come you're not wearing LeBron?
Definitely the greatest shoes.
How come you're not wearing LeBron's?
LeBron's shoes are a little tight on my feet.
Me too. I got fat feet. I can't wear them.
Crappy ass.
They got great shoes.
Shout out to, I think Kevin Durant's shoes are comfy.
Yes, they are.
Zion shoes are.
They're like Hoka's,
I probably wouldn't buy a pair of those.
Because they needed a bunch of.
I'm just saying, not nothing.
Why? Because they're for fat people?
No, they're like
Don't be such.
That's what I thought he was saying.
they're like good couch sitting shoes. Like you just sit down all day when you're wearing them.
I don't know. I'm
No,
just saying
Sal
when
said
they
complete opposite,
designed
actually.
when they designed his shoes, they wasn't designing them for little guys like me.
They also weren't designing them to be moved in or anything like that.
What? Yeah. Yes, they were. You should
They
see
said
the
Zion.
bounce.
They said
that I-
Zion. How do you want to
get to a break.
design? He said, "I'm just gonna sit in them all."
Let's get to a
You
break.
guys make slippers?
Zion's going to be back. Okay.
Yeah, I
Zion
agree.
did not try to sign up for an Uggs deal
I
for
wouldn't
slippers.
buy a Zion shoe. He
I
don't
did.
play in them enough.
I did buy them.
He'll absolutely
did?
be back.
You ain't hurt your. That's how you hurt your knee.
The Papladius? I'm worried about my Papladius.
question.
It's all the way back, I think. But will it go at any moment? We don't know. We will go because we have AJ Hawk on the other side.
Here we go. And he's down bad right now.
Why? Because he wasn't even part of the Instagram?
Not one.
That was crazy.
Not the post or the story. And I know he's super bummed.
In cowboy boots. Oh, no.
Get
Bang?
going.
Fuck. Come on, Pack.
Yeah, here we go.
Let's go.
There it is.
Oh.
The boots added like an extra layer. You got to change your shot.
Yeah, I got to. Yeah.
Bang.
Boom.
Yeah.
Because you're higher.
Just had to calculate a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I hit the top on the first one. It's like, bro,
Well,
the
you
angle I'm shooting, I'm 6'5" right now.
Exactly.
Cowboy boots are awesome. You Cowboys got to figure it out. What are we going to wear? We're going to wear these boots and make us 6 inches taller. What's that for? Just because we can.
Perfect.
Those are called stilts, not this. Look, they're fucking snake skin.
Trying to ride a horse.
These things are the best.
And they're clean.
And they're comfortable.
Yeah, they look great.
Look good.
And you can slide and dance very well on flat spaces.
Yeah, if you have to, you can boot, scoot, and boogie. All right, be a friend, tell a friend something nice. Take 5.
Bye.
Hello and welcome to the special investigative report. Much has been made in the media world on the life and charitable donations of the man Pat McAfee, especially lately with the rise of the ever-popular Pat McAfee Show, a show that in his own words, stinks. We thought it privy to dive into the inner workings and machinations of this tiny business, this small regional show that has reached international discourse. We sat down with the suit himself, Bruce Brown, to figure out what, where, when, why, and how they're able to give away so much money to the viewers of this incredible program.
So yeah, when you enter a Pat McAfee Show giveaway or win a FanDuel merch picks contest on Sunday, essentially, the entire hashtag will be downloaded into an Excel file and the winners will be randomized within that. And then we do a quick scumbag check, basically click on the profile and make sure, you aren't a robot or blocked by Pat. And then it'll be transferred over to Dirty Gertie, who creates the Winner Wednesday graphic, which then runs on the show each Wednesday in a commercial break. If you win over $599, we're going to need your email, or you can email giveaways@patmcafeeshow.com. If it's under $599, all we need is your cash tag. And if you win merch, obviously we need your size, address, and what you want from the store. Usually I'll just reply to you on Twitter. If you have any questions about any giveaway, whether it's cash that you either are waiting on or merch, you can just reach out to me on Twitter or email giveaways@patmcafeeshow.com. Please give us about 1 to 2 weeks to sort out your prize. That's typically how long it takes. But again, if you have any questions, just reach out to us.
We reached out to PMI's money man himself, CFO Phil, for an on-camera interview. Regretfully, he declined the segment, but he did give us the salacious, juicy details. In an email correspondence, CFO Phil replied, $2.6 million year to date. Too much money.
there you have it. $2.6 million given away, a pissed off CFO, and a show that quote unquote stinks. Good night, good morrow, good luck, and good fortunes.
Hey,
What?
let's go! This show fucking stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it.
AJ, you never cease to amaze me with your toxicity, pal.
Got a couple of these?
God damn it!
What the fuck are you doing?
Foot Boston.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome. On this Draft Spectacular Week, Wednesday, April 26, 2023, Hour 2 of the program starts now. Stumbled over 2023. We're already rolling way into it.
We're almost halfway through.
It's April 26, 2023 already, and we're one day before our 4th annual Draft Spectacular, as we will be live right here in the Thunderdome as the first round of the NFL Draft takes place tomorrow night. We will start at 7:30
Okay.
Eastern Standard Time, because actually 7:35 Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, there it is.
Because we have a 15-minute Foxy Flick brand new vlog of last
Okay,
NFL
Foxy.
season for us as we launch this new NFL season with a new era of NFLers trying to achieve the dream of making the NFL Hall of Fame, trying to achieve the dream of winning a Super Bowl, trying to achieve the dream of being in the NFL. That all starts tomorrow night. Now, before I introduce the great cast of humans I have around me, I have to address something that just came to my mind. I said everybody that gets drafted wants to achieve the dream of being in the Hall of Fame. Anthony Richardson saying that he knows he's going to be a Hall of Famer someday has somehow become breaking news. I hate to break this news to everybody about breaking news. I would assume every motherfucker that goes into the draft tomorrow night is planning on going into the Hall of Fame. I would just assume. I'm not 100% sure, but everybody's going in there with pretty good confidence. I don't think there's going to be a lack of confidence tomorrow night in the first round. I'm thinking that there's going to be a lot of it. But I seen the NFL post this, like the actual league itself, and I want the NFL to know, like, hey, everybody that gets in there thinks they're going to go on to be the greatest that they've ever done. There's some guys, I guess, maybe second round, third round, fourth round, fifth round, sixth round, seventh round, that think to themselves, I just want to make team. If I just have a nice little cup of coffee in the NFL, I get a chance to pay off some bills. I play in the, that would be sweet. But first rounders, I think they're all planning on being the greatest that has ever done it at their position, because they're basically being set to the expectation that they will do that whenever they get drafted in the first round. We wasted our first rounder on insert name of player here that every fan base has and will have forever. So good luck to Anthony Richardson and all the other guys that get drafted tomorrow night on their quest for an incredible NFL career. We're pulling hard for all of them.
Hell yeah.
The Toxic Table is here at Boston Connor, the icon Pac-Man Jones filling in for Ty Schmidt, who had 2 ear infections yesterday. We think he's getting better. Tomorrow night's a big night for him. We love you, Ty.
Love you, Ty.
Don't die.
One half of the Hammer, Dahn. Cowboys Tone Diggs is here, and joining us now, ex-friend of Aaron Rodgers, a man who's a college football national champion, a Super Bowl champion, an Ohio champion, AJ Hall.
Yeah.
What's up, dude?
What's up? Prime was good.
Jeez.
Coach Prime was a great conversation. I believe there's already been some breaking news since our show with him about some recruits that have maybe flipped from going to one place out of the transfer portal that are now heading to Colorado. So it appears as what he was hinting at is starting to kind of unravel and kind of roll out. They're going to be okay over there. Are you going to be okay over there?
What do you mean? With what?
The whole world's seen it.
He's in denial.
The whole world's seen it. We've all been so lucky to kind of witness this relationship.
What Con Man? Oh, I heard Con Man before. Yeah, and Con Man sent a text. It is funny. The people you surround yourself with can skew your perspective at times. No question. Con Man put something in there. Oh, sorry. I didn't look at Aaron's picture thing yet or whatever. Yeah, and then Con says, oh, hey, I didn't look at it before you put that text in there is what I'm saying.
Call me Colin.
3 seconds after it happened. And then I was like, I didn't think about it. And then all of a sudden, Con's doing this, and I got pissed at Connor. Not at Aaron. I was just pissed at Connor the whole time. And I'm like, oh, this shows you, like, so Con, let's just say you have a girlfriend at some point, and she says she doesn't mention, like, hey, you didn't mention our 6-month anniversary from the day we had our first date. Like, do you get upset if she doesn't post?
Hey, look, AJ, 6 months is different. You've been friends with this guy, allegedly now, I guess, for 15, 20 years.
To those that did not see what happened in our group text message last night, which is what AJ's alluding to, Connor brought to the forefront of the group text last night. Aggressive text to the group text, I thought. You know?
What?
Aggressive text to the...
Condolences.
I didn't think so.
Just at the moment, a lot of emotions running high.
Yeah, I can
okay,
tell
a lot
now.
of emotions running high. After
With
Aaron
what?
posted on... Was that okay? Is everything all right?
With what? Last night there was emotions running high?
Can we just talk about the group text, please, and let everybody know what we're talking about? Last night, Aaron posted publicly a big thank you and how much he loves Green Bay and everything like that. On Instagram, you get 10 photos.
That's right.
That you can. Now they fuck with the ratio and the proportioning.
They screw that.
Why don't they fix that? Just fix it. I'd like to post more photos, but because of the weird shit that you do from one photo to the next one, I have to all be in the same format. Like, come on, bro. Like,
Zuckerberg.
Figure it out. There's 10 of those photos Aaron posted with teammates and friends and loved ones and big time memories and ex-teammates and everything like that. AJ was not in there.
Nope.
Okay? AJ was not in the photo. Then you look at Aaron's IG story.
That's the kicker.
You look at Aaron's IG story, no AJ on there.
And there are a lot more than 10.
Another 10, 15 guys. And I will say that the only reason why I got to see that is because you sent it in, because I do not follow him, because he does not follow me. So, AJ, seems like our Instagram relationship with this guy may be up in the air. But how happy are you that your friend, or ex-friend, if you'd like to address that conversation,
please,
is now a New York Jet, officially in massive smile this morning when he walked in the building?
Well, yeah, it was good to see him. Funny to see him walk into the facility for the first time with the Jets hoodie on. But no, like, out of, how Connor, his advice and how he's doing, I'm going to have to disown him as a friend if he didn't acknowledge me on Instagram, right?
Well,
I'm not saying
it's a real 2023 thing to do if you want to be like that.
This is like the NFL. Whenever somebody erases somebody from their Instagram, it's real.
Mm-hmm.
That is not what happened. You did not get erased. You're still on there. Hey, that Kentucky Derby photo where you're holding a thousand cigars and you're putting your hand out like this in between somebody's shoulders, for whatever reason, still there. But how do you feel about Aaron? Honestly, that had to be an emotional night, an emotional post. Whatever you thanked everybody at Green Bay, the people around the building, her nicknames were in there: T-Bone, Red, Eric,
The Rock.
all the people in there. That's an emotional time for him. And then the next morning, he has the owner, Woody Johnson, dapping him up when he gets there. Yeah. He has Robert Saleh with a clean, boom, clean pop. Nate Hackett and he see each other for the first time, long time, we would assume. Even though he was in Malibu, I guess, 40-some days ago with that guy right there, big smile. Welcome to my building. Who's this guy, AJ? You know that guy?
I don't know. It's a Jets guy, right?
He's like a trainer.
Seems like it. I don't know who he is. But anyways, this has been probably a roller coaster the last 12 hours for Aaron. What are your thoughts on it?
I mean, I'm sure he's probably it's a weird feeling for him. He's been so many years in the same facility, same place, obviously different coaching staffs over the time. He's worked with some different people. But, yeah, like whole new facility. How do I where's my locker? Where do I take a leak? All of that thing. It's all new to him. He hasn't had that in a long time.
Also, has to I feel like he probably feels like he has to prove himself to so many new people too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, this is how equipment manager's going to ask him, like, hey, what do you like to do? How do you go about doing it? Aaron now is going to explain his day, what he likes, what he doesn't like, what he hates. He's probably going to have to explain why he doesn't like some things. If that's all happening, it's like, it's. I don't want to say, because we had a little Jesus talk in the first hour.
Yeah, we did.
We had a little Jesus talk in the first hour with
about
Coach
the books?
Prime. He asked me a question. I got it wrong, okay? Consider my Bible trivia for today 0 for 1.
Get the next one.
Get the next one.
But it is a rebirth for Aaron out there. Every relationship, every new beginning that could happen. Like, hey, anybody you might have had a little indifference with at the building before, even though you had a great relationship with them, you could start anew, literally. Brand new training staff, brand new everybody, chef in there, brand new coach. Like, it is, what a moment, man. That's like a pretty cool thing I think he's probably enjoying the hell out of.
He has to, and like everything the Jets have, like their facilities are awesome. Everything about it. The players obviously are very welcoming. It seems like already, but he has a presser at 2:00, doesn't he? That should be interesting.
39 minutes. It'll be on NFL Network. Can't wait to hear what he has to say. In the background, as soon as you walk in, you saw Joe Namath. What's that? 1960.
62.
What is that? That's
Before
long.
they threw the football, right?
That's a long time ago. What year is that? Honestly, what year was that?
I don't. Was it the 60s or 70s?
I have no idea.
No clue.
I know it's in black and
we
white.
should know this. We should know.
It was in the 60s. Good. We were right. We were right.
69.
Brain was 69. Okay, almost 70. So that's why we were where we were.
Yeah.
If he wins over there, he's a king forever.
Yep.
Yeah.
Forever.
Forever over there. And I can't wait to see how it goes. Can't wait for the press conference. Joining us now is a man that every time we get to chat to brings great vibes. He doesn't know this, but there was actually a conversation on two people that we are very fortunate their people wanted to come on this particular show. Hey, do you want this guy's available to conversate or whatever if you like? He's like, oh, we're a big fan. We like that guy. Never talked to that guy. We got to same exact time.
Yeah.
Who has free time? Charles Davis.
Yeah.
And they say, hey, listen, what do you want to do? And we said every single time CD comes on a program, everybody's vibes are lifted. And after the show ends, we talk about how great of a fucking guy this guy is.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, he'll be covering the draft on NFL Network. He's an absolute dog in the booth for CBS, an absolute voice of Madden. Ladies and gentlemen, Charles Davis. How are you, bud?
I'm doing great. It's great to talk with you guys again. And let me just get right to it. Joe Namath, mid-1960s, drafted. Can you believe he was not a first-round pick with the Cardinals? Just kidding. It's the St. Louis Cardinals, and it's the New York Jets. And they asked him when he signed with the Jets, there was a big thing about his signing bonus being a pink Cadillac like Elvis had. And his owner, Sonny Werblin, who was like one of the kings of the celebrity owners, right? He hung with Joe. He took him to Broadway, the whole deal. Joe figured it out very quickly. He was made for New York. They're like, Joe, did you get a pink Cadillac for your signing bonus? He said, nah, I got it. He said it wasn't pink. It was green, jet green.
Oh, nice little promo. It sounds like
Joe Namath. He knew what he was doing, and it was 1969, beating the Colts. And if I'm not mistaken, no MVP votes for any New York Jets since Joe Namath.
Okay. Hey, thank you for all that information, Charles.
So Aaron is in a prime spot now to fill that void that Jet fans have been feeling since they beat the Colts in that Titanic game.
Yeah, we heard you the first time you said they beat the Colts. We could just say they won and that whole thing. I get it. You know what I mean? Different city at the time.
Hey, they were Baltimore.
Bingo.
It's different deal. Baltimore Colts, and remember, they were in the NFL then.
Yeah.
AFC.
Joe, though, still the guy. Hey, they need something. Joe's the guy. Joe's the guy. Aaron has a great roster around him, has a great situation to take over an entire city that just so happens to be the biggest market on earth. Good luck to him. Good luck to them. Good luck to the people getting drafted tomorrow night, which we can't wait to chat with you about. So obviously everybody at number one says Bryce Young, except for Will Levis to close family and friends, allegedly via a Redditor, okay? We don't know how true that is. Will might be saying that. Is Will telling the truth? We don't know, but it's assumed that Bryce Young's going there. Then number two is where all the rumors start cooking up, Chuck. So then it's obviously from your draft, draft, Mock Draft 3.0. We appreciate you doing that. From all your information. You have Will Anderson going down to the Houston Texans to kind of, rekindle an Alabama relationship with DeMeco Ryans. Why do you think that and not all the other storylines? The Patriots are going to trade. Will Levis is above C.J. Stroud. Who cares, you're saying? Will Anderson's the guy. Why do you think that, and what happens from there, Chuck?
Pat and AJ, at some point you have to shut it down and make a decision, put it on paper, right? Because we can be chasing the smoke like crazy. We should all be in firefighting school, all right? Working with the mask right now, trying to go through the smoke to figure it all out. I just kind of came back to that and said, okay, if indeed the smoke's true, no quarterback, Tyree Wilson's kind of been the name put there, that his traits are the deal. Last year, Jacksonville took the traits in Trayvon Walker. You remember who went second? It was Aiden Hutchinson. The performance was there. Will Anderson is this year's Aiden Hutchinson, and Tyree Wilson is this year's Trayvon Walker. So I went with the production from college this time with Nick Caserio as the GM. But I'm not going to lie. At 4:47 this morning, I sat up in bed and said, they got to take a quarterback, don't they?
Have to.
I'm thinking here.
They've
got to take a quarterback.
But they're not, allegedly. Is that because they're trading? Yeah. And they're getting Mac Jones as their quarterback? I mean, there's so many stories out there about that number 2 overall pick. I'm excited to see how it turns out. I think there's a lot of fireworks in store for tomorrow night. Go ahead, AJ.
Charles, what about that number 3 pick? What, you think the Cardinals are going to listen to Kyler Murray and try to take a tackle there?
I think that they would like to get the tackle, but not at 3, AJ. I think they'd like to get out of 3. I think their phone is wide.
How far back?
If they can get out of 3 and move back and still take the tackle, Paris Johnson, they would love that. But at the same time, got to have a dance partner. Who are they coming up to get? Is there a quarterback that they absolutely have to have? Would Tennessee really make that kind of move from 11 to 3, as has been rumored? Does Houston actually bypass it too and make another move with their 12th pick and come back and get a quarterback? I don't know. But you're right. There's so much smoke out there, but I don't think they stick at 3 if they can. They want to get out, find a way out, get someone, and get Paris Johnson later because you've seen their roster. They need players. All right, one good player is terrific. They need a roster full of them.
Agreed, and there's a lot of teams that are feeling that way. That's why a lot of people are thinking that there's going to be a lot of trading back. So anytime there's a lot of trading back, that means somebody, Yeah. All you need is one GM or 2 GMs to be like, all right, everybody else hates this place. We can go at least find something that we like. There seems to be no definite this at this position, no definite this at this position. Feels like it's scattered across the board. Traeger told us yesterday that he has somebody potentially going at 10 or 25. And if you talk to teams, it's like, yeah, it could happen because of the way it's kind of scattered. Is that an abnormal thing for this draft versus years past? Or is this standard, we just don't know it close enough and we're a bunch of dumbasses?
No, you're not dumbasses. This is
well,
abnormal.
Chalk,
you know that.
Chalk, maybe.
Right? This is abnormal because think about your relationship with Aaron. Aaron Rodgers was either going at 1, and somehow he went at 24. If you're considered to go at 1, how do you go at 24? That's abnormal. That's not a year that it happens. That's the same thing happening here. Think about it. Let's look at running back, Bijan Robinson.
There we go.
Easily one of the top 3 players in this draft, if not the top player in this draft. Yet we're trying to figure out who takes the first bite. Is it going? Listen, when I started to do my mock, I put him at 6 to Detroit at first. Then I thought Atlanta at 8. I've ended up putting him at Philadelphia to 10.
Yes.
And if I were Philadelphia, I would race there and make that happen. That's how they win ball games. That's their DNA. This guy, look, you can say he's Saquon Barkley in recency. You can say that he's Edgerrin James. I say he looks like LaDainian Tomlinson in a lot of ways. I would go grab him and never look back. And last thing, if Will Levis was staying in college, could he get an NIL from Reddit after what happened yesterday?
I know, right? Reddit would be a great. They got a lot of cake over there. A lot of landscape on the internet. I don't know how much AI they have for sale, Pack, but there is certainly a little bit of cooking over there. Tone has a question for you, Chuck.
Charles, so at the beginning of this thing, a lot of people were saying that Jalen Carter was the best overall player in the draft, and then the off-the-field stuff happened, and then it was like, is he going to even go in the first round or what, top 15, whatever? It feels like Waters kind of found its level here. You have him going at 5. Do you see him potentially even going any lower or higher than that?
I don't know about higher, but I could see him going lower. And right now, I'm hearing all this. Speaking of smoke, guys, put your mask back on. Seattle, potentially not taking Jalen Carter and thinking cornerback. Think about that now at 5.
Okay.
That could be the next. That smoke that's billowing now. All right. So Jalen Carter doesn't go there. Does Detroit want him at 6? Right. Las Vegas at 7. I think Chicago at 9 is about where that fits. Matt Eberflus getting defense going. Remember, when we started this whole process, he was going to Chicago at 1 if Chicago doesn't trade out. How funny is it after all these twists and turns, he could still end up in Chicago just going at 9 instead of 1?
It would be crazy because, remember, he wouldn't take any trips outside the top 10, and everybody just assumed he had a safety net at 10 with the Eagles. Then Daniel Jeremiah said the same thing you did about the Eagles, like, get Bijan Robinson. This guy's a blue chipper every single year. It's just a running back position. Feels like the Eagles are sitting in a very good position. A lot of things have been projected to go their way, and, of course, they've been in the Super Bowl already. So good for them. They get the Jalen Hurts deal done, too. They're able to keep Darius Slay. They're going to have options at 10, it sounds like. Good for they've been through a lot over there in Philadelphia. Good for the Eagles. Pac-Man has a question for you, Chuck.
Chuck, my question is about the DBs. I see you have 2, I think, going in the first round. I think maybe 3 will go in the first round. What's your order with the DBs? Who do you like the best? I see how you got them on here, but I don't know if you got them just because of the teams that are picking.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. Christian Gonzalez is one of the easiest mover of the cornerback position. But I've got my most trusted defensive back guy tells me take Witherspoon, Devin Witherspoon. He's the best one. So Devin Witherspoon, Christian Gonzalez, Joey Porter Jr. I'm going to tell you guys, I know he weighs 166, 170, but I'm crazy about Emmanuel Forbes from Mississippi State. He has no problem throwing his body around. He takes the ball away. He goes in the other direction. He's matched up with these best receivers in the SEC for all these years. He doesn't back down from anyone. I think he's in play. Somewhere around 25 with the Giants could be. Then you've got Cincinnati's that's going to take a look at it. This guy's got an opportunity to go in the first round, even though he looks like a number 2 pencil right now.
Hey, it's all right. He can grow into that. There's protein shakes, right? I mean, that's what people take. I think just now, because of how sweet you look, okay, you look sweet right now. One thing you know, the headset is plug-in, old school.
I look like I'm DJing right now.
Yeah, exactly. It is. But I didn't even know you're at a world famous. I started piecing that thing together, little Wheel of Fortune right behind your head there.
It?
Yeah, so Arthur, Brian, go full on that?
Yeah, Arthur.
What is
Arthur Bryant's barbecue, man?
Let's
World
go.
famous.
How was it? What do we get? You just get a bag there, right? How's it work? How does the whole thing?
I'm waiting till the end because we're doing a little media thing here. And so at the end, because otherwise, you know what the next shot would be. You guys would have it up on the show, and it would be funny as heck because I'd be like elbow deep and barbecue sauce dripping and the whole deal. And, of course, a full mouth. Talking like Vince Vaughn in Wedding Crashers when he's knocking down the wedding cake.
Hey,
so
good movie.
That's just what we don't need.
Great movie, Charles. Great reference there. Have you hit up a bunch of the barbecue spots out there? Isn't there a bunch of them?
Just got here last night, so there's still time. I'm ramping up. We're going to start here at Arthur Bryant's. I'm telling you, all of them are going to be taken advantage of, though. Jack Stacks.
What?
Q39.
What?
And then I've got to find the neighborhood one, the hole in the wall that's not a chain. I've got to find one of those before I get out of here.
Somebody tweet Charles Davis a hole-in-the-wall barbecue spot that he can maybe get it directly off the grill in somebody's backyard.
Family owned.
Hell yeah.
Like Dreamland in Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Hell yeah. AJ, your question for Charles.
Charles, let's say Bryce Young is going 1 overall. What kind of rookie season does he have in Carolina?
I think he has a pretty good one because I like what they've done, AJ, in the offseason, trying to shore up the team. I like where they've gone with Ejiro Evero as their defensive coordinator and bringing Jeremy Chin back as a producer on defense, not just using him as a high safety. He'll be all over the place as a hybrid player. I just like the direction of that team. The defense was good anyway. They've got to get it figured out at quarterback. Running game has been taken care of. Miles Sanders has come to town. I just like the moves that they're making, and he is an adult in the room, and he's going to play accordingly, I do believe, right from the word go.
Charles, obviously there's a lot still going around with these QBs, and some guys might fall. Who knows what's going to happen at the top 5? Do you think that there are teams kind of like the Vikings, maybe the Saints, who have these later picks that might be thinking about, if a Levis or a Richardson drops to 10 or 11? Do you think teams, even though they already have a quarterback on a contract, that they'll trade up to try and get their QB of the future?
I think if they get in range, it'll definitely be considered, because I think what you're saying is right on point. Remember, throughout this process of all the mocking, speculating that we're doing, how many times did you see Will Levis's name in Minnesota in 23? How many times did you see Minnesota for 23? Recent days, we've seen New Orleans gain a little momentum, even though they signed Derek Carr. Some other people are saying maybe another quarterback for the future. I think they have to be in range, though. The wild card for me is Washington at 16. I know people are saying Ron Rivera has to win now, new ownership. He's trying to win now with a quarterback who's played one game in Sam Howell. So how is that much different if he goes against a quarterback for the future? What if it's a Hooker? What if it's a Levis? Who knows? So I think Washington could be a wild card in that quarterback sweepstakes.
We just saw Hendon Hooker post a video of him doing his first drop back since his surgery. Nice. He's unbelievable. I got to learn a lot about him this past year on College Game Day. We went to 2 Tennessee games. I'm a massive fan of his. I can't wait to see if a team takes a shot after an ACL surgery. It's 2023. Mm-hmm. Technology's good enough.
Yeah,
here he is.
fine.
Look at that. Boom. Dime.
Perfect.
He's ahead of schedule, guys. I think he's ahead of schedule. And this is not a redshirt year coming up for him with the knee. He's going to be ready to play sooner rather than later. And I have to say this. You guys both played. I don't see a 25-year-old quarterback who's a rookie going into the huddle with a bunch of grown men like you being an issue.
Hell yeah.
I like a 25-year-old coming into my huddle who's maybe ready to play a little more mature, because you guys are putting those groceries on the table and feeding families.
Hell yeah.
Okay, you don't have time to wait. So
Hell
25 years old, not a detriment to me when that kid brings the maturity Hendon Hooker brings.
Dime, let him, no problem. Charles, we can't wait to watch you on TV, brother. You're the best. We appreciate you calling us from Arthur Bryant's world famous Val. Oh, you know what I mean? 2 of them there. We can't thank you enough, ladies and gentlemen. Charles Davis.
Yeah, Charles.
Hey, thanks a lot, guys. Great to see you as always. Appreciate it.
Hey, what are you getting there? What are you getting? We getting some ribs? We getting burnt ends?
Ribs, brisket, burnt ends, whatever they bring, I'm rolling up the sleeves and knocking it down.
Do you do the plain ass piece of bread too? Why do they do that? Why? What is the?
Oh, you talk about the white bread.
Yeah,
the
why is it?
Bread.
Why are we taking up any space with that? No opportunity. Here's our.
All it's doing is sopping up the sauce, man. That's all it's doing. Sopping up the sauce.
Oh.
There you go. You sop it. You don't want to leave it. You want a clean plate
soup.
when it's all over, Pat.
It's a soup. Got it.
Yes.
Got
Stop it up.
We appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen. Charles Davis.
Yeah, Charles.
Can't say he's got good meat.
Got some of the best in the world, right?
Yes.
Think about that meat in your mouth over there at Arthur Bryant's. It's world famous meat in your mouth.
So many hole-in-the-wall places you can go get meat in your mouth too, man.
Yeah, plenty.
We'll start taking some calls on the Fire Energy phone line. How good do you feel with that?
Sitting on it.
You felt
you
so
set
good.
me up. He mentioned hole-in-the-wall places, got me thinking early, and then that's all I could think about.
Yeah, remember the old studio? There was a hole-in-the-wall place right behind you.
Yeah,
that's
put
what
your
you're
dong in there.
Yeah,
I didn't say that.
We know what you're talking about. Hole-in-the-wall, Charles. We know what you're talking about. Trying to get that glory barbecue.
Jeez.
We'll take some phone calls on the Fire Energy phone line.
How do you think he would have responded to that, by the way? Sorry to cut you off. How would he have responded? Do you think he would have picked up on it?
Hey, Charles, what AJ's talking about is a glory hole. Is that where you're headed right now, Charles? Are you going to a truck stop or what?
He's so nice.
Such a
nice guy.
Always making jokes.
Such a nice guy. There's no reason for us to bring that into his life. He's just trying to live a nice, good life. There's no reason for you to bring your toxicity.
I didn't. That's why I waited till he was off the show.
Bro, he had that was awesome. I haven't seen that in a long time.
Is he like doing a radio show from there or something?
No, this little media thing. This is the media thing.
Oh. Really? I thought he meant like they were gathering with people from the NFL or something.
I don't know. Is he doing a press junket?
I believe the whole NFL network is in that building, and they're just doing like random media hits.
Call Rap. Can we call Rap? You think Rap's in that place?
Has to be.
Rap is eating his barbecue right now if he's there.
Yeah, instead of the barbecue thing, he's just got real thick whiskey in there. He's just shooting it all day. Where are you getting the fucking? Why are you so drunk, dude?
He's definitely getting the bourbon. He's bourbon glazed for sure.
Absolutely. Probably pull his in the barbecue.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, smart.
He spoons it.
Yeah.
He spoons it like
Just drinking sauce.
his booze, anything he can get.
Like that other
Does he really like booze that much?
Yeah.
It's his job. His job is literally just. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is a guy who's in Kansas City, but not with the rest of his teammates at the NFL Network, Ian Rappaport.
Jeez. Yeah, Rappaport.
No barbecue?
All right, why aren't you at the barbecue spot?
What's up?
Why aren't you at Arthur Bryant's world famous barbecue?
Barbecue is a lunch thing, but I'm trying to eat a little bit healthier for lunch so I can eat as much as humanly possible for dinner, which I've done the last couple of nights. So I'm having a lighter lunch today.
Congratulations.
Hey, boy,
Hey, we're proud of you. That type of discipline is not something you have displayed in your career, really.
Well, I would say starting this week, it's kind of, it's a new year, so I'm kind of, or whatever.
Hell yeah. Rebirth.
Nice.
Just like Aaron.
Yeah.
Just like the Exodus. Hell yeah. A lot of Bible today, Ian. I mean, we've been living in it. Any news? You hear anything?
What do you want to know? I got all sorts of stuff.
You tell us.
What would you like to know?
What have we missed? What have we not talked about that you have? You think?
I mean, Aaron Rodgers is about to get interviewed as the Jets' new quarterback. That's kind of cool. He's going through a physical right now.
2 o'clock press conference. Had that.
What was
It's
Lamar's
going to be on
tweet
NFL
about?
Network. We had that.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
AJ, didn't we have that?
We do have that, yes.
Yeah, we had that.
Nice. Let's go. Thanks
We're
for
on
tuning
Instagram,
in.
but
Lamar signed yet?
What was Lamar's tweet about?
yeah, D-Hop get traded to Baltimore. That's why Lamar tweeted SpongeBob.
I do not get that sense. I do not think that is correct.
What's it about?
If there is something going on there, I do not know it.
Come on, Ian.
But I
Feels like he's
What
trying
did
to
he
find out.
sell the TEG? Did he sell the entire gym? All of the ones?
Yeah, maybe the entire gym is sold out.
That'd be cool.
Mark
Okay.
Jackson Entertainment.
Anything else? What about Bill Belichick trading up to 2, take the Houston Texans spot and give Mac Jones to the Texans?
That would be quite the draft blockbuster. I don't foresee that happening, but anything is possible. I actually need to make a call right now.
No, yeah, you got George. Ladies and gentlemen, you're right.
Yeah,
Thank you,
yeah,
buddy.
yeah.
We just wanted to see if you're at Arthur Bryant's. Wow. He's a good guy.
Not a team player, though, if he's not there.
Well, he's not eating. That's probably their lunch.
Yeah.
I'd assume that's like, hey, we
The
ran-
luncheon.
Yeah. So
Good, good business. Renting out a place for lunch for their employees.
Smart.
Very nice.
That's good business.
You think they rented it out?
Maybe.
That's what
Very loud.
Sound like it.
A lot of people there.
They could have
so-
just been there.
Oh, you think they just said, we'll pick up the tab, give us the reimburse. We'll reimburse lunch at Arthur
No,
Bryant's?
I'm not saying they didn't pick it up, but they could have
Sounds
easily
like
said,
they
hey,
said that.
20 of us go there. We don't have to rent the place out.
Let's go to the phones. Let's go to Dayton, Ohio. Dayton, Ohio. Jay, what's going on, pal?
How you doing, fellas? Keep it moving.
All right, sweet.
Good. Just had a quick question for you. Which you think would be more difficult to predict with on the eve of the draft spectacular, the first round of the NFL draft or an entire March Madness bracket?
Wow. Jay, great question. Good proposition. Definitely March Madness being more difficult. With that being said, something's going to happen tomorrow night that none of us could have ever thought or fathomed. Which is March Madness, I guess. That's the madness of March. So I can see how there's comparison. I think that was a good little question there from Jay over there in Ohio.
It is. It makes me wonder. Do we know anyone in the past that has gotten every pick right in the first round? Like not only players, but like the teams and everything. All the
Mick got like 4 right?
Yeah, he got 4.
Yeah, got 4 right.
Schrager had a lot, but I do think Jay Glazer has gone perfect 32 of 32.
This year is going to have to be the first to go 31 of 31.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
This might be that.
Good
Easier
point.
this year. Easier this year to predict.
Yeah, Schrager
This is your
says
year.
he has 28 players. He just doesn't know where.
So Schrags might.
Yeah.
Great question, Jay. We appreciate that type of stuff.
Impossible to guess like an A.J. Brown trade, though. Like, how would you ever know that?
Yeah, and or Hollywood Brown.
Hollywood Brown.
Nobody knew that was going to. Something's coming tomorrow that's massive. I cannot fucking wait. We'll be live 7:35 Eastern Standard Time. Foxy Flick right into basically an interview with Chris Ballard, who's the Colts general manager. And then we're off for however long the first round is. There's a lot of shit being set up for it.
Yeah.
We can't wait to celebrate the new draft class of the NFL. So many Hall of Fame hopefuls, so many bust probables. But good luck to them all.
Yeah.
Good luck to them all.
All going to be Hall of Famers.
Speaking of good luck, all of them are going to be Hall of Famers.
Yep.
All of them are going to be Hall of Famers. We talked about it a little bit there with Ian. He had no answer for us. What was up with Lamar Jackson's tweet, do we think? What was going on? What did this
I
mean?
assumed you guys knew what this meant.
So it means he's happy, I think. I do believe he is thrilled is the proper description here. So much so that it's like, not an overwhelming, ridiculous happy. It's just like a genuine joy.
Yeah, it's almost like I know something that you don't know smile. Because he's like...
Oh, smirk.
Because he's smirking a little bit. And that's not actually how SpongeBob's face looks. Normally it's centered out. But in this, his entire face has gone to the roof of his body. You see that? How that...
I took that so different. I took that he was so high right there.
Okay, maybe. That's what I'm saying. There's a chance.
Possible.
There's a chance Lamar was incredibly
hot.
Uh-huh.
Like, yes.
After testing?
Pac-Man at the beginning of the show 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, bingo.
Just gone. And that's why his face was lifted. Makes sense.
Okay.
Once you start piecing some things together.
Well, what are the bottles in the back behind SpongeBob? What are those?
I might be drinking dope.
Yeah.
He might be drinking dope.
Are those bottles or bongs?
We don't know.
Yeah, I can't
like
see
a
the
bong.
We don't know. Yeah, he might have been smoking out of some of those things. We never know. Some people have had to make Gatorade bottles and cut a screen out there. Here's the actual reaction.
Ooh. See? Boom.
Oh.
It's like, what's that? Oh, hell yeah.
Like he just
he
blow
does
it out.
Something.
Interesting.
And then the emoji is kind of what you also have to look at because the emoji is a much different face than the GIF. Yeah, he's blushing. So now, are we thinking that he's blushing because he just got an incredibly generous offer from the Ravens?
Or did he just get a brand new jet ski?
Okay.
Did
car?
Did rumors say somebody might be landing?
Yeah.
Oh, you're saying D-Hop.
Yeah.
Maybe being traded to the Baltimore Ravens. Oh, that would make a lot more sense if it was something like that, AJ.
Is that happening? Should we see that here shortly after the Aaron Rodgers press conference?
I don't know, but normally draft day is when this all happens. I do wonder.
Or tonight.
Okay.
Whoa.
A lot of stuff happened the night before the draft.
Is that punditry there or insider there?
No, that's just me saying, like,
punditry.
A lot of punditry, yeah. A lot of stuff happened before the draft.
Day of draft, though, too, also.
Sure.
Massive cooking. And I was going to get into this. A lot of these stories that we talked about a little bit have just kind of been put on hold until draft. Now, Aaron just wrapped up yesterday. It is draft week, draft spectacular week. That's good news that it did that. But, like, maybe the NFL says, not a bad idea for our draft day to be just...
Exactly.
Unreal.
You know what I mean? In that one per club meeting, they're like... hey, draft day, we've kind of like taken it over. It's become like a real thing. 20-some million. I think the Warriors the other night had 7.7 million average viewers. That's a playoff game with Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and everybody in that. The draft, which is a bunch of college kids pretty much that haven't even been in the NFL yet, although they're all massive names, that is drawing huge ratings. The NFL having these splash trades. That Hollywood Brown trade not being known by anybody happening on draft night. Such a good just impact into society as a whole. A trade just happened and nobody's heard of in 2022. How's that happen? Like, I don't want to say they're colluding and saying, hey, let's load up day one of the draft with news. But because draft picks are involved in so much shit, it kind of ends up being that way. Round one of the NFL draft is fucking electrifying.
So sweet.
It is.
They're doing it right, moving it to Thursday, prime time, all of that. It's absolutely makes sense why they're doing it. And also, same reason, like they don't want the number one pick, even if let's say they're working on a contract with Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers. The league, ESPN, everybody, they don't want that getting out. They don't want that being known before the draft.
So let's talk about what led us to this entire conversation. That big news could come out tomorrow from maybe the Baltimore Ravens. There's a follow-up tweet. Odell Beckham Jr., who's a member of the Baltimore Ravens, said, book 'em!
Huh. Whoa.
I mean, it's D-Hop, right? We were in this.
Yeah, because book 'em is like book 'em a hotel or a house.
Yeah, booking
What if it meant
the show.
Lamar?
Yeah.
What if it meant Lamar?
What if it meant their book, like going into their books?
Okay.
Yeah, give him a contract.
Yeah, like bookings. Interesting. I mean, we shall see. Something's brewing in Baltimore. Something's brewing in Baltimore. But the next 24 hours, we got to know, should be electrifying.
Oh yeah. Tomorrow night takes over too because it's like the first round of the NHL NBA playoffs still, so people care but not universally watching one game, and the draft feels like draws all people to that one spot.
A lot of gambling over the draft. Tone, there's some real odds type movements that have been happening. Where are we at right now? Who's where, who's what, and what's the big notable ones?
So I think it's interesting that Tyree Wilson is now the overall favorite to go second. Which is kind of surprising to me. That's come up here lately. Number 3 is actually Will Anderson.
CJ Stroud is plus 550 to go number 2 overall.
Hey, how many times has this changed, though, over the last 48 hours? How many?
A billion.
10.
So much.
10 times.
From this morning it changed.
Bro, this is like
So
this.
it'll continue. It's just gonna continue to change and change.
Yesterday, Levis was the favorite to go number 2 overall. A couple days ago, Stroud was the favorite to go 2 overall or whatever it was. The thing that jumped out to me this morning was that Levis is minus 1,500, which for people who don't gamble, say there's like a minus 1,500 never happens in a normal game. That'd be like the biggest favorite of all time. Like
It's a Harlem Globetrotters versus the
Exactly.
Washington Admirals or Generals.
It's almost, as far as gambling is concerned, a guarantee. Like the books are basically saying that's almost a guarantee that Will Levis goes in the top 5, which is still shocking to me because, I don't know, what was it, 1 week ago? That wasn't even being talked about. Not even 1 week ago. 3 days ago, that wasn't being talked about at all.
Yeah.
But isn't this all just them trying to get
Yes.
people to throw money at different people? It's not because they're hearing things, right?
Potentially, I mean, they don't want to lose their ass. So if they hear information, they're certainly going to score it that way.
I reached out to a bookmaker who said there was some respected money coming in on Will Levis in the top 5, number 1, number 2, whatever it has to be. But then it could also be them covering their asses where they do have to change the line so they don't get too much liability on one player if it does happen. So they try to deter the market from putting more bets on them.
My sources just hit me and said Bills and KC. My sources said
says
that something might happen tomorrow. Well, something definitely gonna happen tomorrow, tonight or tomorrow.
Really?
Oh,
But my sources.
That's for D-Hop, I do believe, if we are reading the room right.
What's the Lamar stuff?
Yeah, the not
What's the
Baltimore.
book? Is that big Lamar's deal?
That would
That's
make
what I
more
thought.
sense.
Or Lamar's getting traded.
No.
Booker.
Yeah, OBJ saying.
Well, Dell
book him.
said, see ya.
Oh, you think
Book a new quarterback.
he said book him new.
Book him a flight out of town.
Oh, out of town.
Oh, Sean Payton.
You don't think it's coming
Buck
into
him.
town? Yeah. Okay. So that's okay. So Lamar got a deal. That's what it sounds
That's awesome. Good for Lamar.
like. Unless our source says don't know, right? Because there is a chance that that's the case.
Yeah.
Because I do believe Aaron was getting coffee when this whole thing went through with the Jets and the Packers. Is that accurate?
I guess that's what the word is.
Yeah, AJ doesn't know.
That's how it all came together. Yeah, I don't know.
And we know that because he was not part of the Instagram.
Yeah, I'm so bummed for him.
AJ, he doesn't even
really
follow me, bro. I don't know what I did.
Why can't? So if he doesn't follow you, you can't follow him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just out of principle. That's not like a thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
What are you?
Okay.
Yeah. What are you? Yeah. Of course.
If it is the Lamar deal, though, shout out Jalen Hurts for getting Lamar to not take guaranteed money because he said, guess what? Money's cool, but you're going to win fucking champions.
Listen to fucking Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
That's a good point.
They are listening to Jalen, I do believe, because they had to get some comps, not in that particular fashion,
True, comps.
but they had to get some comps there to figure out a market that's maybe where Lamar would be.
You're right.
So the fact that Lamar is able to utilize that as a blueprint comp and a negotiating tool. Like, hey, this has just happened here. This is 2 different. Now, I could go with Deshaun.
Or he could say, hey, fuck you, buddy. Why in the fuck did you do that deal?
You think Lamar not happy with Jalen's deal?
I don't know. I'm just assuming.
Yeah, we don't know. We honestly have no idea. There is a chance that him and his mom, who's representing him, and I assume there's others in the team that are doing the whole thing, but him just saying, we've been holding out.
Why the fuck would you sign?
Jalen, why we've been holding out for this whole thing. We now is the time.
You screwed me.
You do this, I do this. We get Joe Burrow to do this. We get Herbert to do this. We change football forever. Look, our next deal is going to be guaranteed because of this entire thing. And then you just go wandering in and say, give me whatever you want to give me. 170-something million. Oh, okay. I don't know if that's the case. That's awesome. If that's the way he's looking at it from a business sense. But also, if he ends up with $170-some million guaranteed, hell yeah, we're all very happy for Lamar Jackson.
Not bad.
AJ.
Yeah, and get him to free agency once again before he's 30 years old, basically.
Yeah, Connor?
Well, and that's like the one, because we say, like, hey, that's a great comp. You know, Jalen Hurts, he's been to a Super Bowl. Maybe Lamar can see that. Like, that's probably why he's getting a deal done, because Kyler, you know, he probably doesn't see too many comparisons to himself because he's had a lot more success than him. And, like, even Josh Allen might be a similar contract that he would want. But in a new market, Jalen kind of setting that, Lamar might be like, okay, fine. Like, Jalen Hurts, I can see at least.
Let's go to Ontario, Canada on the 5 Energy phone line with a guy named Dave. Good day, Dave. Hey.
Hey.
How's it going, boys?
Keep it moving.
Keep moving, eh? Keep moving.
Keep moving, hey. Love Canada.
Yeah, I just wanted to. Thanks a lot for having me on. You guys are amazing. I just want to say, why does everyone think Zach Wilson is going to be so much better now that he's got Aaron Rodgers when he already had a Super Bowl MVP and Joe Cool in the building with him, and Joe Cool told him to go fuck himself.
Amen.
Dave, do we know if that's what he said? If Joey Footsteps said that to Zach?
I'm pretty sure that's what the tweets were saying.
I'm pretty sure. All right, Ontario, that's north of New York?
Yeah.
That's Toronto?
More north I'm more north of Detroit for me.
Okay, what's all in Ontario? Is Toronto Toronto's in Ontario, right?
Toronto, Montreal.
Yeah. Windsor?
Windsor,
I'm 2 hours from Toronto.
Windsor also in Ontario?
Yep.
Edmonton?
Yep, I'm an hour from Windsor. Hour north of Windsor.
Edmonton's left.
Oh,
I think
Yeah, that's way out the other side, bud.
Hey, pal, way on the other side.
What's
pal.
that about?
Hey,
Learn your Canadian geography.
why don't you learn your provinces, dude? They're not states, you fucking imbecile.
I know
Thank you,
Calgary's
Dave.
on the East Coast.
Oh, here we go. So you're next to Winnipeg, eh? I didn't know that.
Winnipeg.
Oh, there's Ottawa.
Holy shit. Ontario's huge. That goes from New York
Yeah,
to
we're pretty
Minnesota.
Oh,
too bad you don't have
My
Manitoba.
cousins go on over border pretty quick. From
What part of Ontario are you? Are you Minnesota,
Legally?
Ontario, or Toronto, Ontario?
I'm closer to Toronto, Ontario, right in between Toronto and Windsor.
What town?
London, Ontario.
London, Ontario. So he's
London
down
town.
yonder. He's down there. Kingston? You didn't care?
Oh, good town.
Sean
no, that's
Kingston?
north.
Kingston is north of you?
What?
You bought Big Trout Lake?
Zed, he's down
Keep
here.
going down.
Right,
Keep
down
going
right,
down.
Zed.
Between Toronto and you.
Oh, there's London.
Oh, by
Go
the
left,
Algonquin
go left.
Provincial Park.
Down left, right there.
Hamilton, London.
There we go.
it is.
Oh, hey.
You're basically in the
Nice.
There
States,
you
Paul.
are.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, the
Hey.
London Knights, great junior team, Paul.
Almost a
Paul,
citizen.
you go over to Lake Erie. You guys own half of
killing
that.
it this year.
You
We're
a
about
Hamilton
to-
Tiger Cat fan?
No, I'm Argos fan.
Oh, it's farther away. So did you know that
Yeah.
you guys own half of Lake Erie? Do you guys go out there and just say, this is our water?
We claim all the lakes to be ours.
Whoa.
Oh, that's not
Wow.
very Canadian.
Lake
They're
Michigan.
Oh,
They're not yours.
Erie's in America.
They're not your lakes.
Michigan's in
It's a wall
America.
up.
They
Yeah.
don't make maple syrup in there.
Listen, we don't. Whoa.
You can have
Gee.
Lake Ontario.
All right, man. We appreciate you for watching.
Is Mississauga like the Mississippi of Canada?
Yeah.
It probably has a river going through it, I'm sure.
Yeah, a bunch of riverboat gambling there.
Where do we hang out at here? Do you fly into Toronto Pearson there?
They have an English.
Where's Trudeau
fly
live?
Where
Yeah.
does Trudeau
Trudeau's
live?
up in Ottawa.
Oh,
Ottawa. Where's that at? That's in
I believe it's
Ontario?
I believe it's in Quebec.
That's in Ontario.
Oh,
Just
it's not-
north,
there it
north.
is. There it is. Bottom right. Ottawa.
Ottawa, right next to the Algonquin Provincial Park.
Yeah.
Bottom right.
Bottom right.
It's almost Quebec. I was close.
There it is.
Boom.
Right next to Montreal.
Hey, they speak English in everywhere but Montreal.
Oh, yeah.
Do you speak
yeah.
French?
Not very well, no. I didn't have to take it in grade 9, thankfully. I'm a bit dyslexic, so I got a loophole.
Okay, well, revoir. See you later, bro. We appreciate you so much, Dave.
Yeah, David.
Thanks a lot. Have a great day.
Well done.
Well done.
That's thanks. It was
Oh,
a
yeah.
different language and
And in reverse.
dyslexic.
yeah, I felt pretty good about
That
that.
was next level.
Yeah, I mean, I did take French in grade 9.
Me too.
What was his question? Oh, Dave, we love that guy. Zach Wilson, how's he going to learn from Aaron? We don't know, bro. We just assume another good mind, one of the best of all time, being around him. Osmosis, he'll pick up something. But nobody's banking on Zach Wilson to have meaningful football next year.
No.
Aaron is a Iron Man type player. That's a real deal. A lot of people make fun of him for whatever you want to make fun of him for. There's a lot of people that have their own thoughts. I believe he is truly just a fucking hippie. Like, he's just a hippie that happens to be incredibly smart and a good football player. He wears that cotton chin strap.
One strap from 1958.
Dude, he takes massive shots.
Huge.
He takes He gets back in games. I mean, he's old school football player.
Dog.
And I think that dog, absolutely. That's why that 65% thing is like so interesting, because that would be a decision that would have to be made by the Jets and by Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
If they get to a point in the season where it's like, hey, this isn't working, right? Which I guess would be the only way. It wouldn't go from a 2 to a 1 unless something freak happens to Aaron, which never fucking happens throughout his entire career. It's like, that would be the only way it doesn't go to a 1, right, AJ?
Yeah, I mean, the only time he really missed significant time, he had that collarbone. He broke. He had surgery on that. I don't know how many years ago. I'm not sure even how many games he missed.
18.
Was it? Yeah, I don't know. But
Abnormal.
That's the only problem. He's going to play 65% of the plays if he stays healthy. That's right.
Bingo. And if he stays healthy, they're going to win.
If he stays somewhat healthy, he can still miss 6 games or something and still get 65%.
2017, it was 7 games that he played.
Yeah, and then also 2018 maybe last game of the season.
Yeah.
Against the Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
He played 2 plays. That was a bummer.
Yeah, Patricia got him.
Yeah, but there's that sweet, sick trick play.
Yeah, Matt Prater threw a touchdown. Corner of the end zone.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. In Lambeau.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. You
No
remember that,
big deal.
AJ?
Of course. Yeah, I thought that gave Patricia an extra 5 years on the staff, I thought. But
30-0 or something. What was the score of that game?
Yeah, it was something like that. It was one of the best games I've ever seen. But that was the same old Lions. We got the new Lions now.
Oh, speaking of new, you know about the brand new Pirates? I didn't think we'd be talking about this right now, but we're about to end an hour, so that's good. The Pittsburgh Pirates are the brand new Pirates. They are the BNP.
Oi! Oi! Oi!
Playing in PNC.
Oi! Oi! Oi!
Leading the league. Just paid a guy.
They're fucking Brian Reynolds. What is it, 8 years, 108, 110, somewhere around there. Last night they were up 7-2 on the Dodgers.
Let's go. Walk in the park.
They did end up losing that game, but
what?
They got relaxed. They got comfortable. They gave a contract. The boys were boozing. What do you want?
They wouldn't ever even be up 7-2 on the Dodgers before.
Largest contract in franchise
so it's a moral
history.
victory.
Yeah,
moral victory. We're celebrating a contract, dude. What are you talking about?
Baby steps.
You know what? Actually, now
L.
I remember reading about this. McCutcheon had a bases loaded and he popped out.
No, he actually had 3 RBIs. K.
No, but
I don't need
that's
you
what
saying
happened.
what you just said, how you said it.
That's what happened. Oh, you're talking about Dolphins are 3, Dolphins are 3, Dolphins are 3?
That wasn't me saying that. I was just trying to get him to clarify.
That. No, it's you.
I was talking to Kazim Famuyide, okay? I was trying to get him to clarify what he was saying.
Yes.
And he said, Patriots at 4 in the AFC East.
Kaz is a great guy.
I like Kaz. Kaz had a great appearance on this show.
He did great.
Last phone call here this hour. Do we want to go to the Mississippi or Mississippi?
Ooh, the Mississippi.
Let's go to Kurt in Mississippi on the 500 phone line. Kurt, what's going on, pal?
How's it going, guys? Keep it moving.
Nailed it.
So I had a question now. So how do you guys feel about Taylor Jenkins saying that the Grizzlies are immature and then Ja and Dylan Brooks missing the interviews the last 2 games? You think they can pull it back around and come back and win?
Now, you follow this closer than we do, although we do cover sports, so we heard this. Didn't the team basically say we're too immature around that whole Ja Morant situation, like the day before?
Steven Adams had a players-only meeting, and he was like, hey, we got to cut out all
We're
this
too
shit.
mature. Like, hey, our team is too immature.
I did not see that.
Yeah,
I saw the Kyrie Irving tweet this morning where he was saying that Taylor shouldn't say that in the midst of a playoff run.
Okay, so I respect Kyrie going to bat for whoever he thought was offended at that particular time. But I think what happened was Steven Adams, the day before Ja Morant got into all the shit that Ja Morant got into, and those pictures were released, and that certainly did look like a good time.
They're having
that
fun.
night, they had I assume that was an evening that will go down in the memory books for all of them.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody in there is probably talking about that night for a long, long time, just from the one still shot that we saw.
Yeah, look cool.
Good times.
The floor was filled.
Yeah, and it wasn't lava.
So, anyways, I think the day before that, Steven Adams said, hey, we can't be doing the shit we're doing. We're too immature of a team.
Yeah.
We got to tighten up. And then that happens. And then one of the storylines was like, everybody on this roster smacked Steven Adams right in the mouth. No respect for Steven Adams. He said he needed to. So I think that's just kind of an overwhelming take that they're kind of an immature team. This Dylan Brooks guy, I thought he was going to be it. I thought he was going to be the guy. I loved it. I poke bears. I'm like, that's a great line. How has nobody said that? Like, what do you, don't poke the bear? He's like, I poke bears.
Well, he ain't been poking it hard enough. His ass been quiet these last 2 weeks.
That's what I'm saying. I had so much hope for him. When he
Does
said,
his team like him? Does his team like him, though? That's what I'm trying to figure out. He's like the guy that everybody else hates, but you love him on your team. I can't figure it out.
I don't know, because it seems like he's one of those guys that in the locker room that's, I don't know how do I put it. He just seems like the police. Put it like that.
Whoa.
He's one of those guys you respect him because of the game, but he's not a guy probably that you fuck with.
But hold on real quick, though. Follow up on that. I think you can be a guy who's liked in the locker room if you act a certain way or however you act. And I'm not saying Dylan Brooks doesn't act in a fashion that his teammates would love him, but you got to, do well.
Yeah.
They give him, 6 wide open threes to start that game right after I poke bears.
you know?
Yeah.
And those things, every time they bricked off a different side of the rim. So, I mean, he was trying to find something, and then he avoids the media afterwards. I think that's just like adding to the story. Like, hey, if you poke bears, you talk shit. Like, here we go.
You have to. You got to say something. You got to show up, I think.
Yeah, and we're noobs. We're outsiders. I do not know this guy at all. I have no idea what his game normally is. I just saw a heel show up, and I'm like that a heel's here.
Yeah.
I poke bears is a great bar. That is a great line. That is a great promo. And then it's all just kind of boom since then.
He was talking that shit about LeBron James. Then the next game, LeBron go 20 for 20.
And what did LeBron say to him before the game? He said happy birthday to him?
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
That did seem like LeBron was talking shit.
Oh, yeah.
Because then he went and
the whole team, though.
after.
You can tell the whole team came out pissed. The whole team played awesome. Like, he energized everybody.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
Shout out to him poking the Bears all.
Yeah. Dylan Brooks, he is kind of like, he actually said when he's coming into the league, like, I can see myself being like a Draymond Green.
Yep.
And he has kind of developed into that type of role. But it's like, dude, we're the number 2 seed. Well, we should obviously be beating the number 7 seed. But you've decided to kind of take it upon yourself to piss off, LeBron James. And now we're down 3-1. It's like, dude, you kind of screwed us here, Dylan.
I will say, though, he was right. He was right. LeBron ain't never scored 40. I bet on him to score 40 that night. Lot.
Still hasn't.
Lot. 25 or something. I'm like, Bron.
Come on.
With a W.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to. He's got Austin Reeves. He doesn't need to anymore.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a break. Aaron and the New York Jets are doing a press conference right now live on NFL Network. We are going to watch that and see what pops off from this entire thing.
Yes.
I'm excited to hear how this goes. Oh, I don't know. We have a good relationship with them, I think.
Looks good in the green. Looks fit.
Untouched.
It's live right now. It is running over there. All right, let's take 5. We'll be back on the other side, or we'll just watch this and then we'll get back right afterwards. Play it by ear. There's some real shit popping off. Be a friend. Tell a friend something nice. Take 5-ish.
5-ish.
We're talking hockey. Raldy and Rob are talking hockey.
That was the first time I found out it was Mario Brothers. That's all. Growing up, like everybody called it Mario Bros. You know, that was just.
Once you're called the fucking king of New York, you didn't feel like you had to dress at a higher level.
What I love about New York is however you want to dress, however you want to, who you want to be. You just blend in, and it's so comfortable.
This is an organization in Arizona that wasn't paying their fucking bills earlier in the season.
Again, he's not trying to square off with Cats because no one.
Someone didn't pay the electric bill around here.
Fucking bum.
Where are you at? Away from the dungeon? What is that? You got the bricks in the back.
The fuck's going on?
Is this a fucking Saw? Is this a Saw movie, dude?
Yeah.
Where's fucking Jigsaw?
Do you want to play a game?
Hey, boss.
Thanks for talking.
Hey. You said you swept the Stars. That kind of shut me up. For the rest of the show.
Not one of my finest moments or proudest moments or whatever you want to call it. But I tell you one thing. It's infamous in the sense that I go into schools and young kids will come up to me and they go, "Oh, you really gave it to Bellows," and I got it. Oh, kid,
Yes.
that was computer generated.
Get into the Blues alumni kind of unofficially / officially. They gave me one of these bad boys.
Oh, look at that. Got you one of
I feel
these.
pretty.
Look at that thing.
That's
What?
Huh?
We're winning the fucking Stanley Cup. The Red Wings are almost as bad as Fox internet service right Whoa! there. The Bruins are getting fucking ran out of town tonight. Your biggest luck, I got it. And Ty knows, even though he might be Mark Stoner in this thing, the Vegas Golden Knights fucking stink. Texas, what's that known for? WrestleMania's coming to town? Wally Mania's coming to town? Not the goddamn Dallas Stars. Let's go, Pens. We can't lose with 7 in the stands. Now,
Hey, great haircut. Good to meet you finally.
great. We're
Yeah, I
just
love it.
outside in the chair.
I love it.
It's as simple as this, okay? You gotta have fuck you in the game.
Oh, yeah.
And if you don't, you're missing something.
I said, "Sir, if I could just speak up on his behalf, this is like the second greatest player ever." And Mario turned and looked at me and goes, "Second? Behind who?"
All four of those guys aren't rolling, or it's not enough to win one round. This is supposed to be a team good enough to win a cup. We're talking about one friggin' round.
Aaron Burrows told me, and he said this to Henrik Lundqvist's face at dinner. He goes, "Henky, you know how they did the renovation at the Garden for $1 billion? It's all you, bro. It's all you being in the net. $1 billion renovation at the Garden, paid for in 5 years. It wasn't because the Knicks were in the playoffs. It's because the Rangers went on all those runs, and the stud on the team, among several, was their goalie, Henrik Lundqvist."
Gino, honestly, he's one of the funniest guys you can be around, and he probably busted my chops more than anybody. Why are you so slow? You old. Like, he would look up, like, my old contracts and be like, what? No, you're no good.
Thanks for having me on. This was good hockey.
Yeah, dude, what am I supposed to do here?
Fuck, dude. Like, what are we supposed to do? People should not tell me this stuff. They know they should. Can't do it.
Our sources have told us that Mac Jones ain't going 3.
What? My God.
I mean, it seems like Trey Lance is going at 3.
Draft odds changed dramatically.
Odds have just changed, by the way.
Before you went on air, Mac Jones was minus 270, I believe, and Trey Lance was plus 280. And now Trey Lance is plus 105.
The Mac Jones not going to the Niners news was just the tip of the iceberg with me and sources. Insert Jay Glazer at the first commercial break.
That's when Aaron, he asked to get out. Your time with Aaron, that's a fucking big thing, man.
How the hell am I supposed to hold that in? From what we've been potentially told, there's some things cooking. I've heard something's cooking right now, by the way. I don't know what's real and what isn't real. Come on! Something big! Huge! You got 2 hours and 19 minutes on it. Why? But 3 hours later, guess what happened? Aaron Rodgers is on the move. Hashtag JNew, dude. Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Aaron Rodgers is so disgruntled with Green Bay Packers that he has told some within the organization that he does not want to return to the team. Ty.
I mean, you alienate the fucking guy. No wonder he doesn't want to fucking come back. He's done. It's over. That's the end of it. Negligence from the top of the organization to the bottom. You got to do something. You had to do something. And they didn't do a goddamn thing. So I don't blame him.
I didn't know that's how that whole thing was going to come out. I didn't know that was going to be it. That's the Packers definitely releasing that. 1,000%. Oh, yeah. And that's Aaron telling them, by the way, I ain't fucking coming back. Aaron probably was like, I ain't fucking coming back. So Green Bay probably trying to save tail here. Say, Schefter, we need you to write an article about how things are going right now from our point of view with Aaron Rodgers. He has all the cards. He has all the cards. Imagine if he goes to a place where he has just as many weapons as everybody else and has a full organization that's like all the way behind him. They'll fucking win. This is fucking insane. And then finally, it becomes time for our biggest event of the year. Hello and welcome to the second annual NFL Draft Spectacular. Yeah! Trey Lance, let's go! Ladies and gentlemen, I beat you, dude. Yo, it's $1,000. Thanks for playing, AJ. Leo Jones is a Colt by the end of tonight.
You can't control him, Tim.
Dan's lying. Dan, stop being a hater, Dan.
I mean, obviously, it's great competition. You know, not just Pat, though. You know, Kelsey, Tyreek Hill, you know, Clyde, you know, all these guys.
There's always things that are taken out of context, but there's always things that maybe aren't. You never know.
JJ, you're the best. Hey, Mad Mel, dude.
Great to be back, AJ. Great to see you. Good to see you're still a sack of shit like you were last year.
Listen,
Chris. Hey, I've never worn a jockstrap, but I've sniffed plenty of them, so I know what's going on with these players. Okay? I don't give a fuck. Who cares? I just want to eat. Zito, did we get that food order?
With boots on the ground in Cleveland, Jason Glazer. Jason Glazer, your thoughts? Well, obviously, I knew this was going to happen. The only person who probably didn't know the competition was going to go here.
No, you have in the studio.
That's when live you go.
Now, wait a minute.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. And then let me talk. And then, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. Yeah. What if this works?
No, you didn't. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I had this. No, you didn't. I had this. I had it. Trust me. Can I talk, for Christ's sake?
Okay, fine, yeah.
Thank you. What? As we're live on the air, I look down at my phone. It says, hey, $100 deal with SeatGeek just happened. SeatGeek is back. We have some breaking news that literally just got texted to my phone. And I think it's because nobody had a clue that 131,000 fucking people are potentially going to be watching this far into the thing.
SeatGeek's back!
Yeah. And if you use hashtag DraftSpectacular and hashtag SeatGeek is back, they will pick a winner and will get you 2 season tickets to your favorite NFL team.
Holy shit!
I cannot believe the Draft Spectacular was as big as it was. There's 100,000. What are you doing, people? Let's go! Yeah! 100,000 people! We are so thankful. It fucking caused a firestorm with the amount of people that watched them. Articles written by these marketing nerds and their little community, tech people saying, hey, this is the dawn of a new day. This is why SeatGeek survives. You watch the thing, you're like, man, it's pretty big. Probably get in on this. We appreciate that.
Oh, you're going to get articles written about you tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good evening and welcome to the McAfee and Hawk third annual Draft Spectacular!
The receiver, I think, could be an option.
Jordan Love, quarterback, Utah State.
God damn it!
The Titans are trading wide receiver A.J. Brown to the Eagles.
I didn't even care when they drafted me.
A little surprising with Devontae.
It's extremely difficult to ever picture yourself in any jersey but that one you've worn for 10 years.
I mean, Mel fucking Kiper.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Kind of had a good feeling he would be there.
You have a mask.
It's the Patriots. They're on the clock. We are war ready.
Balls on this kid.
What?
You got a good pick here. No, you didn't. Yes, I did. No, you didn't. Yes, I did.
I knew you'd get drafted with
You had sex with my wife?
Oh, shut the fuck up, MCDC.
There's 100,000. What are you doing, people? Let's go.
Yeah.
100,000. Here we go. Not to 128,000.
Here we go.
Hilarious surprises for Draft Spectacular night. Hey.
What?
Let's go! This show fucking stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very thankful for it. AJ, you never cease to amaze me with your toxicity, pal.
You got a couple of these?
God damn it!
What the fuck are you doing?
Fuck Boston.
Shut the fuck up!
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this Draft Spectacular Week, Wednesday, April 26, 2023. Hour 3 of the program starts right now.
Much mana!
Much mana to all of you watching. AJ Hawk is to my left. The Toxic Table is here at Boston Connor. And Pac-Man Jones, the icon. One half of the Hammer.
Dahn.
Cowboys Tone Diggs is here. Aaron Rodgers is speaking to the media for the first time right now as we speak in New Jersey as a New York Jet. Pretty solid answers thus far. We'll continue to update as it goes through. He seems motivated, AJ.
Mm-hmm. I saw a couple minutes there during the break. Yeah, he seems to be calm, collected. Seems to be enjoying himself.
He said, as I came in here, I did see that Lombardi Trophy. It looks a little lonely, is what he said. When I asked about expectations, then he asked him about the future years or whatever. He said, I'm focused on this year. I will be here for the duration of the offseason. Can't wait to meet my new teammates and new coaches and new building. He'll be there for OTAs. There's a lot coming out of this. We will continue to update everybody. Joining us right now is a man that you can see on TNT, TBS, Bleacher Report, and in the card world, I think he is like one of the
heavy hitter,
heavy high ranker. OG on the internet, a man we've known for a long time, has obviously climbed the ranks of success so effortlessly because of his talent with his tongue. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Lefkoe.
Yeah, Lefkoe.
Lefkoe, we apologize for being a little bit late, bro. This press conference started out of nowhere. We didn't know it was going to take place. It's Aaron, it's the Jets. We had to look at it.
It's your BFF in New York. I just want to say it is so good to hear your voice. I have missed your musk. I've missed your essence.
Nice.
I've missed the look of your armpits. I'm so happy to be back on a program with Zito and Boston Connor and Tyler and Foxy, and I love all of them.
Hey, real quick.
Love you, Lefko.
We all love you.
Just answer my text, Pat. Just answer one text. I say things like, I love you. I get nothing. I say, congrats on the baby. I
Yeah,
get
but you got to remember,
I just want an emoji.
Lefko, when you're texting me at the exact same time that every human that has ever had my number is texting me. You know what I mean? So I think what happens is, you sent me those things I'm very thankful for. I don't even look, and I feel so terrible. But if I look at every one of them, and then I have to pick and choose who everybody I'm going to answer. So what's going to happen is I'm going to change my number. You're going to give a new number. Lefko, we're going to be back to smoking adult cigars. You know what I mean? We're gonna,
I'm just proud of you, man, because you're smashing people's faces, and it's been awesome to watch, man.
Not AJ's face.
Never.
No way.
No, AJ's got that model face, bro. He's got that blue steel.
Hey, did you hear what Shaq said? Shaq told him he was like maybe one of the most attractive white boys he's ever seen in his entire life. You get to work with him, every week. That's
Shaq and Chuck are not afraid to compliment a man. I've seen Chuck go up to men and man, you got a beautiful face. And Shaq will look at somebody and be like, hey, you look dangerous. Me and you can't go out. We tear it up. That's how he tells a man that he's attractive.
Hey, those are good impressions.
Great.
Has this always been a thing, or since because you hang around them so much over there at TNT with the basketball coverage, you just kind of picked it up naturally?
It's those two and Christopher Walken. That's all I got, Pat. That's all I got.
What has it been like over there? Because you used to be internet guy. Like we used to see you on internet a lot. You used to do a lot of Bleacher Report. You and Chris Sims. Chris Sims now on Football Night in America. Then you ended up going Turner into the basketball world. Still see a lot of clips, obviously, because magical stuff happens. But you're crushing it in the network world. Have you enjoyed it? Did you know you were going to do well over there? And how's the whole gig with the NBA?
You'll know this because you've done the transition to TV. You always think there's going to be someone that's like guiding you. I mean, I walked in that first day and they were like, okay, so what do you want to lead with tonight? And so you're either forced right there. I'm either going to be the man or I'm going to let somebody else run this. And it's been a blast. Our first ever show,
good decision.
I didn't sit at the desk with Shaq until 13 seconds before the show started. He looked at me and he goes, Shaq. And I go, Lefko. And he goes, are those bullet holes in your jacket? I go, no, they're flowers. And he goes, dope. 5, 4, 3. So honestly, man, it's, you know how it is. It's sink or swim. And I think for me, I've just gone in 100 miles an hour. When I lived in Nebraska, it was college football. When I lived in Louisville, it was college basketball. For about 7 years, it was only NFL. And now I'm mainly focused on NBA. But when I was on your show years ago, when you guys were in New York, you called me a workhorse, and I've just tried to live up to that.
Hey, that's a massive compliment. Like that's kind of how I judge.
From you, it is.
Yeah, that's how I judge a lot of people. You know what I mean? And I think AJ's the same way, and everybody in here. It's like almost the first thing I feel like you should judge before you kind of get going into everything else, because that'll tell the story. You've always been very, very active. It's been awesome to watch. You're a hard worker, bro. Still are. And every chance we get to watch, you're always doing some shenanigans, Lefko. Your shoe game. Hey, your shoe game.
Fire.
Is it better than yours, Pac-Man?
I don't know. He got a good one, though. But I got a good shoe game.
Okay, yeah. I mean, he shows up
the
yesterday.
fact that Pac-Man even knows about my shoe game.
They put it on a box and they zoom in on national. What are you talking about? Of course they do. Your shoe game is a part of it.
I'm working on. I got some deals brewing. We got some up to something season on that regard.
Congratulations, man. That's not easy to earn, but you've done just that. AJ has something for you, Lefko.
Lefko, we were talking about Dylan Brooks earlier. Obviously a very polarizing figure. Do you know how the rest of his team feels about him, and is he going to be there next year?
That whole team is so hated by everybody else in the NBA, but inside, I do feel like there is a lot of love. I am very appreciative of Dylan Brooks. The thing I've been saying lately, if there was no Joker, the Batman would just be Bruce Wayne chilling at his crib. And because Dylan Brooks opens his mouth, we get to see angry LeBron. We get to see focused AD. I do think, though, if you're the Memphis Grizzlies franchise, you have to look at this and go, we've now come in as a 2 seed, a top 3 seed multiple years, and nothing to show for it. Triple J is going to get paid. Ja Morant is paid. You're seeing Desmond Bane is going to get paid. Dylan now gets into that weird situation like Draymond is, where we can't give you all of that money. So I don't know if Memphis is going to be able to extend this series. I'm thinking the Lakers close it out either. I would say probably back in LA. I have a hard time thinking they're going to win in Memphis up 3-1, but it could be an interesting situation, AJ, going forward, Dylan.
Well, especially in the West where the Phoenix Suns are just the Phoenix Suns. I had a chance to have my eyes on them last Thursday night. 420 celebration, Suns-Clippers playoff game in the Suns bench. Me and Connor.
Yeah,
we were
hanging.
in the Suns bench. That's what it was unbelievable. We were gifted the seats.
How were the vibes?
Vibes were focused. Vibes were very, very
locked
focused.
in.
I don't think I've been to an NBA game that close. Normally, kind of a little bit further away. I don't think I've been that close in a long, long time. I guess I've forgotten.
That's the best.
Yo, every series, they're on defense. They are
battling.
Somebody's even open a little bit. They're like, like it's like 4 or 5 people yelling. That never gets talked about with the NBA. It's like they're banging down there too. I mean, there is some real. It's a great sport.
I sat behind both benches of Celtics Nets last year when KD got closed out in the Nets. The Celtics ended up sweeping them. And that's when I knew Steve Nash was in trouble because I saw him on the sideline like going nuts. And then I just saw Ime Udoka with Marcus Smart, and they were communicating without talking. He was like doing this, and then Smart would like head nod, and then next thing you know, basket. And to see that kind of stuff up close, I mean, you guys have been on the field, so you know what it's like. But in basketball, that nonverbal communication, it's a different game that other people don't get to see.
Yeah, it's an art in there. It was the amount of everything. That night, I think Devin Booker went for like 40 or 35. Yeah. Kevin Durant went for 20-some. Chris Paul obviously had a great night. But there was a guy on Craig. Is that his name?
Torrey Craig.
Torrey Craig. So Torrey Craig was just kind of posted right in front of us. And I don't know if the distraction was a part of the play or not. Numerous times down, people are pointing at Torrey Craig going, what the fuck is this guy doing? Yeah. Like it was kind of like, because Kevin Durant, I didn't know he was that, like they always show him like super cool. He's a dog out there. He is an absolute dog. He's an absolute dog. Russell Westbrook had a great night that night, like he has been having. Watching him kind of run, that West, I think, is going to be run through City of the Rising Sun over there, Phoenix, which is absolutely beautiful. But I'm so
impressed with Booker, Pat.
So good.
Booker in that series, 37, 5, and 6. And I'm sure you've heard this. A stat line that you look for as a good shooter is 50, 40, 90. 50% from the field, 40 from 3, 90 from free throw. Not a lot of guys have ever done it. In that series, Booker went 60, 47, 86. It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
now, do they have the depth? Do they have the depth? We'll see. But they're taking on Denver next series. And if I'm on your FanDuel, right? If I'm on FanDuel,
there you go.
If I'm getting any plus money with the Suns, I'm taking it.
Yeah, I love them. I love that city too. Lefko, that's where I'm gonna end up at. I'm gonna end up out there.
Phoenix.
Yeah, I think so. The wife's got
Mine's Santa Barbara.
Really?
Ooh.
That's like 67% taxes.
Oh yeah, that's right. You do. You're really thoughtful with your money. I'm like that. Dude, I live in Brooklyn. The other day I looked at like the money coming out of my paycheck and I was like, what am I doing?
How's this
Florida?
work? How's this work? I fly to Georgia. What is even going on here? Yeah, it's that game's a wild one. Santa Barbara's beautiful though. Anywhere down on the beach down there is a beautiful place. I was in Burbank last week. Burbank was. I've never been there before. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Very active.
Pat, I think you're a top 5 stream of conscious talker.
Thank you.
Like
the show is.
The similarity that you have to Shaq and Chuck is that you have a level of intelligence that people underestimate because of how you come off. But no, like there are times where, do you have a photographic memory? Is it like auditory? Like how do you remember everything? Especially with the vitamin.
Oh, so I just put myself back in the situation that I seen it. I don't know if that's how everybody does it. So like when I'm doing something, I can be like, oh, her name was Victoria Fatu. She was at the corner. She's a champion pianist, I think, concert pianist. Yeah. She was at the first corner right outside of our hotel. Then we walk over to Bia's for a restaurant. And then like we get this and then we go to Starbucks and Dwight was sitting there. Then the guy across the street, I think his name was like Froggy or Fiery or something like that. He showed up. So like I just try to relive the moment, if that makes sense.
Psycho stuff.
It's cool. Not everything though. You know, like there's some of those people that are like photographic memory people, like Andrew.
Yeah, like forgetting to respond to text. I get it.
No. That's because I don't want to see it. You know what I mean? That's why I don't look because I don't. I just want to. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I'll say I appreciate it too. Which I do send an open thank you to everybody. I try to get that. Obviously, that did not work. I will get back to you closer. But like Andrew Luck, I think everything he sees, he can
locked in,
remember. I'm not like that. I like consciously got to be like, okay, let's remember this, and let's remember.
I got a feeling me, Boston, Connor, and Pac are like all in the same boat. We're not remembering anything.
No,
that's just a guess.
What do you think? Pac's a great.
No, I don't remember too much.
Pac's super observant though.
Yeah,
that's why
very,
Pac is
very.
super observant. I think that's another thing too. I don't know. Fuck that though.
I got a bet for you tonight. You want to bet?
Sure.
Okay, I did some research. Jimmy Butler went crazy, so of course
56, biggest of all time. Congrats.
Way to go, Jimmy.
See Jordan's kid.
Everyone's gonna want
Left go. He's Jordan's kid. That was the internet.
Dude, when you go side to side, it is one of those things where you show it to your friend and you're like, I don't know what we got here. This could be interesting. Dude, I was the psycho that when LeBron was going to pass Kareem, I looked it up and I saw, you know how they have, because since you're pregnant, you know this, there's like a due date calculator.
Yes.
Okay. I put in LeBron's birthday and then I put in when could he have been conceived in the reverse. It was the same night that Kareem broke the record for the original scoring record. So there was a chance that LeBron was conceived the night that Kareem beat Wilt for the scoring record, which to me was great.
Perfect pregnancy period, too, down to the day. They could predict it, obviously. Just happened perfectly for the next one. Anointed king.
But my bet tonight that I've already put in on FanDuel, the America's #1 sports book, is I looked it up that
by like 40% or something.
Jimmy Butler has scored 35 points in a playoff win 7 times and played the next game. His team's record in the next game is 1-6, and he averages 22 points per game.
Ooh.
So I know we like to be positive. Vibes are strong. I'm liking the under. I'm liking. I think Jimmy's line is 29.5. I'm liking the under.
Okay, that's a good vibe there. Tone Diggs just got real excited for what you said.
I did get real excited for that. But in that series, if the Heat end up beating the Bucks in that series, is that an all-time upset, at least?
To me, it's up there with Golden State and Baron Davis knocking off Dallas. I think there's always going to be an asterisk because Giannis isn't playing. I think the thing that stuns me from this Heat team is last year they were the #1 3-point shooting team in the league. This year they're 27th. But in the playoffs, this team is shooting like 50% from 3. Duncan Robinson is shooting 80% from 3. They can't miss. Gabe Vincent shooting 48 in the playoffs. Caleb Martin shooting 47. Jimmy Butler shooting 53% from 3. And so the betting brain goes, is this sustainable and is it going to dip? But I have a hard time. I think there's a reason that line's 11.5 tonight. I think Milwaukee stomps them. And then if it's Miami, if you don't get it done in Miami, you have angry Giannis, but it's undoubtedly going to be one of the biggest all-time upsets if they pull it off.
All right, Jimmy Butler under 29. Miami gets smoked.
Yeah.
That's what Lefko is thinking right
now. I'm nervous.
No. Hey, this is the game. We're in the batter's box. You know it. Hey, this is the way it goes. There's another pitch coming, bro. There's another basketball game coming that you're going to get 100% right if you get.
We're going to take a swing on all of them.
Absolutely. You don't have to be Dan Orlovsky now. You know, Dan Orlovsky actually does every single pitch that comes right. He's right-handed, left-handed. Over the top,
big
underneath,
swing.
Bunting sometimes. He has to. That's the day-to-day. But I just want to let you know, I'm thankful for the information you gave us. You're going to make us some money. Pac-Man has a question for you, Lefko.
LeBron, 38 years old, just had 20 and I think what it was 6. Is he arguably not the best player to ever play basketball? Everybody says it's Jordan. I love Jordan to death. I got Jordan's on right now.
Great shit.
But like LeBron could have went and played in that Jordan era. Because he's way bigger, first of all, he can play 1 through 5. But I want to ask you, since you get to see it in person and talk about it every day, what's your opinion on that?
Pac, not only that, this last year since Jamal Crawford joined our show, every night we're having this debate because, and I don't want to out Jamal right now, I know that I think he has LeBron behind Kobe. And so it gets a very heated debate. We've had Isaiah Thomas in there. We've had a ton of NBA players. Chuck, everybody just argues this all the time. LeBron is undoubtedly, in my opinion, top 2. There are plenty of times where I look at the size of LeBron and I realize that he is practically the same size as Karl Malone. And then if you think about what Karl Malone looked like in the 90s and give him LeBron's skill set, I have to imagine that LeBron would be doing this. I've always thought, too, that LeBron has been impacted by being raised in the era of Michael Jordan and trying to emulate that. And so I think it's always hard to be seen as bigger than the hero. And he's chasing a ghost. I agree a lot with my guy, Nick Wright, that there are some stats that LeBron are undeniable. I will say that I think LeBron has had a greater career in terms of like longevity. But I think also when you really start looking at who Michael Jordan beat in those finals, the fact that he never took on Hakeem Olajuwon, the fact that it was Malone and Stockton, and it was Peyton and Kemp, and you break it down, I go back and forth all the time.
And they dribbled like this, Lefko. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, this is what they did. They literally, whoa, okay. And then it was going higher in this hand somehow. I mean, it was a different sport back then. I mean, it was. Jordan was unbelievable. Jordan would have been great in this era, too. Let's not get crazy. With how competitive he is, how athletic he is, he would have been great here. I think it's very difficult to kind of do
It is so hard. To me, they're the top two, and I don't think LeBron's done yet. If they win and he ends up with 5 after this year, then it gets super spicy.
All right, let's pivot to football a little bit. You have the Bleacher Report draft night. I believe last year, Jason Kelsey was on with you. They drafted a center, and then he told the story about how he was actually asked to study film and pick out who he thought could be the guy that would come after him. Obviously, Jason Kelsey's back, drinking more beer. That moment, though, fantastic. Have you looked into this draft? I think we got a lot of action coming. Like, I think this draft is going to be electrifying, Lefko.
Yeah, this is my 10th draft, which is just staggering to realize I've been doing it this long. We've had cool moments.
Hey,
yeah, let's go.
Congrats. Hell yeah.
Thank you. I mean, Jason Kelsey reacted to A.J. Brown's trade. That was crazy.
Philly is awesome.
I think this
Philly is awesome. Bro. He's in everything. They're saying at 10 he's going to trade. They're saying he's going to trade at 10. I mean, he's going to be in everything.
From what I've heard from some people is if Jalen Carter starts to fall, Eagles might make a move on it. But I could also see them doing like a Bijan at 10. I could see them even going to Jahmyr Gibbs later on. I'm like you, Pat. I think for the first time, like we had that 2018 draft where 4 quarterbacks went in the top 10. I don't know how the NFL actually feels about these guys. And usually you can use the quarterbacks to kind of figure out how the draft is going to go. I think that all of these mocks are going to look really dumb come Friday morning. And I think we're going to get a lot of trades. I don't think the NFL really likes a bunch of the quality of the top end guys. And I think that people are going to be trying to move out. I think it's going to be chaos. I think your draft show, my draft show, I think it's going to be a fun time.
I think we got a lot of shit to talk about. Normally we're just sitting there, okay, never heard of that guy. He's going to be good. But I think there's going to be some real shit. Go ahead, AJ. Sorry about that.
Lefko, what do you think of Anthony Richardson? Where do you think the latest he goes?
My dream is that the Patriots cause chaos and take him, and it's a quarterback battle with him and Mac Jones. I think that he's so physically talented that if he gets by Minnesota, then suddenly we're asking ourselves a lot of questions. They're the last team that truly needs a quarterback. I think at that point we're in like Hendon Hookerville. That was an interesting turn of phrase.
Hookerville.
Pretty good, though. You should keep that one in the barrel for the draft night for sure. We'll probably see.
I would love for Atlanta to shock everybody and take him. But I think if there's any chance that he falls out of the top 15, I would be shocked. I don't know who your Colts are going with, Pat.
No,
like
I'm getting a lot of text messages from people that I'm not reading, Lefko. But the first couple lines are, what have you heard from, and then it starts with CHR, and it's for Chris Ballard, obviously. That's what they're saying. And it's like, he's not responding to anything. I've texted him, I texted him while we were out at Nick's bachelor party. I'm like, Chris, let's stop fucking around. Let's go get Lamar Jackson. I texted him that, just out of nowhere. And he just texts me back like, ha, and then just moves on. No answer at all. Mm-hmm. Then I'm like, hey, you know what? Let's stop fucking around. Let's get up to number 1 overall. You know what I mean? And then no answer. And I'm like, hey, you know what? Let's stop fucking around. Let's go up to number 2. He had no answer. He's joining us, though. 7:55 tomorrow night. He's going to have to answer me. You know what I mean? So we're going to have to talk.
Wow.
But I'm in an interesting situation because I'm a Colts fan. I don't want him to give anything up. You know what I mean?
You don't want someone jumping them to go to 3 to Arizona.
Like Tennessee, for instance. The Titans in the division, allegedly, they're thinking about going up to get a quarterback because Tannehill's at $36 million. Malik Willis, obviously not a starter like they thought, even though he had an incredible offseason and gave his jacket to a homeless person. He is a fucking...
Man, there's part of me, Pat, there's part of me that's like, if I'm the Colts, like if Tennessee really wants to jump up there, because I know how you feel about Tennessee, and they want to use all that draft capital to get a quarterback, when they have nothing around them for that guy to succeed.
Agreed.
And then if I'm the Colts, then I'm sitting there, I'm going, you know what? Let's just build this team. Let's just, it's a good quarterback crop next year. Like, let the Titans go out there and try and throw a quarterback into that system. That would be nonsense.
So I think the thing about it is, if you like a guy, which I would assume they've been having to find a guy that they like, even though I've been told there's a chance that not just the Colts, but like teams do not have an answer yet some places.
Yeah.
Because they're not 100% sure what's going to be available, obviously. But even people that have it kind of scoped out allegedly don't have an answer at this exact moment, which is crazy to think of.
Makes no sense.
But deadlines bring decisions.
Think about how we thought about that 2018 draft. Darnold, Rosen, Baker, Lamar, and Josh Allen. All of them, we were like, man, this is one of the greatest drafts of all time. This rivals 1983. And we're sitting here a few years later going, it's Lamar and Josh. And this group, I'm looking at, I'm going, I don't hear anyone feeling super confident about any of them. Bryce Young, as soon as he's drafted, is the smallest quarterback in the NFL.
Whoa!
No, I mean, that's a physical measure.
Yeah, I know, but that is the only knock on him. Everybody says he is incredible, though. I'm excited to see if he is, but you're right. What you were saying is very valid. It is a factual statement.
But all of them have huge issues, and I don't know. I'm just sitting here thinking about Jameson Williams next year, or Caleb Williams from USC, and I'm like,
there's one of them.
I would punt right now and tank. Go for that guy.
Oh, NBA stuff. Don't be bringing your bullshit into our league. Okay, I know you used to cover the NFL. Now you're in the NBA. We do not need
the process.
Yeah, trust the process. But they're saying Drake May and Caleb Williams are the two. It's like, okay, so you got to be the worst two teams in the NFL then? Is that what we're doing? Like, a lot of people are saying.
Don't let Lovey improve your draft pick.
Well, yeah, that is an interesting thing there at the end. Could have had one last play of the game pretty much.
Yep.
Ooh, yikes, that's on them.
That is the NFL version of half-baked, of screw you, screw you, screw you, you're cool, I'm out. Lovey Smith pulled that off.
Yeah, well, the Colts benefited from it, I guess.
Yeah, a little bit.
We ended up going to 4.
Yeah.
So shout out to Lovey, dude.
Yeah, screwed them out of Bryce Young.
Shout out to Lovey.
And that's why I got fired.
But Nick Caserio allegedly leaving. He's staying. D'Amico hasn't told anybody. Nobody knows what's happening there. And then Reddit said this morning maybe the New England Patriots trade up there and get a new trade Mac Jones to Houston. That's what I'm saying, Lefko. We have no idea. To your point, we got no idea. Rosen won. Remember, he was definitely going to work out. Yep. He had a hot tub in his dorm. Yeah. Had a hot tub in his dorm and still got drafted top 10. Like, that is, they think this guy's going to be a guy.
Pretty sweet.
He was a bit on
Pat, I'm 10 years into this draft thing, and every single week of the draft, nonsense gets floated around, and we start believing the bullshit. And
not
it's
me.
Unbelievable.
Not me. I don't believe it. No way.
And the fact that this is the second time this week I've heard a random Reddit person impact our thoughts on the draft. Like, what are their names? Saucer Guy 415?
Yeah.
Like,
Boner Garage said that Will Levis had been telling people that he's going to be the number 1 overall pick. Odds changed.
Yeah.
I mean, Reddit's been doing it, absolutely crushing it. This is from automatic.
Yeah, because teams don't ever tell draft prospects something and then do something completely different.
I was supposed to be a Cowboy. I was actually told, we're drafting you, and then nobody else told me they were drafting me, and then they drafted somebody else. And I said, oh, okay. I'm selling sandwiches.
Were you guys fans of teams before you got drafted, and was it hard leaving your fandom?
I've always been a players fan, like a fan of players. I did like when the Steelers won, though, because the city was much happier. So, enjoyed Steelers winning, good vibes, good times. But I was a fan of players, on every single. I like the Vikings because of Randy.
Me too. Then you probably put the business part on when you think about it. Like, once you get drafted, all that shit go out your mind. Like, oh, it was Cowboys. I'm gonna play the Cowboys. No.
Now
you drafted me 6th overall pick. Let's go Tennessee.
Yeah. Hey, shout out. Atlanta could have drafted you 6th overall. They could have. They could have paid me for my fan. They could have for the rest of my life.
Easy.
They chose not to. The Indianapolis Colts chose to pay me. They have bought my fandom for. You're like that with the Bengals, obviously. AJ, you're like that with the Packers too. That's why you're so upset today about Aaron and that gangrene over there. Hey, let's go, Jets.
Absolutely.
Are you bummed about it, AJ?
About what?
Aaron going to the Jets, leaving the Packers? Real thoughts here.
I mean, I think a couple months ago I could have, worked my way through that if I was super bummed. But yeah, I would have loved him to stay in Green Bay just like everybody else.
How about you, Lefko? That's a big
I think
deal.
you guys got a haul. I think the Packers got. I think it ended up like for the Packers to have zero leverage and to leave with like 3 top 40 picks out of like a pick swap, and then that's going to be a first round pick next year. I just thought they were going to have to give them away for nothing.
I thought so too, bro. I said the same thing. I thought Guti and Mark Murphy had put themselves in a terrible position with what they've said publicly and how ugly it has kind of gotten with how Joe Douglas was talking. Now, I think the pick swap, 2 picks, okay, it's a win. It is
but you know what, man?
Certainly a win, but is it? That's not that next year first rounder. Wild. I did not think that was happening at all. I did not think that.
The reason I think this pick swap is bigger than people are giving credit, I think there's like 4 or 5 offensive tackles, and then there's a huge drop off. And the thing that no one ever said last year about Aaron Rodgers was like that was one of the first years where he really had no protection. Like his tackles were hurt, the offensive line was banged up. They kept trying to rotate people. If they end up going tackle, I think it allows them to skip the Patriots, who I think are also looking at tackle right now, if that's a weapon. If not, I hope they get Jordan Love, that Michael Mayer kid from Notre Dame, that tight end.
Hey, have you seen? He's been doing Old Spice rounds today. He looks like Captain America, bro. He was on College Game Day, mic'd up this year. He sounded like a president.
Yeah.
Like, he sounded like a fucking president whenever he was like, this guy, impressive guy. Deep at the tight ends, though. There's the numerous 6'8", 6'7", 6'6.5". There's a lot of big tight ends out there right now, Lefko.
Yeah, that Georgia kid is scary, bro.
Darnell, he's a dog. He's a road grader too.
I've never seen a sled get lifted like that by a tight end
quickly.
That was. I forgot I could curse. That was fucking crazy.
Now, some people would say that's bad leverage, but we don't need to have the point. You know what I mean? But he's 6'7", he can get that low. That's a guy I would like on my team. Lefko, good luck tomorrow night. Have a great show. Continue to crush it on TNT, and we'll follow along as the NBA continues to cook up, pal. You're doing great over there. We're proud of you.
I'm so proud of you, man. I think that it's so cool that everyone's realizing your work ethic, your talent, physical and performance. I remember interviewing Pac back in the day, and I'm so happy to see him on the show, the West Virginia Connection. But you guys have always been so kind to me, man. I love y'all a lot.
We do too. We love you too. Thank you for all those kind words that may or may not be true. Adam Lefko.
Yeah, let's go.
10 years he's been doing draft. That's a long time.
That's a lot of drafts.
He was on Bleacher.
You go to West Virginia?
I don't know. That's what I just learned. We have hung out a lot and talked a lot. I do not know. Pac.
Said West Virginia Connection.
Pac, why didn't you talk to him about West
talking about me and you.
Yeah, I think you were talking about you two.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
My bad. I thought it was him.
You can catch Adam on the Bleacher Report app and NBA Twitter Live this weekend.
Hell yeah.
Hey, those Twitter Lives are happening. I see them. They force me to hit the button every once in a while because of where it's placed in the app.
Like Spaces or what?
Smart.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I think, right? Is that what it's called, Twitter Live?
Twitter Spaces or Twitter? What is that different than Spaces?
No, like video.
The audio? What,
the new
video live. There's a new
got
thing.
video live on Twitter?
Yeah, I've seen a few people live on Twitter video.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Now, whether that is through a different program that you got to plug in, I don't know, but I've seen them pop
Big John, I think that's the one. You have to pay for that. I think you have to pay some money to get that.
To Twitter?
Yeah.
It's just like Instagram Live?
I don't know if you got to pay, I think more than the $8 you're saying. I would assume that's a partnership with Twitter.
Probably. I mean, even Amazon's app has like a TikTok type Reels thing now going too, on your phone.
Dude, everybody's trying to do everything, but on Twitter, we should try to do everything over there.
Yeah.
We are a big Twitter show.
And they used to be able to go live there, right?
Our clips on Twitter, whenever we heard that there's a chance for business to potentially happen on Twitter, it was like, oh shit, this might be a good time to continue to just remain a very independent program.
Yeah.
And just kind of
perfect time.
Do what we've been doing or whatever. And then now it's like I had to apply, I had to go to settings, monetization.
Yeah.
Then I had to apply for it. I had to type out the reasoning on why I thought it, and then they said, we'll get back to you. I'm like, this is not an efficient process.
No,
this is
not
not.
Wait, to get what?
This is not
what
I heard. This is not what I heard. to just do like YouTube, like for Twitter is going to do YouTube. You're already seeing on people. There's ads for some people's videos.
Yep.
I don't understand why those people have ads on their videos. It's like, how does this company get ads on their video? Is this what Twitter's going to be? If Twitter's not going to be this, don't want to do it. If this is what Twitter's going to be, would like to at least get involved for the good of the business, for the good of the program or whatever. And I had to type this. It's a process. It's like a big deal. But I think they're trying to change that shit, I think they're trying.
There's a lot going on over there, it seems like.
I think Elon's.
Elon had a busy week last week.
Elon is projecting, I think, what he plans on Twitter being.
Yes.
But there's a process that's going to have to happen for all of those that we're just kind of living through in the moment, I think, AJ.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know how it's all going to play out. What's the newest platform that we don't know about?
So X, I think, is the platform that Elon actually wants to make, allegedly.
That's separate from...
It was an idea.
What does that do?
So I think what happened, I kind of got into a wormhole for this because I was trying to learn about Twitter. I'm on Twitter all the time.
Yeah.
I live on Twitter. So I've been through 3 regimes of Twitter. You know what I mean? Like I have focused on Twitter. When people say Twitter is going to die, like it's not. Twitter's going to live. It'll be different though. Mm-hmm. Every regime has had a different, kind of way of going about it. There was a time where Twitter just became like super tabloid. And it was like they obviously got bought out by like celebrities or agents or things like that. And their shit was just getting flooded. It was like, all right, Twitter has changed completely. Obviously from 140 characters to now, I can write a fucking novel on there.
Yeah.
I can write a whole blog on there if I want to. But I think what happened was somebody tweeted about this concept of an app that is basically everything all in one, okay? Mm-hmm. Your social media account, also Amazon, also restaurant, like pretty much everything you could possibly need in one spot. And I think what Elon did was he quote tweeted that or he replied to that tweet and said, this is smart or something like that. It got into Elon's world.
Digital currency, they want to bring you, everything you do is on this app.
Boom, yeah. So like somebody random, I don't know if Elon knows that person or they tweeted that and then Elon responded to it like, yup, this is a smart idea. That's like 10 years ago, or like however many years ago.
Yeah.
And now he just quoted tweeted something and said X to it whenever they were alluding to it. So I think what he's trying to make Twitter is actually everything. Like, yeah, it's the social media, it's the news, it's entertainment. I think he's gonna try to make it everything, or at least Twitter.
They're all doing that.
One of the
Amazon wants to do the same thing, right?
Oh yeah, Amazon. I didn't even know this today. They have I guess I've heard about this through conversations and stuff. There's a tab where you can get content on your Amazon when you're shopping. And then they could obviously sell that marketing spot right above where people are shopping.
Yeah.
There's like an entire area for digital there.
Yeah, there's banner ads on your Amazon app.
I think there's a chance those could become videos. I think there's a chance.
Well, there's Prime Video. There's 2 different apps. Prime Video is where you go watch everything. Amazon app, you can order everything.
You cannot on the Amazon app?
What, the Prime Video?
Is there any content on the Amazon app whenever I'm buying my J's on there? Is there content on there?
Yeah, I mean, you can search for it, but I don't think you can do the same at once. Like on Amazon itself, in that tab up in the top, below all like the categories.
That's what it's going to become, though. All these apps are just going to become hey, spend every minute of your life and every dollar you have here, right?
That's all they want. That's why all of our information is sold to all these companies. They want to know they want to be able to directly market to you, which they're already doing. But yeah, they're trying to find a way to bring you just to one place.
Bro, DoorDash has got me, bro.
Oh yeah,
they got me right now.
Oh yeah,
they got me right now.
Genius app.
I mean,
I've never ordered a DoorDash like myself.
Dude, you do. They have this thing called Dash Mart. They got somebody at the grocery store for you.
I get firewood. What do you mean? I get Dick's Sporting Goods. I get mouthpieces for practice and like firewood. Like you can get everything.
Bro, there's a scuba suit available on there. Scuba suit by Thursday. You're on a Tuesday. You can get a scuba suit by Thursday on fucking Amazon. Then I can get my keto cookies delivered to me in 12 minutes from a very fine gentleman who takes a picture of it on my doorstep and sends me the text message, here you go, sir. Then I open the bag. They got a magnet on there telling me like, hey, here's a gift from Dash Mart. This is an exact calculation of like what a quart is, what a liter is to a gram to this whole thing. I'm like, this is very nice of you. I don't know if you guys are thinking drug dealers are buying your shit, but thank you for this entire thing. Put a little sticker on the fucking window. I mean, I'm in there. I am fully in there. I had no idea how easy it is. You can get anything.
Yeah, DoorDash changed the game.
Change the game.
Yeah, and that's what all these apps are trying to do now is just get into that type of market. And you think Twitter might be able to crack into that field as well?
So their thing is all these other places have this already set in, but they don't have the social media.
Yes.
Right? So they don't have like the hangout time.
Add on to it.
So I think the goal would be hangout on here.
Yeah.
You need if you accidentally think that you need something that is directly on a feed. Oh, don't worry about it. We got you.
Yeah, and Twitter. I mean, I've seen multiple different accounts, and granted, this might be something that they specifically have to buy. But I mean, there's 2 tweets, just a 2-tweet thread, and it's a full movie. Like I've seen Iron Man 2 on Twitter.
Somebody just
60
that's
minutes.
not legal.
Yeah, there's no way it's legal. That's why I don't understand how it happens.
I'll get like a cease and desist on Twitter from like 4 years ago. Oh yeah, 5 years.
What are we talking from?
Hey,
like,
you remember when you posted this, you asshole? It's like no. Do you want to delete this or you want to problem? Like, you can delete all the tweets from that year
if you want.
Since Elon took over, do we still see that happening?
What's that?
The cease, like
not as
yeah.
much.
Yeah, you're right. I guess not.
Oh, thanks, Elon.
I mean, he's done a pretty good job thus far.
Yeah, you got live now.
Except for the
People can
For You
buy
page.
being
The For You page is too violent.
Yeah, they had
Very
too many
violent.
knockouts to start.
What did that guy say? Too negative.
Yeah, negative content.
Allegedly, a dude showed up at Twitter HQ wanting to do an interview, and Elon was like, "Sure, you got it. Here's a stage. Actually,
No.
we got some good lighting. Here's a good action
Oh,
shot.
yeah. I saw
We got a
it.
camera
Yeah.
too. We're gonna
BBC.
record. You record. We record. I mean, no way, old cuz thought that's how that was gonna go.
No.
And you're battling with a guy who's been a billionaire 6 times over again. Pretty big fucking brain. This guy who's
Smartest
who's
guy
sitting
on
in
the
front of
planet.
you. All of a sudden, you're attacking his vision too. So he feels a reason. That's a tough spot.
Terrible. I
Just
mean,
wander into.
yeah, just throw yourself in the blender. I don't know why that guy woke up. And
Well,
was
he
like,
thought there was no chance that Elon was going to be there or that he was going to want to deal with it. Elon's PR person will come out and say, we'll get with you at another time. And then he'll say, we tried to talk to Elon. We came all the way to the thing. Like that's how that would be reported.
Yeah.
And instead, Elon was like, we got a double door for you, actually. It's wide open.
Come on.
If you email Twitter PR and ask for like an interview or anything, they just sent you a poop face emoji.
That's awesome.
Automatically.
Really?
Yeah.
Poop. What's the poop face emoji?
I think it's just a face with the poop on
Yeah,
it, right?
I think it's a
poop with the eyes.
I think
There's face with there's face with poop smeared on it.
No,
Maybe it's just
there's poop with eyes.
Yeah, you know. it.
You know what it is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, turd, not a poop face.
Like Tally.
Yeah.
Okay.
A grumpy. Yeah.
A turd with eyeballs.
A steamer. Yeah. Yeah. All the things that we could potentially call them. That's what it is. But I guess that's Elon responding and Twitter responding to media inquiries. Just,
Probably gets a couple of them.
Sure.
Is that what that is?
It has to be. Like, hey, eat shit, maybe. Maybe it's like.
Whoa.
But he doesn't say eat.
No, it's just
no.
Are you fucking
There's
asking
no
me for
fork
an
or a
interview? Are
knife.
you fucking kidding me?
So what is the exact? So he just tried to figure out how do I send a fart back? Is that what that was? Is that what he is?
Well, wouldn't he put the smoke emoji before the fart?
Yeah.
So it's like.
Yes.
Like fart. That also smells like.
So what is
poop.
this?
Oh, maybe a peach before the smoke too.
Yeah.
Oh,
boom.
because it's the butt.
Boot.
I
to
get what you're
smoke-
saying.
To smell like poop.
Oh, because it was a shart.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that would be sending a shart. Because it was a butt
Shitting on them.
with a fart, then shit came
And
out.
shit came. Yeah.
Unexpected.
So he's shitting on them. Yeah.
So that's what it is.
He's a fart.
Oh, so he's shitting. That's what
shitting on them.
just the poop emoji is just, I'm shitting on your email.
He is South African, though, so we don't know for sure.
Press at twitter.com now auto responds with the poop emoji.
Wow.
I'm shitting on you in a nice way.
It's good AI.
I mean, it's smart.
Just sending farts all over the place.
Not the
Making
best
Drake
AI, but
songs.
good. Yeah.
Let's go to the phones. Let's go to, anyways, back to our point. NBA and Bleacher Report will be on live video on Twitter this weekend.
It's going to be great.
Covering the playoffs. It will be great.
Nice.
Big games.
How do you do? What do? You call Twitter? We can't even send. I mean, we send press at twitter.com. They're sending us a poop emoji. So we got no answers.
Yeah, what if
I feel like Mac Jones and Matt Patricia is my offense coordinator.
Yeah, basically. I thought they would have given it to you in the Twitter Blue tab.
$8. I don't know if you're getting that. $8 going live on there.
You might have. I just looked. I have it, so I assume you have it. It's not easy
Let's
to
go.
find.
Hold on, this is big news.
So if you go open up Twitter and you go to they call it the compose button, that plus sign down there,
Okay.
and it won't work from the desktop either, Pat. Got to be from the phone.
Oh, their Instagram. This is a
Yeah,
whole nother
it's basically Instagram. It's only going from your phone.
thing. IG Live, that's a whole nother thing. We can't go live on Instagram because it has to go through a phone, and then there is ways to set it up to like go through. It's TikTok does live. They did live. Did they kick us off? What happened with TikTok Live?
I figured they kicked
I
us
don't
off.
remember. I don't even know if we're live right now on there. I know a lot of people saw it, though. I do know that.
That one day.
People allegedly saw it there for a
Because
couple
we were
days.
using a beta. I know that.
We're an internet company, by the way. So if you're looking to become an internet company, you just have to know. You don't have to know.
Nope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just do it. Trial and error.
You do have to know a few things. Okay? You have to know a few things. But with the way the internet is, it would be impossible. You know how Kenny Powers says you got to eliminate some memories so you can put better memories in.
Yep.
That's kind of what the internet is. Every day there's just like something new popping up. This is new. What were those things? Those tweets?
Fleets?
Fleets.
Oh, Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
what was that?
Fleets were so cool, dude.
IG stories.
I was all in on that. Remember, I wanted it to work.
Yeah, we were loving Fleet.
It was impossible. It was IG stories for Twitter.
You have Fleet, bro?
Made a Nerf gun, a Fleet gun.
Did a full marketing campaign for it because I wanted like what Instagram stories was on Twitter because I'm always on Twitter. I'm not on Instagram. I'm like, oh, that's a really good concept there, which I guess is just Snapchat, which I'm not on. Or TikTok. Is TikTok 24 hours as well?
No, I think it lives there forever. As a story? Or?
Anyways, the stories on Instagram was great addition for Instagram.
Yeah.
So I'm like, Twitter, we can have it now. Fleet, boom, we're off and running. What was that? 14 days, 17 days?
Yeah,
How many
couple
days
weeks.
was that thing on there? Just complete backfire, fail.
It came and went pretty quickly. Yeah, I already forgot about it, but it was just you could put stories up. That was it.
Yep.
Yeah, but their camera was terrible. The options were bad. The quality was low, and it couldn't work it. So,
Everything about it sucked.
Yeah, it was terrible. Let's go to the phones. Let's go to Bob in Oklahoma on the 5 Energy phone line. What's going on, Bob? Hey, Bob.
How's it going? Keep it moving.
What's that, pal?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. How's it going? Keep it moving, boys.
Nailed it. Thank you, Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally nailed it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Quick. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Absolutely.
This is the worst call. This is the worst call.
No, it's good, Bob. It's good.
Keep going.
It's a great call.
Okay, I've got a.
Bob, this is a great call right now.
One of the best.
Love you, Bob.
Hell yeah, Bob.
Let's go, Bob.
Bob. Bob. Bob. Bob. Bob.
Two questions.
Bob. Bob. Bob.
Bob. Congratulations on making the move. Are you guys ever going to see?
This is a great call, Bob. Holy shit.
Keep it going, Bob.
Thank you, Bob.
Let's go, Bob.
That was a great call, Bob.
Good call, Bob. Love you, Bob.
Love you, Bob.
Appreciate it.
Great call.
Man. Oh, shit. The best call of all time.
Let's get to a break.
Really good.
We got Bijan Robinson joining us on the other side. Shout out to Bob, man.
That was the greatest call in the history of show.
Bob, 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 Bob.
That's great. Bob nailed it. Damn, Bob, call back again, dude,
Yeah.
anytime.
Need
We
more of
appreciate the
those.
hell out of you, Bob, on the 5 Energy phone line. Let's take a break. Let's learn all what Aaron said in that whole thing. Let's cover some shit that maybe has happened since we've been live. And on the other side, we got former Texas running back, future NFLer, Bijan Robinson joining us live from a Verizon store in Kansas City.
Okay.
Verizon also our presenting sponsor for the Draft Spectacular.
Verizon.
Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. Take 5. Joining us now is a man who might be the largest celebrity in the history of Earth. And I'm not just talking about his size. Obviously, everybody does that. But could you imagine a time when this man walks in public that a bunch of motherfuckers don't say, holy shit, that's Shaquille O'Neal? That has been his life for probably the last 30, 35 years. He's handled it perfectly. This man is a mastermind whenever it comes to business. Obviously, on the court, he's the most dominant player of all time in the history of basketball. 4-time champion of the world, Shaquille O'Neal.
Hello, is Pac-Man there?
Hell yeah.
What's up?
Pac-Man, you know the statute of limitations is up. I can tell the story now. Can I tell it?
Yeah, you can tell the story now.
Hell yeah, Shaq. Welcome to the show. Thank you, Pac. This is great news.
Okay, so remember when Pac-Man had that altercation in the airport? He was really sticking up for me. Pat, I just want to say thank you for always being my bodyguard, and you whooped that dude ass because he was disrespecting me, and nobody knows this story, but I appreciate you very much.
I appreciate
You
it.
know-
I've been keeping this secret. I ain't want everybody to know our business.
Hold on, this is Atlanta Airport chicken in hand. Motherfucker, that fight that we both...
Popeyes, yes.
That was the stick up for Shaq?
Yes.
Yes.
What did he say, Shaq? Guy said something to you? What happened?
I don't know. Pac-Man just said, hey, man, you don't talk to Shaq like that. And I just had to get on my plane. And next thing I know, Pac-Man put them paws on me.
You've sold printers,
What?
pizza,
What?
Icy hot.
What?
Insurance with a cartoon.
Yep.
I mean, you have a prolific Rolodex of business. When did you know that was going to be the case? Because it's inspiring to all of us. I want to let you know that.
I didn't hear what you say. Could you repeat all the stuff that I saw?
I think there's like 10 more too. I don't think I listed off all of them.
No, just go ahead one more time.
I think it was printers.
What?
Pizza.
What?
I think it was insurance with a cartoon.
What?
Now there's Novex Biotech GF9. You are a business savant, though. The shoes, obviously, we've all heard all the stories of, oh, your shoes are too expensive. Then you buy into company and say, fuck it, we're going short. When was that like a focus for you, and how did you know that was a gift?
18 years old, I meet Magic Johnson, and he tells me, it's okay to be famous, but at some point you want to start learning about business. First thing I bought was the Dummy's Guide to Starting Your Own Business. It intrigued me a little bit, and I said to myself, okay, I want to be the only big man that's doing that. But in order to be successful in that world, I had to be successful in the other world. So I really had to dominate and really had to win. Are you a supermodel? Because you have the sexiest jawline.
Hell yeah. That's real, Shaq. He's on his GF9, but the other stuff, I think.
You had a quote you said in an interview years ago. You said, like, my thought process begins where normal humans apexes. And I just want to say, did you come up with that on the spot? Do you still say it? Because I actually steal it and use it in real life still sometimes. I always give you credit, though.
Another confession is I wasn't really born. I was found on the train. A lot of people think I'm an alien, and a lot of times these thoughts just come to me. I'll just go outside and these thoughts just come to me. I realized that in order to be the best or to be perceived as the best, you have to have forward thinking. So I just, growing up in a drill sergeant environment, my dad wasn't satisfied with good enough. We had to be damn near perfect. So whenever I score 30 points and, somebody said, oh, he had a dominant game, I said, no, you missed 12 free throws. You should have 42 points. You should have did this. You should have did that. I was always trying to, better myself.
When did you know Kobe was a dude? Was it like immediately upon seeing him, you're like, oh, this is a guy?
Right away. I knew that he wanted to be great. I knew that he was very passionate about the game. And I knew that if something was done he didn't like, he would voice his opinion. Kind of reminds me of Pac-Man. Pac-Man and I have the same relationship. We haven't always seen eye to eye, but the respect is there. Like, hey, Pac-Man, you shouldn't do that. Motherfucker, don't call me that. You're right. So, Pac-Man's my little brother. I'm his older brother. I think the respect factor is way more important than the I like you, I love you factor. We've had many conversations. I love Pac-Man. He loves me. I love Kobe. We had a lot of disagreements, but if I had it all over to do again, I'd probably do it the same way because he pushed me and I pushed him and the respect was there. People always say, oh, well, you didn't like each other. We didn't like each other. If you go back to the first championship, 15,000 people in the arena, about 100 people on the floor. I put my hand up. Who's the first person jumping my arm? Look at it. Look it up. You don't have to be all lovey-dovey all the time. You just have to have respect.
The last question here is you get back to your rehab. Connor has it for you.
Yeah, Shaq, speaking of that, a lot of times...
No, I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to the dude in the fucking cowboy hat. He ain't such a dog.
Tone Diggs. He has a gambling show every day he's preparing for right now. Tone loves you too.
Shaq, I appreciate that. You guys on the set, we just talked about the show. You ever say anything just to see if you get Ernie off of his game?
I don't like that question. Back to the other guy.
Cool. Connor is this guy in the other hat.
Awesome.
No, actually, you know what? You guys may think Charles and I are the funniest. Ernie Johnson's the funniest guy on the set.
When we talk about situational football and awareness here, in overtime with the Buffalo Bills and the biggest play that was made here, before this play even starts here, there's a lot of conversation happening on the back end. What are you telling folks here?
They tried to hide this formation, what I was talking about. It came out in a 3-by-1 bunch, but they end up motioning back over to a 2-by-2. And one of their main concepts down here in the red zone is a laser Dino, which is a double post concept to try to clear out that safety to make that void in between the numbers and the hashes. Obviously, I knew that. I saw 85. He's pretty much the clear out guy. And with me having great vision on the quarterback and the receiver, it gave me an opportunity to make a play on the ball.
Dahn, that's it. Okay. We win. At what moment did you say, oh shit, we won? I'm gonna get down.
Soon as he threw it.
2nd and 10. Allen steps up and throws an interception. Patrick Peterson. And in this heavyweight bout, the Vikings with the knockout blow. The Vikings win the game of the year.
Probably still play safety, but we did see something today.
Yeah, I don't know if he could still play safety just because, I happened to catch a pass against him.
What?
You did?
Whoa, it was not a moss.
I did. I had to reach over him a little and snag it out of his hand.
Do we have a video? You just caught a ball on Adam Pac-Man Jones. How do you feel, Connor?
Pretty good. Looking back on it now, probably should have been the 6th overall pick in the 2006 NFL draft, but that was him, and I caught a pass on him, so I'm shaking. I mean, I can't believe that just happened.
Pac, a man who has obviously never really played a sport competitively past high school, just caught a ball on you. Your thoughts?
Fake moss.
Now that it's 1-1, we'll stop it.
Somebody got to win.
Hey,
Why?
let's go!
This show fucking stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it. AJ, never cease to amaze me with your toxicity, pal.
You got a couple of these?
God damn it!
What the fuck are you doing?
Fuck Boston
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this Draft Spectacular Week, Wednesday, April 26, 2023. Hour 4 starts right now. Sound like there was just a little bit of mana coming from the toxic table at Boston Connor and official Pac-Man Jones. What happened there?
I dropped the mono just then.
It's okay. Hey, the mana can be lifted quickly because we have a chance to be joined every single day by one half of the Hammer, Dahn Cowboys Tone Diggs, and to my left, your right on the screen, with an incredible jawline that now it sounds like maybe 25% of the NBA media has complimented for being so damn handsome.
Pretty crazy.
Ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk.
Yeah.
Hey, AJ. AJ, you just won the face of Ohio for good reason, pal. Anything to say about representing Ohio the way that you do?
You tell me our guest isn't potted up, or he's not quite ready yet? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
You know, there was one time, then there was another time, and then that time seemingly was forgotten by the person that pitched that time. And then now we're just kind of playing a waiting game. But we have seen what this man has had to do over the last few days. He's been talking to a lot of people about a lot of stuff. His future is obviously a massive conversation piece going into the draft because everybody says he's a blue chipper. This guy is a weapon. Somebody said I compared him like Alvin Kamara. You're telling me Kamara is available in this draft? How come we have not talked about that at all? Well, that's because the position that he plays is a little bit been devalued for some reason, even though he just should be viewed as a weapon. So everybody's been talking to him. I do believe we're at the end of the entire potential day. So maybe a bathroom, maybe
some barbecue.
I did hear some rumors he might be in the bathroom.
Okay.
Maybe pooping.
There it is.
There you go, Zeke.
But before our guest gets to literally, he's probably had a pretty miserable long day. Okay.
Is this like Super Bowl week for a lot of these guys?
Yes, it seems like it. I don't know if this is how it normally is, but from watching all the programs, it does feel as if it has become like a kind of a Super Bowl radio road time, which I love. Absolutely.
Making money for these guys. I like it.
Not only money, but also like information about these people that we wouldn't normally have because everybody's so buttoned up. Now, is he going to give us any world-breaking news information in one of these? No. We'd assume no. Because he is literally off the field, they're saying perfect guy.
Yeah.
On the field saying perfect guy. So if he was to say anything that would do him a disservice, that would not be what they're saying he is. So that's not going to happen. But I like that we're getting a chance to chat with him in moments, I'd assume. Hopefully whatever he has going on is okay. And I hope he's safe. You know, that's what we hope. But let's talk about somebody else that's safe. And that's New York Jets. You know why? Because Aaron Rodgers has him right here just like this. He said, you know what? Your franchise hasn't won since the 60s. I seen that Lombardi trophy when I walked in here. It looked a little lonely, didn't it? Looked a little bit lonely. He's coming in there to win. He also said in his press conference that pretty much if you don't FaceTime him, he's not going to be able to hear from you because you don't have a lot of phone service where he lives, okay? Sue him. Don't actually. He's saying that if you really want to get a hold of him, there are ways to get a hold of him, and people should know that and do know that, and chose not to. And I have phone records, he actually said, while addressing the fact about Guti saying he wished he could have had convos with Aaron or whatever. And I think Aaron sidestepped it, kept it above brow. We were obviously making a mockery out of the whole situation in describing our answers right here. But, AJ, that's a real thing. It feels like him going to the Jets is going to be something that is going to completely change his life. He was asked about how many years you're going to play. And he said, I'm focused about right now. I'm going to be at OTAs. I'm going to go through the whole thing, and then I'm going to get to learn my new teammates, my new peers in the building, my new coaches, new front office, whole new where I'm going to live. He basically talked about having to relearn everything and being at OTAs. He's ready to win another Super Bowl. And if he wins another Super Bowl, AJ, is he going to play for another 5 years? Or do you think that this really is the plan from last year, which was win a Super Bowl, go into the darkness, ride off into the sunset, which is what he told us in his interview where a lot of people watched?
I don't know. I feel like if he gets out there, he feels all the energy that New York has, how much they're supporting him. If he goes and wins the Super Bowl, I don't know if he's going to be able to walk away. I think he wants to come back and get another one.
I concur, dude. Doesn't it? Because he was talking about how they're throwing a parade for this guy.
Yeah.
Imagine if he
Pretty
wins.
much, huh?
He has not won a game yet. He has not won a single game for them yet. They're throwing a parade at the hopes of doing that. So if he does, actual parade happens, as a human, if you still have the capability to potentially bring that much joy to people and be appreciated that much, would you just walk? I don't know, AJ. I don't.
That'd be really tough to walk away. Like, oh, I'm going to ride off into the sunset. If they went out and won it this year, like that would be tough, I think. I think that'd be harder than leaving if you got knocked out in the second round of the playoffs.
And what, $60 million or something? Another?
A lot of money next year, too.
That doesn't hurt.
Think about the last time that he played well. He actually signed on for a new contract to play more. And then after a bad season, that was when he decided he wanted to retire. So I believe he's already showed his cards on that. Bad season, he's out. Good season, he's staying.
All right.
Interesting.
That's good news for the Jets.
Great news for the
Jets. Good news for the NFL world.
Yeah.
Bad news for the AFC East. Huh, Pac? Bad news for the AFC East. Pac, why is that, Pac-Man?
Connor knows why.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely bad news for the division. As a Patriots fan, who gives a fuck if you win the division? But I understand as normal Patriots or normal football fans, that's a big deal for some people. But honestly, yeah, it is tough for us. And, granted, you still have the Bills. I'm not looking to the Jets yet because the Bills have run this division for the last 3 years, so you can't look past them. And absolutely, I don't think anybody in this building thinks that the Jets aren't going to be very, very good. But like I said yesterday, there are still a lot of good other teams out there that you can't put them ahead of. And so they will maybe have a week or two where they got to kind of put everything together, but they're going to get hot. In those battles against Mahomes and Burrow that are inevitable are going to be sweet.
I can't wait to watch it all unfold. You got to be happy for your friend, right? Yeah, happy we talked about this.
Of course, how could you not be? I mean, I'm excited to see. I want to go to a game at least one.
Hell yeah, Mangold's going to be there.
Oh, yeah. Nick was texting me. Yeah, Nick's texting me yesterday about that. Nick's very excited.
I can imagine. Nick Mangold's been a very open public Jets fan since obviously becoming synonymous with the Jets brand with his success that they had. He was in the playoffs a lot. Mark Sanchez was quarterback. Yeah. We had to play him a couple times as the Indianapolis Colts early in my career or whatever. They had success there. Did they win? No. No. So, that is still just a thing that the fans are going to chase. So, the fact that Nick Mangold is going to have a chance to celebrate this, and we are potentially going to get a chance to celebrate Nick Mangold more.
Yeah.
Because the Jets are going to be on prime time more. What does that mean? That beard is going to be on prime time at some time. Yeah. And we are going to talk about it. That's great news.
And a lot of shows. I assume Mangold's going to be doing the rounds a lot more often now that his team, his alma mater, his New York Football Jets are going to be relevant.
You think so, AJ? I mean, he's pretty synonymous. Rex Ryan had a Jets jacket on the other day. Obviously, he's synonymous with the Jets. Yeah. Brandon Marshall, I believe, played for the Jets, right?
Yeah, that was the Fitzmagic year.
He was there, so that he is synonymous with the Jets. Mangold, Revis, Greeny.
Yep, Greeny.
Bot Scott. He's already on.
Yep, Bart Scott.
But I think, is Mangold, you think Mangold's going to be doing a lot more now or no?
Yeah, I mean, Nick has been entrenched in that whole New Jersey, that's where he is now. Like I told you, I went to the game when he got put into the Ring of Honor. They absolutely love the guy there. How could you not? I mean, big, the beard, everything about the dude it's pretty easy to root for him, I think.
He's a cool dude. Ohio fuck, though, deep under.
Big, smart, goofy bastard. He's awesome.
Ohio.
Amen.
You know
Nick's very smart, though. Nick is really weirdly intelligent.
Oh, really? Super duper? He's offensive lineman, obviously. He's center. He's supposed to be smarter than folks. You're saying we're talking big brain.
Super school smart, but also, has awareness and is a human, too, which is not everybody has all of that.
Isn't that an impressive thing when you meet somebody like that? Honestly.
Street ambush.
Real deal.
Yeah, because a lot of people can memorize things and tell you about history, but they can't have a conversation in real time with you.
Yeah, or change a light bulb.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, or
That's a thing.
Basic things. Don't know what the most basic thing is.
Yeah. I said one time while watching a human who is a very successful person ask somebody to do something that was pretty standard task for life, to live, survive. couldn't get it accomplished.
Oh no.
I said, huh. So
What-
there is
like
a little
what?
weakness in there, I guess, in the big brain or whatever.
What was it?
It was light bulb, I think. I think it was light bulb. It was an interesting
Just a
thing.
basic light bulb, not like going up on scaffolding and getting some can light out of something.
No idea where a ladder could have been, which was
Didn't
awesome.
know what a ladder is.
That's the whole thing. How would we even do this was asked. I'm like, huh, what is...
Where was
I walked out of room. I'm like, this is not a place for me to talk.
Where was it?
It was an event, a gathering, but it was at the house. I got to stay at the house after. So there was a party after the event.
Yes.
At the house next morning.
This was at AJ's when we went to the Buckeye.
No, but that was sweet. Your house was so nice after that. You had a great setup at that house. He had that field was gigantic, and then he had a tent the size of the entire field.
His backyard's 200 acres. I mean, I would hope.
It's amazing.
We wouldn't know he didn't invite us.
Body Lake.
Did you not invite the guys? I don't remember.
No, he did not.
Everybody is welcome.
Okay.
No, actually, I don't know how it was lost in the mail, but Phil got an invite.
I want to see it on paper.
Phil came, yeah.
At my-
Everybody's welcome, but guess what? Each seat is valuable. So if you come, you got to pay for the table. It's how it goes.
Hey, sorry.
It can't be. We don't raise $300K each year by just giving away free seats.
Sorry. Did you ask us? And we said, no, we don't want to pay.
Yeah, when was that?
He did send an open invite. I do recall. I remember having to go to bat for you for that. I don't remember if I was lying for you or telling the
Now
truth.
we get a table. We get a table for the boys if
Open
they actually
invites
come.
make them
Okay. Yes.
I was lying at that time. It sounds like you didn't send an invite to everybody. Okay.
Nope.
I went to bat for you though because it was such a good event and you did such good things for
Our
hospital.
fund at the James Cancer Hospital. Yeah, Columbus.
Can we all stay over?
Yeah, can I
Yeah,
crash?
of course. Everybody, come on down. We'll get sleeping bags. Sleep in the basement.
Perfect.
Really down in the gym where you got that machine that you work on your hip thrusts?
Maybe we'll put tents out in the yard. That'll be fun. I heard Matt McConaughey did that for his wedding.
I'll do that.
I'm not a big tent guy. You know, I
In
appreciate
theory, it
it.
sounds great.
I like the air.
Yeah.
Camped twice, threw up.
That air
both
better
times
be
in the tent.
be cool though. You get in a tent and it's humid in the summer. Good luck. I'm not
Wake
staying.
up,
No way,
everything's
bro.
Wet.
Why am I sweating and then I'm outside, the world's sweating? Okay, now Earth is sweating and I'm on it. Like, I appreciate. There's people calling us soft right now. So be it. Okay.
You're into glamping, right?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Do
That's what we're
that.
into.
Hell yeah. Take me into the woods and give me some electricity.
Yeah, where's
we'll
the
have a good
cabin?
time.
Very much.
You know what
We
I mean?
did glamping. It sucked.
No, we didn't do glamping the right way. That particular time, but
I bet they got some sweet new tents, actually.
dude, these buses. I was on a bus the other day.
Yeah, buses.
I was on a bus the other day because Sam, with where we were in a pregnancy, getting to Pittsburgh for Nick's wedding, couldn't fly, right? We couldn't fly, but that's it's like 6.5 hours.
Yeah.
So like, would like to make it comfortable for the lady, you know what I mean? Because I was very thankful that she was being like trooping it through. I mean, that was a tall task.
Oh, yeah, a lot of travel.
Hey, she's so cool, bro, through it all.
She was very cool the entire week.
She was so cool through it all. Then, so I got a bus, so she could lay down and kind of like we could. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the life.
Cheat code.
What do you mean? Yeah, of course.
Bro,
those are the best.
At like the WWE, I see people that have these buses, and I'm like, it has to be uncomfortable because I've been on a couple before. I'm like, looks nicer than it actually is. That's what I just kept like telling myself or whatever. And then you hear stories of some of the people that live on buses like every week of the year for like 4 days of the week. And they're like, got my own bed. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Everybody that's on the road misses their bed. You have your own bed on the, it's like you can create your own bed. It's like, oh, this is the genius. This is the way, this is the cheat code. The bus is the cheat code, I think.
Yeah, on the way out.
Wi-Fi, satellite TV, everything. You have everything now. Like they look amazing. That's why some of them are $3 million.
Yeah, they expensive now. They ain't no cheap.
You got to
ride.
park them somewhere too. Where you park that?
Yeah, that ride on a normal basis is like $500,000 if you're gonna get a good one.
What, to buy it outright? Or?
Yeah, I'm saying that's a used one, but I'm saying like a really good one. I think I spent. What did I spend for? I bought a used one. I think it had like 250,000 miles on it, and I spent $450.
How do we feel about that spender?
But a bus or a Sprinter van?
A bus.
He has a Sprinter too, but the Sprinter's not
I'm talking about
400.
like the tour buses when we was doing all the right before COVID. I had a company. I won't say the name, but we had a couple rappers.
Johnson & Johnson?
No.
Sorry.
Johnson & Johnson. Young Thug.
Pfizer?
Gotti.
What was the name of the company?
We did all of their tours.
Pfizer.
And COVID hit. And then I got out of that business right there.
You were doing tours and stuff?
I wasn't literally doing the tour.
You're a promoter?
Getting the buses.
Getting the buses for the tour. These tours be like I was telling you, Future, for instance, we did one of Future tours. He needed 4 buses. I think it was 56 nights, that one thing, but he made that song about when, what's the name, went to jail. But yeah, so he had
of course, throwaway line in the story. Probably very important. We will not follow up. We'll miss this.
Yeah. And yeah, it's a pretty good amount, man. 50. Buses are expensive.
It's worth it to drive.
So nice. What was the line? We need to know this. 56
56 nights.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the name of the CD.
Of course it was. We knew that.
Yeah.
Obviously. What are you talking about?
Mitt's so pissed right now. We don't know it.
Fuck it. Mask off, dude. Right now. Boom. Right here. Big fan. We got it. Joining us now from a Verizon store in Kansas City.
He's really
Pac.
My bad.
Pac-Man.
Do you have any bus stories you'd like to tell, pal? Can we...
Yeah, but no, go ahead.
Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is a running back whose name is going to be called tomorrow night to join the NFL. We do not know which lucky team will have him, but we do know his name will be chatted about. He is being talked about by all scouts as the blue chipper of this draft. If this was a previous era where his position was valued, he'd be the overall number 1 or number 2 because he's a rare talent. We still think he's going to get drafted really high because everybody seemingly loves him. So does Verizon, who he has partnered with, obviously, this draft cycle, because when he gets the call, he wants to have a reliable network behind him. Ladies and gentlemen, Bijan Robinson. What's up, dude?
How you guys doing?
Hey, we're great, man. Listen, I want to let you know that we thought this was going 3:05 Eastern. We have been so excited to chat with you because you seem like, and this is what we've been told, like we're very thankful you decided to do our show today. Want to let you know that.
Yeah.
Because
thank you.
No, everything that has been said about you is like, this guy's the next guy. They're perfect off the field, perfect on the field. You like that, obviously, as you should. And whenever you think about the draft and the way everybody's talking about it, like when nobody likes the running back position anymore, maybe Philadelphia will take a shot on a running back at 10. What have you heard from teams? Because it feels like you're going to be a guy that's going to go very high tomorrow, and I don't think the outside world knows that that's going to take place.
Yeah, I mean, just like you just said, I mean, nobody kind of really knows, you know, where I'm gonna end up. But for me, I just think it's just an opportunity and a blessing. You know, that God blessed me to be here and to be in, you know, the room with so many great dudes. But man, I know the running back position is the thing that's talked about right now, and how, you know, how you can take a running back and how high you can. But I mean, for me, you know, I just think that is a blessing to even be in that conversation, and you know, for me to just be here, be in the green room with all those great dudes. I mean, it's pretty cool.
Hell yeah, you've earned it, by the way. Congrats.
Yeah.
And you're only getting started. You're only getting started at this point. What have the
Yep.
interviews been like? What are the questions? Because the running back position is being viewed as like a stable position because you're taking too many hits, you might get hurt. What are the questions that they're asking you about the future, or are they mostly talking about what they think you can do in the NFL right now? Any teams ask you any questions about like the position running back at all?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the teams are like, you know, it's pretty good that you're more than a running back. Like, you can do so many things for an offense, whether it's, you know, line up at receiver, line up at slot, and just be an effective, you know, mismatch for any defenders. And, you know, for me, it's like, it's pretty cool to hear that because, you know, in college, like Coach Sark, you know, he that's what he implemented in me, whether it's me going to slot and being just as effective as a receiver, just as I am as a running back. But I mean, that's what the NFL teams see. That's what they keep talking about. You know, I mean, that's a good thing because it really does add value to the running back position, you know. And I mean, it's pretty cool to even talk to him and hear like, yo, you know, you can do so many things for our offense. You can do so many things for our team and the city. So that's where the conversation's kind of been going, and it's kind of cool to hear it.
You're a weapon. Go ahead, AJ.
Throughout the combine process and everything, speaking to all those teams, I guess, did you get any sense from any of these teams? Do any of them try to give you any information like, hey man, if you're here, don't worry, you're not going to go fall behind us because we want you? Like, did anyone, you don't have to mention teams, but was anyone specific with you like that?
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, they definitely were, especially like to my agent because they all talked to her. But yeah, man, I mean, some teams were like, you know, if you're there, then we'll pick you up.
Atlanta?
It's pretty cool to hear.
Philly?
We'll find out. We'll find out. But no, yeah. But I feel like just like having that, you know, security and knowing the team, you know, really does want me. They won't pass up on me. I think it's like a good thing to know in the back of my head.
Hell yeah, I was picked 222. There's not a lot after that. I thought I was going back to school, Bijan. Knowing that somebody's going to draft you because of who you are is a great feeling, and you should enjoy every moment of this. You've talked about how cool it is just being in those meetings and in that green room and everything. I think you do have a real love for football. I read a story about it, and obviously you do. Like I feel, I'm gonna. You get it. I read a story.
Yep.
Your grandpa was a ref in the Big 12, allegedly Cleo, I believe. Pac-12. I'm sorry,
yes.
Pac-12, and then he would bring programs to you as a kid. You would cut the players all out of the program, put them on popsicle sticks, and like run football games against each other. You're talking like diehard football fans since you were a kid. Is that accurate? Did I read that correctly?
That is very much so accurate. It is. Yeah. So when he was in the Pac-10. He was a Pac-10 official for 30 years, and then Pac-12 instant replay for 10 years. But when I was younger, like after every single game, he used to get the books, and he would bring them. Like I just like couldn't wait till he got into the house and came in. Obviously, like I was so happy to see him, but I asked him, I was like, bro, Dad, do you have a book? Because man, I would cut out the players and then put them on I would cut out like playing cards and kind of like glue them to them, and then just like play games like in my head, like imaginary against each other. But it was just weird.
How old are you? How old are you for that?
I was like 5, 6, 7.
Hey, now you're going to the NFL, bro. Hey, let's go.
Bro.
Yeah.
Let's go.
You did it, man. You should be pretty excited about that. Connor has a question for you.
Yeah, Bijan, have you reached out, or has anybody reached out to you from the NFL, whether they're current running backs or former running backs, to kind of give you some advice and give you a lay of the land, or for you to just ask any questions that you have about the league?
Yeah. So back in Austin, I've been working out with like Michael Parsons a lot, and he's been giving me a lot of advice and what I need to do, what I need to prepare for. Whatever team I go to, just look at find a veteran, find somebody to kind of link with, because that's the most important thing. And for him, that's what he did, and he saw what he needed to do in order to become successful. So just him giving me like those type of tips, and then I talked to like Marshall Falk, been talking to him a lot. He's obviously a legend in the game, but he wants to make sure that I'm doing the things the right way and just meeting the right people, and making sure that I make sure every opportunity is taken the right way. So yeah, those are two dudes that I've been talking to a lot. It's definitely a blessing to get with those guys.
Yeah, navigating the NFL life off the field is also something that I hope you continue to lean on veterans for, because you, by all accounts, have a chance to be an absolute superstar in this NFL, and we're lucky to have you, man. At Texas, you were obviously a dog. You were the offense. Talking about you on game day was hilarious. That was a fun thing to do for a bit about you. Cool. And it's one of those things that Texas brings you, some cool things. Tone has a question for you.
Yeah, I do. I saw that you're close and good friends with Matthew McConaughey. I also read that you potentially want to be an actor after the NFL. Have you guys worked on lines together? Have you read any lines together? And how cool is McConaughey?
Sweet pick.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that dude he's amazing, man. I mean, he's, such a big brother to me. And, like, even when I go to his house and just, like, meet his family and chill, we'll do certain things. Like
Matthew McConaughey?
Yep.
At his house? You're just chilling at his house?
Yeah.
What do you guys do?
I mean, just
That's great. You guys smoking dope. You guys smoking dope.
We'll just eat. We do mostly like conversating, talking a lot.
What are we talking about? Holy shit. Take me in there. Where are we at? Back porch, backyard, good view, good.
In the middle of the house, like good view. The window, you see all of Westlake out there.
Wow.
But we're talking about life. I mean, talking about, he'll give me like snippets of how he became such a, literally, that's it. And just how he became like a good actor. But yeah, man, I mean, he's been supporting me since I first stepped foot on campus. And ever since then, our relationship just kept growing and growing. So it's pretty cool. To have
Was that before or after you got the Lambo deal? Was that what you got was it a Lambo deal? Is that the proper one?
Yeah. The Lamborghini, it was before. But even that deal, like that was cool as well.
I'd say, yeah. You were whipping a Lambo around Austin?
Like on weekends, like people think I was just like driving it, just through my head out the window. But like people around Austin, when they see the car, like when I'm at the stoplight, they're gonna they kind of like look in the window, like, is that him? So I try to like to drive it like on weekends. You know, with like some friends, take some friends into it because
Okay, so what?
I don't know.
It's so now. Are you going to have a Lambo for the rest of your like? What do you think you do for the rest of your life now? Like, how do you get a Lambo at the age of 20? How old were you?
21.
21 years old with a Lambo.
Pretty
that's
sweet.
going to be tough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like going
Go back to the Toyota.
That's going to be tough. That's going to be tough forever. That's it. So.
Oh, yeah.
Are you with
I
Lambo
mean-
forever now, or are we just is this a lifetime deal?
Yeah. I mean,
Smart idea.
As long as I'm playing, you know, and then you know, relationships are such a big thing for me. So I've developed such a relationship with all those guys, and you know, now we're just like family. So now they're like, whatever you need, man, we got you.
Wow.
Good business, Bijan.
Smart.
That's good business. Pac-Man has a question for you.
I read something that Matthew said he could run for president. My question to you, do you think he'll be a good president, and would you vote for him?
I would absolutely vote for. I mean, that dude is just like so wise in the world, and he just like knows what's going on. I think he'll be a great president.
Hey,
I would definitely go.
I think you're going to be a great pro, pal. We appreciate you so much
you.
taking time. Have you been doing interviews just all fucking day? 2 days? How long?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. 2 days.
Sick of it? Are we the
Whole
last? Are we the last one?
Probably not, but no, I'm not sick of it. It's great.
You enjoy
It's great.
it? You enjoy every one of them?
I do.
Does it
It's-
take
it's
your
all
attention
fun.
away from tomorrow night? Little anxiety or no?
It does. It like calms me down a little bit, and we're all in the same element, so like it's fun.
Yeah, because we're all just telling you how great you are too.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's good.
So
man.
good.
You are, which you are.
Thank
Is that what everybody else is saying? Do you and Gibbs know each other well, Jameer?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we grew up together. And then our coaches, like my running back coach now, was his running back coach last year. So, man, we know each other.
Oh yeah,
it's great.
Hell yeah. Well, good luck out there, man. Enjoy the whole process. You've earned all of this. And if you're a fan at home watching our draft spectacular or watching in person in Kansas City, Verizon has you covered. Verizon 5G now covers more than 200 million people across the country.
200
Plus,
million.
they recently made a bunch of network upgrades in Kansas City, part of one of the biggest network upgrades in the history. Shout out to Verizon. Shout out to you, Bijan. Good luck tomorrow night, pal.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you. We'll see you guys.
Yep, ladies and gentlemen, Bijan Ross.
Yeah, Bijan.
All right, AJ. That was good. I like him.
Yeah, he's got sweet hair.
Good kid.
I like him.
Very sweet hair. Gave us some answers. Had some non-answers. It was
Might have
good.
to buy him a watch. Am I right?
Worried about his punctuality.
Driving a
That's not
Lambo
on him.
forever.
Well, if the Lambo, you know the deal. He's in Kansas City. They got potholes there probably just 4 seasons.
Yeah, can't
Those
be
Lambos ain't doing. You know what I mean?
I bet he's on a Lambo bus. Someone probably picked him up in a Lambo bus.
Dude, so sweet. He said, and with those people down there, we've become a family. It's like, Bijan, that's business, bro.
Yeah. There you go.
You just did business. That's what that is called there. He's got a Lambo for the rest of his life. Good on you.
And a spot in a bed at McConaughey's.
Yeah.
Freaking kidding me?
Hanging out at his house with
Him,
his kid.
Woody Harrelson, and McConaughey.
I don't remember exactly where his answer was going, but as soon as we heard that he was at Matthew McConaughey's house, I mean, everybody in the room was like, excuse me?
What?
Yeah. What are we doing? He's hanging out? So he's not smoking dope, he said there. It doesn't seem like he's...
He's too young to even like know McConaughey's great movies. I hope he's gone and watched.
Yeah, he just knows Matthew McConaughey is the director of culture at the University of Texas.
Yeah. No, I think McConaughey
Pretty
hands
smart.
him a
Of course
movie every time he leaves.
What's that?
I think McConaughey hands him a movie every time he leaves.
Now
Like,
watch
hey,
this one.
his Days
Watch it.
Confused. Yeah. This is one of my first movies here. This is The Lincoln Lawyer.
This one I got rich.
Yeah.
What was that one out on the island where he was swimming? You know what I'm talking about.
What?
Kind of like when W.
It was a rom-com. He was out there in the middle of the water.
Oh, with
Fool's
the
Gold?
one blonde lady?
Yeah, Fool's Gold.
That's a top 5 movie of all time.
Only movie available.
What women want.
That's with
Yeah.
Kevin Hart.
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Oh, that one, yeah.
That's the one that you're thinking of.
It's good love.
Interstellar.
Matthew McConaughey's
There's
all
the
about
one with
love.
Terry Bradshaw, too. What's the Terry Bradshaw?
Failure to
movie?
launch.
There you go.
I don't know anything.
Terry's got his cakes out in that, looking at a fish tank.
I seen Terry's Cakes on that like bucket list show they did with the guy who did the Star Shatner,
William
Shatner, Terry Bradshaw, a young comedian. Feels like he was the idea behind it all,
Okay.
or the driver behind it all. Somebody else. It was on NBC primetime, 7:30.
William Shatner's going through it right now.
You saw, oh, wait, what happened to Bill?
I seen Terry's Cheeks on that, wrapping that conversation up with Cheeks, Terry, and Matthew McConaughey's movie in on that show. What are you talking about with Bill?
Bill Shatner was one of the guys who went up to space. And he said that it was going to be one of these moments where he kind of like really understood everything about life and how everything out there is great. And he said he came back down and it basically ruined his life.
Was this guy on ayahuasca? What's going on?
It felt like he wants to be in space all the time.
No,
No, the opposite.
He got
said
up
there is nothing out there,
Yeah.
so the best things are actually here on Earth.
He's terrified.
He felt the void. He felt the emptiness, the cold.
Bingo.
Yeah, lonely.
Like, do not go up there.
Hold on. He went up there and he said it was like cold and lonely.
Yeah,
What
he
do
was
you
like,
mean?
don't go up there.
Don't go. We can't.
Did he
Bill.
really?
Yeah, it's space.
Yeah.
It's scary.
You call Pat or text Pat. Can't do it.
Yeah, don't go to space, dude. Hey, listen, Bill, I just got offered to go to space. What do you think? Don't go.
Don't fucking dare.
That's why
That
astronauts
electric
lose
car,
their
bro.
mind up there. Yeah.
Yeah, bingo.
People lose their mind up there?
Yeah, cabin fever.
Because you go into like a quiet.
He was up there for like 12 minutes. That's what they'll do. They go up in orbit and come right back down.
Oh, he did that thing in North Carolina. You can actually get on a plane in North Carolina. It's called a zero gravity plane. I think it's in North Carolina. I almost did it, obviously.
That's sweet.
why it's kind of popping in my head right now. Got to pay a little bit, but it's that padded plane that like changes altitude.
Yeah.
And it has no gravity for like 6 seconds or
That's
something.
sweet.
And then I think you smack into the wall. Is pretty good.
Yeah.
Almost did it. Just strictly you're out of a shit talking situation to somebody.
Sound like when I'm high.
Yeah. You want zero gravity?
Exactly.
Does sound like it.
Yeah.
Not to pull you down.
Imagine that plane dropping a couple thousand feet though. That's not fun.
I would puke. I would puke the whole time. I've watched the videos.
Whole time.
Are we down here yet?
So Bill Shatner went on Blue Origin, which is the dong-shaped Amazon one, right?
He's like 95. He looks great.
Look at him giving a little peek out the window.
You should see him today.
my house.
Wait,
White
was
as
that
a
him up in?
ghost.
Was it?
Nothing to see.
What was his quote? Can we find his quote so I can?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
even know
You,
what-
that would be great because
It's
I
pretty
want you
dark.
guys to read it. It is terrifying.
So he went up in the Blue Origin thing, the thing we saw Michael Strahan on.
Bingo.
Live stream the entire time. He jumped up out of his seat. Hey, we're here having a good time. Dap ups. We're going back down into Earth.
Yes.
Did Strahan love it?
Strahan, I think.
I didn't even know he went up.
Strahan went to space. Yeah.
Come on.
Was Laser there?
Are you sure?
He was driving the
They was
rocket.
dapping each other up there.
I think so. Yeah, I think it was a full dap up. I don't remember. They look joyful.
Yeah.
It didn't sound anything like what Bill Shatner did. I didn't know this is what space did to people.
Yeah, it really did affect him. He mentions it in the article.
Should we not read the thing? It seems like you found a quote. We should.
No. I was just thinking about me going to space, and it would be fucking terrible.
Well, that's like how we were reacting whenever Aaron said he wanted to go to the darkness.
That too.
Every time
go to
as he was explaining to us what the darkness was when he first brought this into our conversation in life, first time hearing it, we had a lot of questions, didn't we, AJ?
A lot of
We had a lot of questions.
Oh yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
then every time I try to walk myself through a situation, I'm like, you know what? Let me walk through this real quick. I was freaked out within like 20 minutes. Like, all right, I'm not afraid of the dark, but this is too much of it. You know what I mean? Something's a little freaky and I'm stuck in here. Claustrophobic, you're in a hole. Light can't even get in. Can air get in? You start asking yourself those questions.
Terrifying.
Is there any dope in here? What am I doing? You know? Like, what am I doing? One meal a day? I don't know. That's just, it felt like a lot to me, but he enjoyed it.
Loved it.
Felt like he felt like he needed it. He appreciated it. So I got nothing but respect for it. But space, to your point, Tone, every time I've thought about it, I've thought, this sounds bad.
No.
And are we definitely making it back? I've seen a lot of these things, crash.
I don't like going anywhere without air.
I'm cool.
I saw a cold, dark, black emptiness. It was unlike any blackness you can see or feel on Earth. It was deep, enveloping, all-encompassing.
It's a bit dramatic.
I turned back. It might be my reading. Remember, I don't always do it justice.
It's from his.
No, I mean, I've
turned-
listened to him speak. He's an actor, so he's very dramatic.
He's a
when he-
thespian.
He was smoking a cig while he wrote this.
I turned back toward the light of home. I could see the curvature of Earth, the beige of the desert, the white of the clouds, and the blue of the sky. It was life, nurturing, sustaining life. Mother Earth, Gia, and I was leaving her. Is that Pangea? What the fuck is that?
Gaia?
Yeah, I need a
Gaia? What is that?
definition on.
Is it Gaia?
I'm with it, whatever it is, though. Everything I had thought was wrong. Everything I had expected to see was wrong.
What were your expectations, pal?
I had thought that going into space would be the ultimate catharsis of that connection I had been looking for between all living things. That being up there would be the next beautiful step to understanding the harmony of the universe. In the film Contact, when Jodie Foster's character goes to space and looks out into the heavens, she lets out an astonished whisper. He should have sent a poet. I had a different experience because I discovered that the beauty isn't out there. It's down here with all of us. Leaving that behind made my connection to our tiny planet even more profound. It was among the strongest feelings of grief I have ever encountered.
All right.
The contrast between the vicious coldness of space and the warm nurturing of Earth below filled me with overwhelming sadness.
No, it did.
Every day we are confronted with the
Keep
knowledge
going,
of
please.
further
Read
destruction of
everything.
Earth
Read the
at our
whole
hands, the extinction of animal species, of flora and fauna. This guy's real deal, man.
Yeah.
Hey, he was pissed. It wasn't good.
I mean, it ruined his life.
But by the way, Gaia and Gay is basically fucking AWA.
Okay, unobtainiums out there?
The universe.
You don't even know.
Fuck, he thought he was gonna go up there and see people up there or something running around.
Well, Jodie Foster in that movie said, should have brought a poet because of how beautiful
He is
it
a
was.
poet. That's what he's. I took that as he's saying, "Hey, I am that poet."
Yeah,
I
he
am
was the one.
Hey, my poem's a bit different than Jodie Foster's in a movie that isn't real.
Content.
I am him. That's what he said?
It sounds like he's happy. He's positive. He looked in space and he said, "Oh no, all the action's down here on Earth. I better go enjoy that."
Yes, for sure. Definitely that.
Right. So that's not dark. That means okay, this is a positive situation.
Yeah, but the way he described sadness, it felt like his heart potentially dropped to the bottom of his stomach for at least a few days, sounds like.
I mean, come on, Bill. Got to manage our expectations a bit, Bill. What do you think you're going to see up?
He the movie, Jodie Foster's movie. That's what he thought. He said,
I know you haven't seen that. I haven't seen it either. But
yeah, I've seen it. She whispered, like, you know, it was pretty dramatic, but it was real because we didn't get to see what she was seeing. We could
What'd
only
she whisper? How did it go in the movie though? Because it was real. I remember when I saw the movie. It's very like
Me too. It was like kind of a side shot.
Sure.
Can you deliver the line for us?
We should have brought a poet. And then she stomped off towards the camera.
I got chills to recreate that.
We couldn't see what she was seeing, but we could see what she was seeing via her words and her delivery and her mannerisms. And that's the movie Contact, bro. No spoilers, obviously. Don't want to dive into that. Succession, we will say the guy's dead.
Official.
This is the movie Contact here.
Came out in 2022.
Alien Contact.
The fact that Bill Shatner watched this movie and sat on it for like 20 years, like, I need to get up there. And then as soon as he got an opportunity, he was like, I'm going up to Jodie Foster's movie. Like, what did she see? And then he gets up there. This sucks, dude.
This is not.
Where's
what
the
I thought.
Twitter poop emoji?
Yeah, send it back.
All right.
Good callback. Good callback.
And that's the show. You know what I mean? And that's the show. Tomorrow, the Draft Spectacular. We will be live during the day and at night.
Hell yeah.
We cannot wait to display the Thunderdome in its full glory. We are utilizing the space. We are exploring the space.
Oh,
Yes.
Because tomorrow night's a big night, isn't it, boys?
Yes, sir.
huge night.
Hell yeah. Hammer.
Dahn.
Is in about 10 minutes at youtube.com/Hammer. Dahn. And that's Hockey Talk. Going to be on tonight, Nick, or what do we got going on?
Yeah, we got some NHL playoffs to talk tonight. Big matchups. A lot of overtime games. Some things to sort through. Some controversies. People are not happy with the officials.
Really?
Ooh, what game?
Pretty pissed.
What are the refs doing?
All the games.
All right. Well, can't wait to hear it. I love watching that Hockey Talk.
Yeah, huge tilt tonight. B is looking to close out, so everyone tune in.
Yeah, hopefully they will.
Where is it at? Boston?
No. Yeah, it is in Boston.
Weren't able to play last night because the Celtics played.
Because the Celtics blew it.
Just like what's going on in Atlanta right now with Janet Jackson and Trae Young. Ooh, what are they going to do? They moved Janet Jackson to Friday.
Smart.
So Janet Jackson crowd was like, if she's performing, we're going. Okay? So you move this to Friday, no big deal.
Don't worry.
NBA and Atlanta Hawks are like, we need this on Thursday, Janet. Is that okay? She's like, you're going to have to fucking talk to the people. They did that, moved to Friday. So now the State Farm Arena is packed on Thursday and Friday. I've enjoyed the NBA playoffs. I've enjoyed the NHL playoffs. I can't wait for tomorrow. You all are the best people on earth. Big shout out to Dion for stopping by, breaking some news. Charles Davis coming to us live from Arthur Bryant's world famous barbecue shop.
Yeah.
Adam Lefko back into the NFL world as a man who does NBA full time now at a Bleach Report. And Bijan Robinson was 20 minutes late down there at Verizon, but he was awesome.
Yeah, he was.
We're a fan of his, AJ.
Want him on the team.
I'm a huge fan.
Shout out to Bob from Oklahoma. Hell of a call. Hell
Way
of
to
a
go,
call.
Bob.
Yeah. Good call, Bob.
Shout out to the boys. You guys crushed it. Shout out to everybody that watches. We can't thank you enough. You're the best people on earth for allowing us to do this for a living. Be a friend. Tell a friend something nice. Goodbye.